College Football 25 is out, and the Dynasty mode has a ton of new features that are going to make it so much more exciting and dynamic. And to take advantage of all the new mechanics, I wanted to do something crazy. And I reset College Football to 2002 and resimulated history till 2023. So for each season, I will create the top 23 recruits from the real life recruiting class of that season. And then we will track the recruiting process to see where each one of them ends up. The recruiting in College Football 25 is completely revamped and adds a ton of depth to the whole process. And now there's a whole new off-season transfer portal. So when star players are unhappy, they can leave and join a new program. And the recruiting process will be what catapults teams to the top of the college football world. In total, I created over 420 recruits over 19 recruiting classes and will be simulating through 21 seasons. And this series will be 4 parts in total and will be 12 hours long.
Previously on Count This Kings.
Oh, that's a pick six. Lamar, you cannot throw that ball. Texas wins their second natty of the sim. Joe Burrow goes to Michigan. Oregon gets Josh Allen. Bridgewater, 300 a game, 35 touchdowns, 9 picks. Can't take a sack. Can't take a sack, Johnny. He fumbled. That's it. What a way to end your college career, Johnny Manziel. Wow. Derrick Henry picks Appalachian State. Andrew Luck wraps up his career. This was his 4-year run as a starter. 48, 42, 42 touchdowns. All right, guys. So this is going to be the 2018 season. We are going to go for 5 seasons in this episode. We're going to end this whole series off at the end of the 2022 season. So far, we've had a lot of different national champions. We are just coming off Texas winning last year's natty with JT Barrett as their quarterback. Last episode, we had 5 seasons. In 2013, Nebraska won, then Ole Miss, then Illinois, then Michigan, then Texas. Texas also won in 2010, and then Stanford has also won 2 natties in 2012 and 2005. So that is kind of where we're sitting with, the results so far of the sim. Now, if this is your first time ever watching one of these videos, you haven't watched part 1, 2, or 3, I'll give you guys a little bit of rundown on just kind of where we are sitting and how it all works. So basically what I do in these videos is I reset college football back to a certain point, and then I make real life recruits and I put them in the recruiting classes, and then we can track those recruits, see where they sign, and then we can track and follow along with their careers and see which new teams get the quarterbacks, receivers, QBs, O-linemen, all of it, who can build the dynasties, the best teams to watch, all of that. So first we can look, just because this is, kind of for some of you, maybe the first time you're watching one of these episodes, we can just kind of go through some of the top players in the country right now so I can just give you guys an idea. So right now we have Deshaun Watson, who's at Oregon. So he's a junior, one of the best quarterbacks in the country, Deshaun at Oregon. So usually the teams with the real life quarterbacks are some of the teams I really want to keep track of in depth, because once we get into the conference championship weekend and the college football playoff, we are going to hop in and watch the games live. I won't control anybody. We just follow and watch the games live. So it's really fun when you can get those good quarterbacks at good schools, putting up really good stats and, going far in the college football playoff. We also have Patrick Mahomes, who's a junior at TCU. He's an 89 overall. We have Lamar Jackson, who's coming into his sophomore year, was the starter last year at Miami. We got Josh Allen, who's actually the backup at Oregon. So he's backing up Deshaun Watson right now. We have JT Barrett, who won the national championship last year at Texas. We got Joe Burrow, who's coming into his redshirt freshman year, and he's going to be the starting quarterback at Michigan right now. Michigan also has Sam Darnold as a backup quarterback. So, they got Burrow, they got Darnold. Michigan's been recruiting a ton of our guys. And then a lot of the other guys are going to be obviously auto-gen players. Now, Justin Herbert, he's actually going to be the starting quarterback at Stanford this year as a true freshman. The players that are the real life guys, I put a little apostrophe beside their name as well. It just, when I'm going through the list, it makes it really easy to just key in, because there's so many guys. I think there's 11,000 guys in each season of college football with all the teams. So it makes it much easier just to find our guys as it goes. Now, where this gets a little bit different than if you've watched my videos in NCAA 14 is this is obviously college football 20 2025. There's lots of great things about this game that I really like. There's a few things that they did that I really dislike. The first thing is you used to be able to create a prospect. So I could literally go in, create Lamar Jackson, make his stats, do everything for him, and basically pick Lamar and then put Lamar into the recruiting class, and we could see where he goes. Now it works a little bit different. I'm going to go to Miami and I'm going to show you guys kind of what I'm working with as far as making the recruits and kind of how this whole process works. So now looking at their QBs, we have Lamar Jackson. Now, if we go to Lamar, I'll show you. So I can't actually adjust what any of the players look like. So Lamar is a little bit more light skinned than he was in real life. Is what it is. Now, when I go to try to edit info, I can change their name, their position, the hand they throw the ball with. I can change guys' physique. So I can make them bigger, way more arm size, rear size, thighs. And then I can change their gear. So I can make them kind of dress and look more like their real life counterpart. And then you can also change for the QBs, their throwing style. So that is all the info I can actually change with prospects, and I can't create a prospect. So basically what I do, this is going to be the 2017 recruiting class that we are looking at here. So basically what I can do is I have my list of recruits I want to make. So for this 2017 recruiting class, we have 3 quarterbacks. It's Tua Tagovailoa, Mac Jones, and Kenny Pickett. So I'll basically go in when I look at the recruiting class, so that right at the start here, I'll basically go in and I'm going to find the recruit that best resembles Tua Tagovailoa, for example, and that is going to be this Linval Lampkin. So what I'm basically looking for is Tua is from Hawaii. Obviously, not many 5-star big-time quarterback recruits are going to come from Hawaii. So I want to find someone either Hawaii or the West Coast. This guy's going to be from California. Then I look for either a 5 or a 4-star recruit. Usually I try to get the 5 stars just because it's a better chance they're going to turn out to be really good players. Then I also look at their tendency. So that's the kind of player they are. Now, Tua's kind of a scrambler, but he's also kind of a field general. So I could look for either of those. And then that is basically the criteria I am looking for to assign a player. Now, the height and weight, this guy's actually basically the same size as Tua, but even if he was 6'5" or 6'6", whatever, I can adjust their height and weight. Oh, and then the other thing I look for is a similar skin tone, right? So Tua, Hawaiian descent, this guy's kind of a light skin kind of guy. That's going to work. Now, sometimes like with Lamar, he's obviously darker, but the guy I use is still black. So I try to match that up as well. Then I made a custom graphic for each one of these players, and I'll put that up now. So basically when I'm talking about these guys in the recruiting process, you're not even going to see that other info. You are just going to see Tua Tagovailoa, 5-star, his tendency and his size. Then if you look below that, it can show us the top schools for each guy. So we got USC, UCLA, Arizona State, Stanford, and Cal for Tua Tagovailoa. Then when Tua signs, once we go through the whole recruiting process, say he signs with USC, then I'll go into the USC roster, find this Linval Lampkin guy, change him to Tua Tagovailoa, make sure he's a lefty, because Tua is a lefty, make his size and make his uniform and stuff kind of match how Tua looked. Now I do that for each prospect, and we have 24 or 23 prospects each and every year. So that is the process how I kind of make the recruits. And I just like this because I obviously prefer when in the old game, you could just create a prospect and I control everything. But now it's a little more random because we don't know the potential on this guy. This guy could turn out to be a bust or a really good player. So there is more randomness with this as well. We don't know where Tua is going to go, and we don't know if he's going to turn out to be really good, what his overall is going to be, or if he's going to have low potential, because sometimes even the 5-star guys don't actually turn out to be great players. So now we are going to go through the recruiting process. I kind of showed you guys what I have to do for each guy, and now I'm not really going to touch on that again. I'm just going to refer to each player as real life. And so let's get into this class. So this is going to be the 2017 class. Really good offensive class. 3 quarterbacks, 3 running backs, 6 wide receivers, probably the best wide receiver class we have over the whole video. Some really good players. So we're just going to get into this now. So Tua Tagovailoa, he's going to be a 5-star recruit, scrambler archetype, kind of went over him already. USC, UCLA, Arizona State, Stanford, Cal. USC or UCLA, I definitely would like those fits for him a lot. Okay, the next QB prospect is going to be Mac Jones. Now, Mac Jones is from Florida, but played at Alabama, obviously played with Tua and then took over for him. He's going to be a 5-star recruit. And he's going to be looking at Georgia, Clemson, Ohio State, Alabama, and Auburn. Okay, then our third quarterback prospect is going to be Kenny Pickett. Now, Pickett played at Pittsburgh, first round pick by Pittsburgh in the NFL draft. He's going to be a scrambler archetype here. He's a 4-star recruit, 34th player in the country. Here he's only 6 feet tall. We'll up him to like 6'3". And then he's looking at Washington, Liberty, Auburn, Colorado, and Clemson for Kenny. Okay, getting into running backs, the first one we have is Najee Harris. Now, Harris was one of the #1 recruits in the country. He's from California, but ended up playing at Alabama. 5-star recruit, power back archetype. He's going to be the 17th player in the country, and he's looking at UCLA, USC, Oregon, Texas, and Washington. Next up, we have DeAndre Swift. Now, DeAndre Swift is from Pennsylvania, but actually went down to go play at Oregon. Going to be a 5-star recruit, elusive back. He is going to be looking at Cincinnati, Wisconsin, Ohio State, Michigan. So more actually the area of the country he's actually from. And then lastly, we have Travis Etienne. Now, Etienne, superstar at Clemson, played with Trevor Lawrence. He is going to be, he was really good there. Here he's going to be a 5-star recruit, and he's going to be looking at Oklahoma, Georgia, Ohio State, Alabama, and Wisconsin. Okay, now we're going to get into our wide receivers. And the #1 wide receiver prospect in this class is going to be Justin Jefferson. Here he's a 5-star recruit, #1 player in the whole country. Jefferson is from Louisiana. This guy is going to be a deep threat archetype, 5-star recruit. He's going to be looking at Maryland, Ohio State, West Virginia, Notre Dame, and Alabama is his top 5. So next up, we have Devontae Smith. Now, Devontae's from Louisiana, but actually played at Alabama. Here he's going to be a 5-star recruit, unbelievable at Bama, won the Heisman Trophy, going to be a route runner archetype, 11th player in the country, and he's going to be looking at Auburn, Florida State, Tennessee, Georgia, and UAB. Next up, we have T. Higgins. Now, T played at Clemson, plays with Cincinnati right now, was a 2nd-round pick, 5-star recruit, 12th player in the country. Here he's only 5'9", but we're going to up him to like 6'4". And he's looking at Clemson, where he went in real life, then North Carolina State, Vautech, and South Carolina. Okay, then next up, we have CD Lamb. Now, CD played at Texas, but actually went to Oklahoma. Really good at Oklahoma, drafted by the Dallas Cowboys, one of the best receivers in the league right now. He's going to be a 4-star recruit, 39th player in the country, and he's going to be looking at Texas Tech, San Diego State, Colorado State, Tulsa, and TCU. So different group of teams for him. Okay, next up we have Jerry Jeudy. Now, Jeudy played at Alabama, where he was incredible. Ended up being a 1st-round pick by the Broncos in the NFL draft. He is an amazing route runner. Here he's a route runner archetype, 4-star recruit, 58th player in the country. Only 5'8". Here we'll up him to like 6 feet tall, and he's going to be looking at Texas, Texas A&M, TCU, Baylor, and LSU. Then our last wide receiver prospect is going to be Henry Ruggs III. Ruggs was incredible at Bama, part of one of just the best receiving corps of all time. Here he's going to be a 4-star recruit, deep threat archetype. He was a 1st-round pick by the Raiders, obviously got into some really bad trouble off the field, but he's looking at Texas, Texas A&M, LSU, TCU, and Oklahoma. Okay, so that is our receivers. Now we're going to get into our offensive linemen. We have 3 offensive tackles. Now, first up, we have Andrew Thomas. Now, Thomas played at Georgia, 1st-round pick by the Giants in the NFL draft. Here he's going to be a 5-star recruit, 6th player in the country, power archetype, and he's going to be looking at Georgia, Clemson, Ohio State, Alabama, Auburn. Next up, we have Jedrick Wills, played at Bama, 1st-round pick in the NFL draft as well, power archetype, 5-star recruit, going to be looking at Georgia Tech, Auburn, Georgia, Florida State, and Tennessee. And then our last one is going to be Tristan Wirfs. Wirfs, another 1st-round pick, just like the other 2, played at Iowa, and here he's going to be a 4-star recruit, 44th player in the country, and he's looking at Texas, Baylor, A&M, North Texas, and Arkansas. Okay, then we have 2 defensive ends in this class. The first one is going to be Chase Young. Now, here Chase Young is going to be a 4-star recruit, power rusher archetype. Chase played at Ohio State. He's going to be big time prospect right here. He was the 1st overall pick in the NFL draft, and he's going to be looking at LSU, Texas A&M, Auburn, Maryland, and Alabama. Then our other prospect is going to be Jalen Phillips, started at UCLA and then played for the U, got drafted by the Miami Dolphins in the 1st round. Here he's going to be a 4-star recruit, 52nd player in the country, and his #1 school is going to be Miami, then Florida State, UCF, Alabama, Georgia. Okay, then we're going to get into defensive tackles, and we have 3 in this class. The first one is going to be Jeffrey Simmons. Now, he played at Mississippi State, second round pick by the Titans, but now he's one of the best defensive players in the NFL. 5-star recruit, kind of a speed rusher archetype, really good interior pressure. And he's going to be looking at LSU, Texas, Auburn, TCU, and Washington. Next up, we have Derek Brown. Now, Derek Brown played at Auburn, first round pick by the Panthers in the NFL draft, 5-star recruit, number 8 player in the country here, run stopper archetype, and he's going to be looking at Miami, Florida State, Georgia, Texas, and Auburn. Then we have a run stopper archetype, 5-star recruit, and this is going to be Dexter Lawrence. Now, Lawrence played at Clemson, another guy who was I think he was a first-round pick by the Giants. Unbelievable nose tackle. Here he's 6'6", 300. He's actually more like 350 pounds, so we're going to up his size. Run stopper archetype, and he's going to be looking at Miami, Georgia, Texas, Alabama, and Florida State. Okay, then we have 2 linebackers. The first one is going to be Patrick Queen. Now here he's going to be a 5-star recruit. Queen played at LSU, first round pick by the Ravens. Pass coverage archetype. He's looking at Texas, Oklahoma, A&M, Alabama, LSU. Then our other one is going to be Dylan Moses. Now, Moses, 5-star recruit here. He played at Alabama. He was one of the top recruits in the whole country. Then he blew out his knee and wasn't quite as good in college as people thought, but people thought he was going to be the next great linebacker. Field general archetype, 5-star recruit, and he's going to be looking at Oregon, Texas, Oklahoma, Georgia, and Ohio State. So teams all around the country for him. For cornerbacks, we have one, and it is going to be AJ Terrell. Played at Clemson, but he's from Georgia. One of the best corners in the NFL, first round pick by the Falcons. He's going to be a 5-star recruit, 16th player nationally. He's going to be looking at Georgia Tech, Georgia, South Carolina, Charlotte, and Clemson. Okay, so that is kind of what our recruiting class looks like. Now, we are going to check on this again at the midseason point, see where some of these guys sign, and then we'll look at it again at National Signing Day. Now, before we get into the season, usually what I like to do is we'll look at the preseason top 25, and we'll just look at some of the best teams in the country. So we got Texas, Oklahoma, Miami. So Texas won the natty last year. Miami made the natty. Miami has Lamar at quarterback. Wisconsin, Washington, Colorado, Nebraska, Auburn, Oregon with Deshaun Watson, Clemson, Michigan, who has Joe Burrow this year, Florida State, UCF, Ohio State, Stanford, who's starting Justin Herbert. So that is the top 25. We'll also look at preseason All-Americans. So we got Deshaun Watson, first team All-American. Ronnie Stanley on O-line for Oklahoma. Robert Kimdichie, who went to Clemson in this. That is first team. Second team, we got Mari Cooper at Miami. Laquan Treadwell at Texas. Shaq Thompson at Arizona State. Fred Warner at Miami. Leonard Floyd at Florida State. So those are all our All-Americans who are our real-life guys. Now, I also like to kind of just go through the rosters and look at some of the teams and just kind of get a feel. So someone like Arizona State has Shaq Thompson, who's one of the best players in the country, but not a ton else. But then there's teams like Alabama. They have Laramie Tunsil, one of the best O-linemen in the country. Orlando Brown, another really good O-lineman. Dorial Green Beckham at wide receiver. So Bama doesn't have a ton of our guys right now. They got Terry McLaurin, sophomore wideout. But they do have some, and they do have actually a nice QB this year. So that is something to keep an eye on. Another thing you'll notice with this game, guys, the overalls do not get as high as NCAA 14. When I would play that, sometimes you'd have a team with 7, 8, 9, 99s on it. Now, if a guy gets to a 93, 92, even a 91, he is one of the best players in the country. So that is another thing to keep in mind. We got Clemson now. They've had a ton of our guys recently. They actually just lost Marcus Mariota last year, so they had him. But look at how good they are. They've had linebacker, ton of talent, ton of 90s on this team. They got Big Mike Williams as one of their wide receivers, Jabril Peppers as a safety. I think they have another one as well. They got Trevon Diggs, freshman corner. So this team, they got Derwin James, another freshman safety for them. So they have a lot of talent. Not one of our QBs right now, but they have three really good senior quarterbacks. So Clemson is in a very good spot. Florida State has Leonard Floyd, who's one of the best linebackers in the country. They actually have a lot of 90s on this team. They got Calvin Ridley, redshirt freshman wide receiver, and he went up to an 88 overall. Wow. They don't have one of our real life quarterbacks. They also got Nick Bosa, freshman DN. So they have some talent on this team, a sophomore quarterback trying to lead Florida State. Georgia, They got Ronald Darby at corner, Reuben Foster, one of the best linebackers in the country, Christian Wilkins, really good player at D tackle, D end, Von Bell at safety. So they've got a decent amount of our guys. LSU, Roquan Smith at linebacker. I feel like they've gotten some. They did have Jameis Winston a few years ago. They got Miles Sanders at running back. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson at safety as well. That's kind of it for them. Miami, we kind of looked at them, but they're straight up one of the best teams in the country. They could easily win the Natty this year. Fred Warner, Jonathan Allen, Reggie Ragland, Amari Cooper at wide receiver. They have Lamar, obviously, at quarterback. They always have really good D linemen, too. So, yeah, they got Lamar. Who's their running back? Running back's just decent, but Amari Cooper, look at their wide receiver core, 390-plus wide receivers. So, Miami could definitely go on a run this year. Michigan, another team. Look at the talent, 97-year overall. Jalen Smith, one of the best linebackers in the country. Taylor Decker on the O-line. They have Deebo Samuel at wide receiver. They got OJ Howard at tight end. They got Mekhi Becton at O-line. They got Joe Burrow and Sam Darnold and, I forgot, and they have Dwayne Haskins. So they have 3 of our real-life QBs this year. They're going to be starting Joe Burrow, and Michigan, I would love for them to go on a run, and I really want to watch them play. Actually, I think they have one of our running backs too. I think they have Saquon. They do. Saquon hasn't, this is one thing. So when you can look at these guys too. So here's Saquon Barkley. There's also this thing, the development trait. So this lets you know how well they can actually develop. So it can be like star, impact, but it also can be normal, where they're just going to develop like a normal player. So they have a less chance of actually being a superstar. So I can't have any control over that. So it can be really random a little bit on who actually is going to develop into being really, really good players. Nebraska, they got Joey Bosa, so Nick's brother. That might be kind of, and they got Ed Oliver. And then they also got Jalen Hurts. So Hurts isn't going to start this year, but Jalen is going to be their third quarterback, and both guys ahead of him are seniors. So he's a really good chance to start next year. But when you look at Jalen, he has impact development trait, develops at a faster than normal rate, it says. So, and now with this game too, there's also abilities these guys have. So he's a field general, team player. He has physical abilities as well. And I have no control over those as well. They're all random. So there is more randomness with this on who's going to develop to actually be a really, really good player. Okay. Ohio State. I don't know if Ohio State really has any of our dudes right now. They have Clelin Ferrell. They've had some really good teams over the years, some good fun QBs. They had Terrell Pryor, who was really good for them for a few years. Oregon, they got Deshaun Watson, Josh Garnett, center. Josh Allen is their backup QB. So Deshaun's a junior. Josh Allen's a redshirt freshman. So if Deshaun comes back next year, they'll start Deshaun for 1 year, and then Josh could start for 2 years, or could see Josh start for them for 3 years. So they are completely set at quarterback for the foreseeable future. Stanford has had a crazy run of our QBs. They went from Andrew Luck, who was one of the best players we had in the whole sim, won a national championship, started for 4 years. Then they just had Jared Goff, who started for them for 3 years, one of the best players in the country. Now they got true freshman Justin Herbert, who's going to start for them. He has elite development trait, 5-star recruit, really good abilities. So Justin Herbert probably is going to turn out to be really, really nasty. TCU, this is one of the teams we need to keep our eye on. Actually with Stanford as well. They have Nick Chubb at running back. So junior running back, really nice running back to pair with Herbert right now. TCU, this is another team we have to keep a tab on. They got Patrick frickin' Mahomes at QB, 89 overall. He's been very good so far. They got Dalvin Cook, one of the best running backs in the country. And they got DK Metcalf coming in as a freshman wide receiver. He was a 5-star recruit, one of the top recruits in the whole country. He's got star development traits, so he could play with Mahomes for 2 years as well. So TCU could definitely go on a run here. Texas, this is another team we have to keep our eye on. They got Laquan Treadwell. They have De'Aaron Payne. They got, they had Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett must have left early, but their QB room is super interesting. So they have JT Barrett, they have Kyler Murray as his backup, and they have Josh Rosen. So right now, JT Barrett is holding off Kyler Murray to be the starter, but Kyler's got impact development trait. He was a 5-star, one of the top recruits in the country. He's got 93 speed. We'll see if JT Barrett leaves early for the draft, something like that. We might see Kyler Murray be the starter next year as well. So we'll have to see on that. That is going to be kind of our big teams we are taking. USC's done nothing. They have really not recruited anybody. Washington, Wisconsin usually gets a few of our guys. Yeah, they have Claypool and DJ Moore, but this is the thing. So DJ Moore, he's a sophomore and he's only a 71 overall, and normal development trait. He was a 4-star recruit, big time recruit, but he just didn't turn out to be a good player. So that is something that can totally happen as well. So there it is, guys. That's kind of the rundown of the first season. Obviously, I don't talk this much and explain everything, but I just do it on the first season of each one of these videos so you guys can get an idea on what is happening. Now what we're going to do, so here's the Heisman race as well. The Heisman can be really sketchy in this. They give it to like receivers all the time, but we are going to sim to about the midway season point. Then we're going to look at the top 25, see how the teams are doing. Then we are going to also look at recruiting, see where our recruits are signing. And then we will sim again, go to the college football playoff, and we'll watch 2 games live this year. Usually I watch 3. Because it's the first season of this video and I have to do this long spiel at the start, we'll just do 2, and then in all the following years we'll watch 3 games live. All right, so here we are, midway point. We'll look at the recruiting first here. So we'll just go through our recruits. So first up, we have Tua Tagovailoa, and he locks in at USC. I really like that fit. They have not gotten a big-time recruit, so there we go. They have no one's kind of standing in his way. He can just hop in right away. I love it. Okay, then we have Mac Jones, and he's going to go to Clemson. So Clemson gets a nice 5-star passing quarterback. Really like that fit. Then we have Kenny Pickett, and he's still up for grabs. So 4-star, he's looking at Colorado Tech and Liberty as his top 3. Now we're moving on to running backs, and the first one is Najee Harris, and he goes to Oregon. Oregon is killing it. So they have him and Josh Allen as young guys. They still are going to have Deshaun Watson for a year. Love that fit. Then we have DeAndre Swift, and he's going to go to Michigan. Picks them over Wisconsin. They have Joe Burrow. They have Saquon. They have Debo. They have Sam Darnold, Dwayne Haskins. They are getting so many of our guys on offense. Then lastly, we have Travis Etienne. He is still up for grabs. He's looking at Alabama, Georgia, and Ohio State. So 3 of the biggest schools in the country. Okay, now we'll move to wide receivers. Number 1 receiver in the country, Justin Jefferson, and he is still up for grabs. He's looking at Maryland, Charlotte, or Penn State. So kind of a weird group of schools, but there we go. Next up, we have Devontae Smith. He's still up for grabs as well. He's looking at Florida State, Tennessee, and West Virginia. Then we have T. Higgins, and he locks in at Clemson, his real life school. So he's going to go play with Mac Jones. Like that fit. Next up, we have CD Lamb, and he's going to go to Texas Tech. So Texas Tech over Tulane. They get a big time receiver prospect. Then TCU locks up Jerry Jeudy. They got DK Metcalf in last year's class, so they get 2 absolutely nasty wide receivers. And then the last one here is going to be Henry Ruggs, and he's looking at Arizona State, Texas A&M, and Texas as his top 3. Okay, here we have offensive line, and we have Andrew Thomas, and he locks in at Bama, picks them over Georgia and Clemson. Then we got Jedrick Wills, and he's going to go to Clemson. So locked in there over Ole Miss and Tennessee. So Mac Jones, T. Higgins, and Wills go there. And then Tristan Wirfs goes to North Texas. North Texas picks them over Texas and Arkansas. Our 2 DNs. First up, we have Chase Young, and he locks in at Maryland. That's funny because that's actually the state that Chase Young is from. Picks them over LSU. And then Jalen Phillips goes to Miami. So went there in real life. They get a nice 4-star D end. Okay, D tackles. Number 1 D tackle, Jeffrey Simmons. He is looking at TCU, LSU, and Texas as his top 3. Looks like TCU has the inside track. Then we have Derek Brown, and he locks in at Georgia. Just picks them over Florida State. And then Dexter Lawrence still up for grabs here. He's looking at Florida State, Georgia, and Miami. Okay, linebackers. First one we got is Patrick Queen, and he locks in at Texas, picks them over TCU and Texas A&M. And then Dylan Moses picks Oregon over USC and Texas. So Oregon getting some wicked recruits here. And then we're going to wrap it up with AJ Terrell at corner, and he's looking at Georgia, Clemson, and Georgia Tech as his top 3. So now we are going to look at that again at the end of the year and just see where everybody kind of locks in. Now we're going to look at the top 25 here. So we got Miami, 8-1, number one team with Lamar. Oregon, 7-1 with Deshaun Watson. Michigan, 6-2 with Joe Burrow. Florida State, Clemson, Texas in the running here. Liberty, 8-0. Oklahoma, Notre Dame, 9-0. Ohio State, Stanford, 5-3. I'd like them to get a little better. Maybe see Justin Herbert as a freshman make the playoff. But that's our top 25. We'll look at the Heisman watch here. So there it is. A bunch of kind of not random, but auto gem players plus Amari Cooper. They have 2 wide receivers who must be putting up crazy stats in Miami because they're both on the list. Now we'll just do a little bit of looking at stats here. We'll do a deeper dive on the stats at the end of the year. I just kind of usually like to take a little peek here. 360 yards a game for Lamar Jackson. So Lamar is killing it at Miami. Looks like he might be injured. I don't know for how long, but absolutely killing it. 360 a game. We got Justin Herbert as a true freshman, 23 touchdowns, 5 picks, 318 a game. Patrick Mahomes, 310 yards a game. Would love TCU to go on a run this year. Oregon, Deshaun Watson, he's killing it. Joe Burrow as a true freshman, 280 a game, 17 touchdowns, 5 picks at Michigan. Running backs, do we have anything high? Nothing too crazy for running backs right now. Receiving, wow, this guy's averaging 142 a game. Amari Cooper's at 125 a game with 14 touchdowns. Look at their 2 receivers here, 1,000 and 1,100 yards already, both at over 110 yards a game. So those guys are absolutely killing it. Do we have any other receivers high? Calvin Ridley at Florida State, off to a nice start. So now what we're going to do, we're going to sim to conference championship weekend. If there's a really good conference championship game, we'll watch that. If not, we'll just start getting into the playoff. Okay, conference championship weekend, Kansas State, Cincinnati, Auburn, Texas. So Texas might not make the playoff here. Vautech, Miami, Washington, Wisconsin. So nothing there I really want to watch. Hopefully Texas beats Auburn and they make the dance just because they got lots of our guys. But we are going to advance to the next week and we'll look what the college football playoff is looking like. Okay, so let's look at the bracket. Miami makes it as the number 1 seed along with Auburn, Washington, and Kansas State. Oregon makes it. Oklahoma, Baylor, Wisconsin, UCF. So Oregon and Miami are probably the 2 teams that I want to keep my eye on the most. But yeah, looks like a pretty decent bracket. We have never got to watch Deshaun Watson ever. So I think we're going to watch Oregon, Notre Dame here, and then we'll probably sim, because I only want to watch 2 games for this first season. Then we'll probably sim to the national championship, but we are going to check out, Oregon, Notre Dame, watch Deshaun Watson, see what he can do for the Ducks. So the Heisman goes to the wide receiver, not Amari, the other one from Miami. It goes to wide receivers all the time. I don't look at it a ton as far as it really mattering for this. Hopefully they adjust that a little bit. Okay, we are going to watch Oregon versus Notre Dame here. 2 really good teams. I think they're both 12-1. You'd think Oregon should have the advantage here. They look very good on paper, but we will see. At Outson Stadium, so this is going to be even tougher for the Irish. Okay, we're going to sim through the first quarter, then we'll start watching in the second. So 3-0 Oregon here. There we go. Okay, 3-0 after 1. Okay, 3rd and 10 here for Notre Dame. So we'll watch from right here. They are almost in field goal, maybe even in field goal range. So even if you can get 5 more yards, you'll really be able to kick a field. Looks like they're setting up a screen pass, hit as he throws. So the Oregon D-line broke through, wouldn't even let him set up that screen. And they kick a field goal and make it from 50 yards out. Now Oregon ball, we got 3rd and 8 already here for the Ducks. Deshaun Watson in at quarterback. Let's see what Deshaun's got. So drops back, stands tall, fires it. That's an incomplete pass. Deshaun gets broken up there. Okay, we'll keep advancing. Notre Dame, 3rd and 5. They punt over to Oregon, 2nd and 8, 3rd and 5 for them. They punt, so got a few punts here. Long run, 3rd and 3 here. Notre Dame in Oregon territory. Once again, now they're probably out of field goal range. They probably need a first down in order to kick one. Might even be 4 down territory if you don't pick it up. Bit of a blitz, slant in behind it. He holds on. Great catch there by the Notre Dame receiver. Holds on to that football. 2nd and 7, 3rd and 7. And they get a touchdown. So there's a 27-yard touchdown for the Irish. Oregon is down here. They need to get going on offense here. 3rd and 3, 4th and 3, they're punting again. And then Notre Dame hits a 27-yard catch, 2nd and 7, 3rd and inches, 1st and 10, 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, 1st and goal from the 7. We're just going to watch from here. So 1:45 left. Notre Dame could absolutely put their foot on Oregon's throat here. End zone touchdown, Irish. What is going on? Oregon, you're the number 3 seed in the whole country and you're getting blown out at home. Deshaun Watson better do something right here. Okay, start with a 1-yard reception and then a sack. Wow, 3rd and 14. Deshaun, do you have some magic here? Because you are not playing great, my guy. 3rd and 14. Notre Dame could go get more points if you punt here. They're just going to run the ball. Oh, that is some coward shit right there. I hate that. So we are going to sim through the 3rd and get into the 4th. And then if it's close, we'll start watching. 24-10. Okay, a lot happened there. It is now 24-19. So Oregon is down. They just hit a 19-yard reception, though. 2nd and 5, 3rd and inches from the 13. So that Oregon can actually take the lead here. So down, I think they were down 24-10 at one point. They were down 17-3. So Oregon trying to get a comeback here. 3rd and inches, throw it. Oh, threw it into coverage, not able to complete it. I mean, I don't know if they're going to go. I would probably go for this. 4th and inches, and they are They're going to go I form, under center, goal line look here. Let's see if they can just pound this in. They're going to run toss. I hate that call. And the fullback didn't block the guy, but he breaks the tackle in the end. Oh my gosh. I don't know what the fullback was doing. That was freaking awful, but breaks the tackle. Now we have 3rd and goal from the 3. Oregon trying to take the lead here with 8:35 left. Okay, drops back, end zone, holds on, touchdown. So Deshaun fires that in for the score. Touchdown Ducks. They take the lead over Notre Dame by 1. So they went for 2-point, didn't get it. Nice return there. 1st and 15, 2nd and 13. Big 3rd down here for Notre Dame. Can you convert here? Stadium is getting loud. You can see the stadium pulse going up in the corner. They're on the road. This is a tough environment. Up over the top, wide open, touchdown. That's going to be a score. He beat the press, gets up over the top of that Oregon corner. I think that's Jalen Ramsey, actually. I forgot he's playing for them. I believe that was Jalen Ramsey who got beat over the top there. Wow. That is tough. So now it's a 7-point Notre Dame lead. Oregon gets the ball back, 2nd and 12, 3rd and 9, and they have to punt it back to Notre Dame. 2nd and 5, they're 3rd and 5, 4th and 1. They're going to punt. Oregon actually gets a nice return there. They have this at about midfield. And then they score. 50-yard touchdown pass from Deshaun Watson. Now Notre Dame ball. 1st and 15, 1st and 10, 2nd and 7. They hit another pass, 1st and 10, 2nd and 9, 3rd and 6. 4 minutes left. They're going to run a screen pass. They get it off this time. He does have blockers. Nice open field tackle by the Ducks, though. Probably going to have to punt this now if you're Notre Dame. They do. They punt it, touchback. So now Deshaun has a chance to go lead a drive. He hits a 13-yard pass, 2nd and 9. A penalty on the Notre Dame defense, 2nd and 6, 3rd and 6 on the 40. So absolutely massive play here. Deshaun drops back, has time up on the corner, running back breaks the tackle. He steps out though. If he stays in bounds, he might be gone up the sideline. Okay, under 2 minutes now. Notre Dame 2nd and 8, 3rd and 10. So they are in field goal range, not a chip shot, but a pretty makeable field goal. But if you're Oregon, you want to go get 7. They're going to hand it off though. He's got room, breaks the tackle. That's a 1st down. And Notre Dame has to use their 2nd last timeout. Notre Dame is on the ropes here now. So that's a 2-yard run, 3rd and 6 here. Notre Dame's going to be out of timeout, so they just need a stop here. They can maybe get the ball back with like 20 seconds left, down 3. So they are in a tough spot. Fake jet touch pass, going to run the football. A 1st down ends this one basically. So now Oregon just has to kick a field goal to win it. Jump to the next play. 2nd and goal from the 1. Oh, and they actually let him in and score a touchdown there. So it actually was a bad job by Oregon, because now Notre Dame, they had 40 seconds to try to get a touchdown. 2nd and 19, 3rd and 7 with 19 seconds left. We can watch here. Probably not going to happen, but you never know. They're going empty. They got to get this ball off quick. Got to go deep over the top. He's buying time. Hit as he throws. Wow, he had a lot of guys down there. If he was able to not get hit there, you never know. That actually could have been a huge play. Okay, we'll watch one more play here. 9 seconds left. 4th and 7. This is it unless they score. Oh, wow. Down the seam. So they have to hurry to the line here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They don't get it off, and Oregon wins. They advance to the quarterfinal. Notre Dame had a chance to win it. They were up big at one point. Deshaun had a good day, 400 yards. Didn't throw the ball a ton, but when he did, he played well. 17 yards on the ground as well. Oh, they also have Joe Mixon as their backup running back. I forgot about that. Receiving, none of our receivers. So yeah, that is where we are sitting. So Oregon advances. Okay, now we are going to advance to the next round. We'll see where we're at. We'll see our matchups. Okay, so bracket here, we got Oregon versus Auburn, Miami, Cincinnati, Wisconsin, Kansas State, Washington, Oklahoma. Kind of the dream here would be Miami versus Oregon in the next round would be cool. We might even have to watch that if that's the matchup. Lamar versus Deshaun. Okay, let's look at the bracket. We do have Oregon versus Miami. We got to watch that game. I said we're only going to watch 2 games in this just because I got to keep the pace up, make these videos not crazy long. We're going to watch this game and then we'll probably watch a little bit of the Natty. Maybe we'll just watch some of the 4th quarter of the Natty if it's close. Okay, this is an absolutely massive game. Both teams are 13-1, 89 versus 88. Miami made the national championship and lost to Texas last year. So they're trying to go back to back. They have Lamar Jackson. We got Deshaun Watson for the Oregon Ducks. So this is a dream matchup. This is why I want to do these sims. Miami also has Amari Cooper, a ton of guys on defense. Oregon doesn't have quite as many of our guys right now. They have Joe Mixon. They have Josh Allen as their backup QB. But just even having Deshaun alone makes it a great matchup, and just both teams are really good. Okay, so simming through the first quarter here, and we have a 10-7 Miami lead. So Miami's got the lead here, but very close game. We're going to start watching now in the second quarter. 2nd and 8. Miami's trying to drive here. 11-yard reception. 3rd and 9 on the 45. So we'll watch from right here. Lamar, shotgun look, 2-by-2 spread. 8:30 left in the second quarter. They're up 3. Drops back, ton of time. He's going to tuck it and run. Lamar in the open field, makes a guy miss, picks up a nice gain. So we get to see Lamar use his legs there and pick up 14 on 3rd and 9. And then the 2 plays later, they hit a 32-yard touchdown. We have a 17-7 lead for Miami. Oregon's got to answer back, and they start with a sack by Jonathan Allen. So a real-life guy gets a sack. Okay, so it's going to be 3rd and 10 here. We're going to watch from here. So big 3rd down for Oregon. Deshaun, what can you do for us here, my guy? Okay, gonna hand it off. I hate that. Wow, lose a bunch of yards. This guy's ran the ball 9 times for -1 yards for Oregon. Maybe throw the football, guys. Okay, Miami ball. They can take a big lead here. 3rd and 6. They convert. 2nd and 12. 3rd and 14. Okay, we saw Lamar already get 1 big 3rd down conversion. He's got Amari Cooper out there. Let's see if he can get another one here. Direct in traffic. Drops back, stands tall, fires over the middle, wide open. Nice throw. I think that's that School guy. Yeah, Dalton School. That's the guy who won the Heisman, I believe. So he's got just a ton of weapons for him to throw to. It's going to be 17-7 here. Chance to go get more. 3rd and 1. They convert. 2nd and 13, 3rd and 15. But we've already seen 2 huge 3rd down conversions from Lamar. Let's see if he can do it again. It is 17-7. They could go up 24-7 on the Ducks here. Miami made the Natty. Okay, they're setting up a screen pass. Ooh, he's got breaks the tackle. I think that's Amari Cooper. It was Amari. He gets 11 there. Probably not enough where you're going to go for it on 4th down. Probably just take your 3, go up 20-7. Okay, now pressure's on Oregon. You got to do something here. 3rd and 10 already. Okay, Deshaun drops back. Fires it underneath. Linebacker was there. Wow, really nice open field tackle, though. The linebacker was chasing him down. Then the other guy comes up. That was Joe Mixon, actually, in the flat. Wasn't able to pick up the 1st down, but they go for... Oh, no, they don't. They punt. Okay, so 53-yard punt. Then Lamar picks up a 1st down. Another big gain, 29-yard reception for Amari. Another huge pass, a 30-yard pass. They got it down to the 4-yard line. Okay, drops back. End zone touchdown. Amari Cooper, Lamar Jackson. He's doing snow angels in the end zone, it looks like. And Amari is in. Miami looks like a well-oiled machine. Can Oregon do something before the half here? They do get a nice pass, 2nd and 18, and that is going to give us the half. Deshaun gets sacked. It is 27-7. We are going to sim through the third quarter here, and if it's close in the fourth, we'll watch. 27-14. Okay, 27-21. Oregon is coming back. So they get 2 touchdowns in that quarter. Miami gets nothing, and Miami's about to punt here back to Oregon. 2nd and 7, 3rd and 3. They're going to punt. Miami ball 2nd and 8, 3rd and 11. They're going to punt. 2nd and 7, 3rd and 7. Oregon's going to punt, so we're just punting back and forth. 2nd and 10, 3rd and 6. We'll watch Miami here. Can get this conversion? So teams are just kind of punting back and forth here. Bunch of 3 and outs. Let's see if Miami can convert here on 3rd down, though. Amari's got at the bottom of the screen. Lamar's going to do a little half roll, sitting down in the zone. Really nice play design there. Really good zone beater. Lamar's up to 253 yards and 3 scores. There's a 18-yard run. 2nd and 10, 3rd and 13. We've seen Lamar hit some big 3rd downs. Let's see if he can do it again. So pistol, single back behind him. Lamar drops back, fires up over the top into traffic. Really good play by Oregon to knock that ball out into traffic. And Oregon's going to get this ball back down 6. So they actually can take a lead here. 1st and 10, 2nd and 7, 1st and 10, 2nd and 8, 3rd and 5 at midfield. 4 minutes left. Deshaun Watson trying to win or go to a national championship here. Let's see. So Deshaun, little pop pass over the middle. That was into traffic and it's hit and dropped. A lot of bodies there to kind of throw that little pop pass there. Not able to convert. Going to be a touchback. 2nd and 16, 3rd and 6 for Miami. Huge play. Up 6, 3:27 left. You got a 1st down here. You can really start eating clock. Lamar going to hand it off. Got a lead blocker out front. Picks up a block and more. Huge run there. Ran a little HB base. Guard pulls around. Kicks the guy out. And they are able to get a massive gain there all the way out to the 48-yard line. That's a 24-yard run. Huge play. Pass dropped, 2nd and 20, penalty on the offense, 3rd and 20. Okay, so now they are just going backwards here. Probably just going to run this ball if I had to guess and just make this go down to the 2-minute warning. Or maybe they'll get aggressive. They are going to get a little more aggressive than I thought. Lamar, take off. He's got speed. I don't think he has enough speed. He's just going to go down. So that's actually a good play. Keep the clock moving. Going to get down to the 2-minute warning, but Oregon has a 2-minute drill here to go and try to win a national championship. They get a punt return out to like the 40-yard line. 2nd and 6. Fumble recovered by Miami. Oh my God, that might do it. 2nd and 12, 3rd and 14. Oregon has 1 timeout, so they can stop the clock here if Miami runs it. Wow, that is just horrible though. Okay, they're going to run the ball. You need to make a tackle. There you go. So you can stop the clock. You're going to be down 6, no timeouts, but that's plenty of time for Deshaun Watson to go try to drive down and make a play. And the crazy thing is they win it with a touchdown and an extra point. So 44-yard punt, 9-yard return. Started off with an 18-yard reception, then a 15-yard reception. Then, okay, we got 30 seconds left. We're going to watch from here. So, oh God. Wow, why did that just... Okay, that just took all their time away. I don't really know why that happens. They got to go end zone here. Yeah, so you got to go all the way to the end zone here, Deshaun. Oh, that is... Okay. Bit of a wild end there. Miami wins it. They're going to go to the national championship for their 2nd straight year, led by Lamar Jackson, their sophomore quarterback. Can they get it done this time? He's player of the game, has a nice day. 3 touchdowns, 260 yards. Would have had another like 40 yards rushing as well. We'll look at some of the stats. Lamar, nice day, like I said. He also ran for 53 yards. Amari had 107. School had 82. Deshaun was not as good. Deshaun, 15 to 20, did have 2 touchdowns. They couldn't really run the ball, though. 24 rushes for 36 yards. Like, they literally could not run the ball. They're averaging 1.5 yards a rush. That is horrible. So that was the difference. Miami just controlled the line of scrimmage, take home the W. Okay, we're going to see who Miami plays here. So it's going to be Kansas State versus Miami in the national championship. Okay, so I'm just going to go to the 4th quarter in this game just because, like I said, first season, this is getting pretty long. So I just kind of rip through this, and then next year we'll watch all 3 full games, or kind of how I watch the games as well. Okay, we're going to go through the first quarter, and we got a 7-0 Kansas State lead. Let's go to half. So we have a 14-10 Kansas State lead. Let's go to the 4th quarter. Okay, 19-14 lead for Miami. They got 3rd and 2 here in scoring range. On 4th and 1. Okay, so they're trying to go end zone here. They're up 5. Try to go up 2 scores. And hand this ball off. Wow, I do not like that call. That wide run. Oh, that was ugly. Did not enjoy that. If you want to run right downhill. Get half a yard. 2nd 9, 3rd and 8. Kansas State's going to punt. Miami ball, 3rd and 9. They're going to punt. 2nd and 8, 3rd and 5. They pick it up. 2nd and 6, 3rd and 3 here for K-State. 4th and 3. They're going to punt. Miami, 2nd and 9, 3rd and 7. Let's see what Lamar's got here. You're up 5, kind of in your own end, so you don't want to get too aggressive with it. They could run or do a screen pass for sure. I'd like to see them go for it, though. They are just going to hand this ball off. Wow, that's a first down. Wow, 3rd and 7. You can just run inside zone, pick up the first down there. That's tough for Kansas State. 2nd and 7, and boom, 70-yard run by Amari Cooper to go up 2 scores. Pressure on K-State now, 3rd and 14, 4th and 11, and they go for it. Miami ball here. This one's going to be basically over here. Miami can put this one on ice. Trips to the top of the screen. Probably just going to run the ball here if I had to guess. You don't want to throw a pick, have a bad turnover. Oh, they're going to run read option with Lamar, get downhill, picks up the first down, tries to truck stick a guy. And that really is going to do it. Miami is going to win the national championship after coming up short against Texas last year. 3rd and 4, 4th and 5. That's going to do it. And Miami gets this done. They win the national championship led by Lamar Jackson. Beats Deshaun Watson in the semifinal. Big win. That is going to be Oregon's 2nd national championship. They won in 2008. So now Oregon, Stanford, and Texas each have 2. So they had 377 yards offense. Lamar didn't really throw the ball much. 15 attempts, did have 2 touchdowns. Lamar had 74 yards rushing. Amari had 77. Just kind of moving the ball that way. That is going to be Amari's last ever college game. So he's a senior. He has a 59 yards receiving and a touchdown, a 70-yard rushing touchdown, wins a national championship in his last college game. So that is a nice send-off for Amari. Lamar's only a sophomore, so he's for sure back next year for Miami as well. Okay, just getting into our end of year wrap up now. Final top 25, Miami, Kansas State, Oregon, Liberty, Washington, Wisconsin, Oklahoma. Clemson's right there, UCF, Texas, 8 and 6, Michigan and Stanford. Those are 2 teams I thought would have had a better run in them. Look at Michigan, 90 overall. You go 9 and 4, don't make it. Keep our eye on them next year. Let's look at All-Americans. Wow. Ronnie Stanley on O-line. Shaq Thompson, Arizona State linebacker. First team, second team. Not a lot. Robert Kimdichie, Fred Warner, Leonard Floyd on defense. Freshman. Justin Herbert at Stanford. Oregon's running back. Calvin Ridley at Florida State. And that is where we're at. Okay. Now we'll just look at some season stats here. Offense. Number 1 offense in the country, Clemson. Then Miami, UAB, Appalachian State, Notre Dame, North Texas. Defensively, UNLV, Appalachian State, Liberty, Nevada, Michigan. So look at just some QB stats. So Lamar, most passing yards per game, 40 touchdowns, 6 picks. Patrick Mahomes, nice year, 313 yards. I really hope he comes back for his senior year. I hope him and Deshaun both do. Justin Herbert, almost 300 yards a game, 39 touchdowns, 7 picks as a freshman. Burrow not far behind, 30 touchdowns, 8 picks, 285 yards as a freshman. JT Barrett, Texas, nice year. Deshaun Watson, they run the ball quite a bit at Oregon, but he had a nice year, 49 touchdowns, 6 picks. Rushing, I don't think we had any running back really have a big year this year. Ronald Jones at Texas had a decent year. Receiving, Amari Cooper, this Washington receiver, 1,700 yards. Amari, 1,600, 19 touchdowns as a senior. What a year. Their other guy had 1,400 yards and 19 touchdowns. Crazy. Calvin Ridley, over 1,000 yards as a freshman. Big Mike Williams, almost 1,000 yards at Clemson. Tyreek Hill, who's at Duke, almost 1,000 yards. He's a junior. Okay, we'll look at defense here. So that's tackles, TFLs, QB sacks. There's interceptions. None of our guys super high. Okay, now we're going to get into the off season here, and we are going to go to National Signing Day, and we're basically going to look at where all these guys end up signing, and we're going to look at the transfer portal and see if any of our guys transferred out and went to other schools across the country. First, we'll look at the transfer portal. Usually there's 1 or 2, sometimes 3 guys of our real life guys who will transfer out. They'll just kind of go down. So Tremaine Edmonds, he was at Texas Tech. He's going to go to Michigan. So they get a nice linebacker. They have just so much talent. Really hope they go on a run next year. We got Connor Williams leaves Texas Tech for Texas. He was a freshman too. So nice O-lineman going to Texas. Miles Sanders leaves LSU after 1 year to go to Alabama. So Bama gets a big time running back. He was the #1 running back recruit in the class 2 years ago. So there we go. That's a few of our real life guys leaving. Let's wrap it up with recruits here. So Tua ends up at USC. Mac Jones does stay at Clemson. I've had guys where they'll switch their recruits and flip-flop a little bit. So just sometimes guys will flip. So we always got to be looking out for that. Texas Tech lands Kenny Pickett. So Kenny Pickett going to Tech. Running back, Oregon, going to get Najee. DeAndre Swift going to go to Michigan. And then Alabama gets Etienne. And they just got Miles Sanders. So they're getting a couple of really nice backs for Bama. Okay, wide receivers, and Penn State locks up Justin Jefferson. So nice pickup there. Devontae Smith is going to go to Florida State. They already have Calvin Ridley. So they got a couple of nice wide receivers there. They need a QB though. We knew T. Higgins going to go to Clemson. CeeDee Lamb going to go to Texas Tech. They got the quarterback as well. They got Kenny Pickett. So there we go. Then TCU we knew gets Jerry Jeudy along with DK Metcalf last year. And then Arizona State is going to get Henry Ruggs. Offensive lineman, Andrew Thomas going to go to Bama. Clemson gets Jedrick Wills. And Tristan Wirfs ends up at Texas. So nice pickup for them. Go on to defensive ends, and Chase Young is going to go to Maryland. Jalen Phillips going to go to national champions Miami. Jeffrey Simmons is going to go to TCU. Derek Brown's going to go to Georgia. And then Dexter Lawrence, the big nose tackle, is going to go to Florida State. Patrick Queen, we already knew was going to Texas. Oregon is going to get Dylan Moses. And then to wrap it up with our cornerbacks, Clemson is going to hold on to AJ Terrell where he went in real life. So that is where we're going to wrap up season 1. Basically, now I'm just going to put these guys on their teams and we're going to get into season 2. Okay, here we are getting into the next season. So we have the 2018 recruits here. Oregon is coming off a national championship. Let's just get into this right now. So very good class. This is up there with the best classes we will have over the whole sim. Really good quarterbacks, receivers, defensive line, corners are probably the really standout positions. Now for QBs, we got 4, but there is 2 at the top that are the, ultimate here we go QBs. So the first one is going to be Justin Fields. Now Fields was the #2 player in his class, #2 quarterback, ended up going to Georgia before transferring to Ohio State. First round pick by the Chicago Bears. He is an improviser 5-star looking at Alabama, Texas, Auburn, Florida State, and USC. The #1 real life recruit in his class. He's going to be the #2 quarterback here is going to be Trevor Lawrence. They are both from Georgia. He ends up going to Clemson, #1 overall pick by the Jaguars in the NFL draft. He's going to be a 5-star recruit, 14th overall player. He's only 6'1" here. We're going to up him to like 6'5", and he's looking at Miami, Georgia, Florida, Alabama, UCF. So 2 just absolute blue chip QBs at the top. Then we have 2 other QBs in the class. So the first one is going to be Joe Milton. Now, Joe Milton was a big time recruit out of Florida, ended up going to Michigan before transferring to Tennessee. Never really had a great college career, but he's an insane talent, has maybe the best arm in the world. Like, it's actually insane. So he's going to be from Florida, 4-star recruit. He's going to be looking at Florida State, Auburn, Florida, Georgia, and UCF. Then our other QB is going to be Will Levis. Now, Will Levis, 2nd round pick by the Titans, started at Penn State. I think he was a 5-star, definitely like a 4-star recruit, went to Penn State, then transferred to Kentucky, had a couple pretty good years there, 2nd round pick by the Titans. He's going to be a 4-star recruit, TCU, Texas, Houston, Baylor, and Utah State for him. Okay, then we got 2 running back recruits in this class. The first one is going to be James Cook, brother of Dalvin Cook. He went to Georgia, got drafted by the Bills in the 2nd round, receiving back archetype, 4-star recruit, looking at Alabama, Auburn, Georgia, LSU, Clemson. Then our other one is going to be another 4-star recruit, power back, and this is going to be Damian Pierce. Now, Pierce played at Florida. He's actually from the state of Georgia, though. Got drafted by the Texans in the 2nd round, I believe, or 2nd or 3rd round, looking at Arkansas, Oklahoma, Alabama, Auburn, and Baylor. Okay, getting into our wide receivers. And the number one wide receiver in the class is going to be Jamar Chase. He's going to be a 5-star recruit, number 2 player in the country. Obviously played at LSU, was incredible. Top 5-10 pick by the Bengals in the NFL draft. Route runner archetype. We're going to make him a little bigger than this. And his top schools are Auburn, LSU, Alabama, Florida State, and Mississippi State. Next up, we have Terrence Marshall. He's actually going to be a 5-star recruit here. He also played at LSU, was a 2nd-round pick by the Panthers. He's going to be a physical archetype, 6'4". He's going to be looking at LSU, Mississippi State, Auburn, Florida State, and Bama. Next up, we have Justin Ross. Now, Ross played at Clemson, really good in college, dealt with some injuries, but here he's going to be a 5-star recruit. He's big, going to up him to like 6'4". He's going to be looking at Florida, Miami, Florida State, Georgia, UCF. Then our last one is going to be Jalen Waddle. Waddle's from Texas, but actually played at Alabama. Deep threat archetype, we're going to drop his size down to like 5'10", but deep threat archetype, 4-star recruit, 52nd player in the country. He's looking at Texas, SMU, Oklahoma, Texas A&M, and Texas Tech. Okay, moving into tight ends, and we got one tight end, real life tight end, and it is Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts went to Florida, but he's actually from Pennsylvania. Went to Florida, really good career there, top 5 pick, maybe the best tight end prospect we've seen in 10, 15 years. Hasn't been incredible at the NFL so far, but he's still young. Gonna be a 5-star recruit, 6'5", 237, looking at Colorado, Utah, BYU, Wisconsin, and USC. Okay, we have one offensive lineman in this class. He's going to be a 5-star recruit, number 6 player in the country, and that is Penei Sewell. Penei played at Oregon. He's actually from American Samoa. Obviously, there's not a lot of guys from American Samoa. I don't even know if that's an option for a recruit to be from in this game, but that's where he's from. Went to Oregon, going to be a power offensive tackle, got drafted by the Lions in the top 10. He's going to be looking at Texas, USC, Texas A&M, Wisconsin, and Penn State. So teams all around the country for him. Okay, no more offensive linemen, but we do have 4 defensive linemen. The first one is going to be Micah Parsons. Now, Parsons is from Pennsylvania, played at Penn State, maybe the best defensive player in the NFL right now. Top 15 pick by the Cowboys. Going to be a speed rusher archetype, 5-star recruit. He's going to be looking at Purdue, Wisconsin, Michigan State, Cincinnati, and Michigan. Next up, we have Gregory Rousseau. Rousseau is from Florida, played at Miami. He's going to be a power rusher here, 5-star recruit, 7th player in the country. He got drafted by the Bills in the 2nd round. He's looking at Kansas State, TCU, Oklahoma, Nebraska, Missouri. Next up, we have Aiden Hutchinson. Now, Hutchinson is from Michigan, played for the Wolverines, 2nd overall pick by the Lions in the NFL draft. Going to be a 5-star recruit, number 9 player in the country. Here he's going to be looking at Kentucky, Ohio State, Michigan, Syracuse are his top schools. And then our last defensive end is going to be Azeez Ojulari. He's going to be from Georgia, played at Georgia, going to be a 4-star recruit here. He's going to be looking at Ole Miss, Bama, Mississippi State, UAB are his top schools. Okay, we have one defensive tackle, and it is going to be Christian Barmore. Barmore played at Alabama, 2nd-round pick by the Patriots in the NFL draft. Going to be a run stopper archetype, 5-star recruit. He's going to be looking at Bama, Auburn, LSU, Georgia, Clemson. Okay, we have one linebacker, and it is going to be Quay Walker. Quay played at Georgia. Here he's going to be a 5-star recruit, number 1 player in the country, run stopper archetype. He's going to be looking at Tulsa, Ole Miss, Vandy, Alabama, and Kansas State. Then we have 3 corners. The first one is going to be Patrick Surtain. Surtain is from Florida, but ended up playing at Alabama, maybe the best corner in the country or in the NFL right now, playing for the Broncos, 5-star recruit, 28th player in the country. Going to be looking at Miami, Alabama, Georgia, Florida State, Clemson. Next up, we have Asante Samuel Jr. So this is Asante Samuel Sr.'s son. He played at Florida State, from the state of Florida. Man-to-man archetype, going to be a 4-star recruit, and he's going to be looking at Bama, Auburn, LSU, Florida State, and Liberty. Then the last one is going to be Tyson Campbell, going to be a 4-star recruit out of Florida, but he actually played at Georgia in real life. 2nd round or late 1st round pick in the NFL draft, looking at Miami, Alabama, Georgia, Florida State, Oklahoma. Then we have one safety, and it is going to be Javon Holland. Holland is from California, but played at Oregon, got drafted by the Miami Dolphins. Going to be a 4-star recruit, looking at Washington, Oregon, Stanford, Cal, and Nevada. Okay, so that is it with our recruits. Now we're going to get into the rest of this kind of preseason stuff. So looking at the preseason top 25. So we got Miami coming in at number 1, Oregon defending national champs at number 2. They're both 90 overall. Washington, Wisconsin, Oklahoma, Auburn, Kansas State, Clemson 90 overall, Cincinnati, Notre Dame, Liberty, Georgia 90 overall, Penn State 90, Texas 90, Michigan 90, Stanford 90, Ohio State 90. So we have a lot, and Nebraska's an 88. So we have a lot of like 90 overall teams. The sim in this though, those 90 overall teams don't necessarily play like it. A lot of them don't end up making the dance, but we'll see here. So looking at All-Americans, we got Laquan Treadwell at Alabama, Chris Jones at Oklahoma. Second team, nothing going on there. That's all preseason though. Okay, we're going to look through some of the rosters here. Bama, they have a really good QBs, first team All-American, senior quarterback. They have Laramie Tunsil on O-line, 90 overall. They got Terry McLaurin at wide receiver. Orlando Brown also on the O-line as well. That's kind of it. Andrew Thomas, another offensive lineman. Miles Sanders, who just transferred in there at running back. Okay, looking at Clemson, they have Big Mike Williams. They have Jabril Peppers at safety. They have Trevon Diggs at corner. AJ Terrell at corner, Derwin James at safety, Mac Jones at quarterback, and Mac is actually starting for them. So they lose Marcus Mariota. Mac Jones is going to be the starting quarterback this year, throwing to Big Mike Williams. They have T. Higgins coming up as well as a young receiver. Florida doesn't really have any of our guys. Florida State, they had a couple linebackers. They got Calvin Ridley right now, really good young receiver. Nothing. Oh, Dexter Lawrence at D tackle, up to an 8. He's an 85 true freshman. Nick Bosa on the D-line as well. So they got some D-linemen. Nice receiver of ours. Georgia, bunch of 90s at the top here, including Reuben Foster at linebacker. Christian Wilkins on the D-line. Dexter Brown on the D-line. Devin White at linebacker. So definitely some talent, especially on the defensive side of the ball for Georgia. Kansas State, this team's just been going on runs every year. They might have one of our guys. Yeah, they got Brian Burns at defensive end. Other than that, all auto gens, but they've been just good every year, always going on runs. LSU, Roquan Smith. Miami, one of the most talented teams in the country, legitimately every year. Been on the precipice of winning some national championships. Haven't got it done. They got Lamar Jackson going into his junior season. Jalen Phillips on D-line. So they have some young guys, but really it's kind of the Lamar Jackson show as far as our real life guys there. Michigan, this is the team probably with the most of our guys. If you look, especially on offense, it's crazy. Sam Darnold, Joe Burrow, Dwayne Haskins at QB. Saquon Barkley is their starting running back with DeAndre Swift coming along. Deebo Samuel is their number one wide receiver. They got OJ Howard as their number one tight end. Can Michigan please go on a run this year so we can watch this team? They got Tremaine Edmonds on defense as well. Mekhi Becton on the offensive line. Like, this team is absolutely loaded with our guys. Can they please go on a run so we can watch Joe Burrow throw to Deebo and OJ Howard and hand it off to Saquon? That's all I want. Oklahoma has Chris Jones, one of the best players in the country on the defensive line. Jamal Adams at safety, senior safety for them. Oregon, they are starting Josh Allen now. So they actually lost Deshaun Watson, but they have Josh Allen, redshirt sophomore, 6'6", gonna be a freak show for them. They got Joe Mixon at running back as well. Josh Allen, they got Jalen Ramsey at corner. Dylan Moses at linebacker. Najee Harris at another running back spot. Penn State, they have Josh Sweat on D-line. Justin Jefferson, freshman wide receiver. I don't know if he's gonna play for them at all though. Yeah, he's way buried on the depth chart. Stanford has Nick Chubb, one of the best running backs in the country. Justin Herbert stepping in to start again this year. Yeah, Nick Chubb and Justin Jefferson are kind of their two studs. So would like to see them go on a run. TCU lost Patrick Mahomes, so he's gone. Would have liked him to come back for one more year. DK Metcalf coming in as a sophomore. They have Jerry Jeudy, who looks like he's actually going to be kind of a bust at wide receiver as well. Texas, Laquan Treadwell, one of the best receivers in the country. They got JT Barrett. They got Cam Robinson on the O-line. De'Aaron Payne. Oh, they do still have Myles Garrett. I thought he left. So Myles Garrett hasn't quite turned into, he's not even starting for them. Maybe he's starting at one of the other DNs. De'Aaron Payne is starting. But JT Barrett, Kyler Murray, Josh Rosen at receiver. Ronald Jones is their starting running back. Laquan Treadwell. So I would love Texas, Michigan to go on some runs this year. Lots of our dudes on the team. USC have not done good job recruiting our guys, but they do have Tua Tagovailoa coming in this year. Going to be their starting quarterback. Big 5-star recruit. Big time recruit for them. So we will see what happens. And that is kind of it. Washington's always a good team. Not really getting our guys. Wisconsin haven't got any of our dudes in a minute, I don't think. Oh, and that one one other team to keep our eye on is going to be Nebraska. Some good 90s. They have a ton of 90s on this team, and Jalen Hurts is their starting quarterback. So they don't have a lot else, but Jalen is going to be their QB. Just looking at some of the best QBs in the country: Lamar, JT Barrett, Justin Herbert, Dwayne Haskins, Darnold and Burrow, Kyler. Those are kind of some of our QBs. Running back, do we have anybody super high right now? Nick Chubb, probably our best real life running back this year. Wideouts, Laquan Treadwell, Debo, Big Mike Williams, Calvin Ridley, Terry McLaurin. Those are kind of our best wideouts. I don't think we have a really good tight end. OJ Howard from Michigan. Chris Jones at D tackle, one of the best players in the country. Reuben Foster at middle linebacker. The linebackers seem to develop really good in this game, like better than other positions. I wonder if it's just because they get a lot of tackles, so it ups how fast they improve. Like they get more points for that. Corner, Jalen's probably our best real life corner. Jabril Peppers, best free safety in the country. Jamal, one of the best strong safeties in the country. So there's our Heisman right there. So none of our guys on the Heisman watch, but now we're going to get to the mid-season point. Take a look at top 25, all that good stuff. Look at recruiting. Okay, here we are at the mid-season-ish point. We are going to take a look at our recruiting here. So a lot of the guys that will be signed by this point. So Florida State picks up Justin Fields. That is an absolutely huge commitment. They haven't really got one of our real QBs since Cam Newton. So that's huge. So we got both these dudes staying in Florida. Trevor is going to go to Miami. So they'll have Lamar and then they're going to go to Trevor Lawrence. That is huge. Okay, that kind of sucks. But now Joe Milton is also going to go to Florida State. I don't know why these guys want to go to the same school. Spread out. Come on. And then lastly, we have Will Levis still up for grabs. He's looking at Houston, Baylor, Texas, TCU. Okay, our first running back, James Cook, going to go to Clemson. They have Mac Jones right now. They get a nice running back to play with him. And then Damian Pierce still up for grabs. He's looking at Ole Miss, Arkansas, Baylor. Okay, them wide receivers, and Jamar Chase is going to go to UAB, picks them over Alabama and West Virginia. Then Terrence Marshall, okay, I like that. He's going to go to Florida State and play with Justin Fields. So he gets the number 3 player in the whole country to play receiver with him. That is hilarious. And then Justin Ross, a 5-star receiver, is going to go play with Trevor Lawrence, who he actually played with in real life down in Miami. And then Texas Tech locks up Jalen Waddle. So they get their deep speed threat, picks them over Texas and OSU. Okay, our tight end, Kyle Pitts, still up in the air, looking like Nebraska, Utah, Colorado. I'd like if he went to Nebraska, played with Jalen Hurts. Penei Sewell still up for grabs. He's looking at Texas, Texas A&M, maybe USC. Then getting to D-line, and first up, Michigan locks up Micah Parsons. So the Wolverines get an absolute killer defender. Gregory Rousseau is going to go to Nebraska. Nice pickup for them. Picks them over TCU and Kansas State. Ohio State gets Aiden Hutchinson. So Aiden Hutchinson doesn't go to Michigan, goes to Ohio State. Micah Parsons doesn't go to Penn State. He goes to Michigan. So there we go. And then last up, we got Azeez Ojulari, and he is going to go to Ole Miss. So Ole Miss gets a nice defensive end. Florida State gets another big time prospect with Christian Barrymore. Picks them over UAB and USC. Quay Walker, number 1 linebacker. He's still up for grabs. Might go to UAB. So UAB might get Quay Walker and Jamar Chase, which would be nuts. Okay, then corners, and Miami locks up Patrick Surtain to get Trevor Lawrence, Justin Ross, and Patrick Surtain. And then Florida State. Wow, this is hilarious. And then Asante Samuel goes to Florida State. So Miami and Florida State are absolutely cleaning up with our real life guys here. And Florida State gets Tyson Campbell. So there we go. Miami and Florida State absolutely clean up. Then just lastly, we have our safety, Javon Holland, and he's going to go to Nevada. So we're going to look at that one more time at the end of the year, National Signing Day, just to see where, finalize where all the guys end up. Okay, looking at the top 25, we got Oregon, Texas, Michigan, Clemson. That is sick. All 4, please make it. Alabama, Miami, make it. Okay, we could have an absolutely killer playoff if those guys all make it. Marshall, who are we kind of missing? No Stanford, which I would have liked. But yeah, I mean, if you have that, if we have Miami, Clemson, Michigan, Texas, and Oregon, we are going to have some great matchups. Heisman watch, Lamar Jackson leading the Heisman race. Josh Allen is in 4th at Oregon as well. Okay, we'll just look at some stats here on the QBs, wide receivers, running backs. So Lamar, 404 pass yards a game. Oh my goodness. That is insane. 36 touchdowns, 6 picks, 400 yards a game. Holy crap. Jalen Hurts, 331, so he's killing it. Mac Jones, as a freshman, 317. JT Barrett, 313. These guys are passing the ball all over the yard. Holy crap. Tua Tagovailoa at USC, 24 touchdowns, 10 picks, having a nice year. Joe Burrow, were we missing Michigan? Michigan wasn't in the top. That was the team. We need Michigan up there. Come on, Wolverines. JT Barrett, Josh Allen, nice year at Oregon, 24 touchdowns, only 4 picks too. Oh, Kenny Pickett as well as starting for Texas Tech. So Texas Tech also so they'll have Kenny Pickett and they just got Jalen Waddle. So I like that. Okay, looking at rushing, Joe Mixon, 3rd in the country in rushing yards. Ronald Jones, nice season start for him at Texas. Receiving, none of our guys super high. Oh, Laquan Treadwell, 81 a game is our high point right now. Now we are going to advance to conference championship weekend. If there's a big conference championship game, we'll watch it. If not, we'll just get into the playoff. Okay, so conference championships, Illinois, Oregon, Florida State, BC, Alabama, Vandy. Yeah, nothing here where I'm like, we got to watch that. Alabama finally going to run. Florida State, #1 team in the country. Okay, so we're just going to advance, see where we're at. Okay, let's look at the bracket here. So we got Purdue, Illinois, Vandy, Rice, Texas, Wisconsin, Clemson, Penn State, and then Oregon, Florida State, Bama, and Nevada get the byes. So Oregon, we got Josh Allen. Texas, we got JT Barrett. Clemson, we got Mac Jones as far as real life quarterbacks. Okay, so no Michigan still. That is tough. You know what? Let's start with Texas against Wisconsin and watch JT Barrett. They got Laquan Treadwell. They have Ronald Jones at running back as well. So let's watch them. There's the Heisman winner, quarterback at Bama. I don't know how. Oh, Miami didn't make it. Okay, let's look at the top 25 because Miami was like the #3 team in the country. They must have lost some games. They're not even in the top 25 now. What happened? What happened to Miami, man? Wild. Okay, so we got Texas versus Wisconsin. It's actually a home game for Wisconsin. Texas is the 10 seed. Whoever wins this is going to play Oregon next week. Okay, so we're just going to get into this. I'm going to sim through the first quarter here. 7-0 Wisconsin early, 10-0 Wisconsin. Okay, so we have a quick 10-0 lead for the Badgers. They have the ball here, 3rd and 7. Let's see what they can do. 3rd and 7 Badgers. What do you got for us here? Shotgun. 4 down lineman for Texas. Not much of a pass rush. Too much time. Nice hit, but he holds on. Really nice hit out on the side there. But yeah, Wisconsin's able to hold on. 2nd and 9, 3rd and 8. And they score a touchdown. It is 17-0 Wisconsin. Texas. It's Laquan for 10, 2nd and 7, 3rd and 6. JT, Laquan, and Ronald Jones. You guys got to start making some plays here for the Longhorns. Trips to the bottom here. JT Barrett going to hand this ball off. Oh my gosh, you probably could have got if you just went forward, Ronald Jones. Wow, so they're going to punt here. Wisconsin football, and they're just, wow. 3rd and 3, 4th and 1. Missed the field goal. 3rd and 3. There's a big run. Ronald Jones goes for 31. Then they get an offensive penalty. Then 29-yard reception. 2nd and 7, 3rd and 4 from the 17. Texas desperately needs a touchdown here. Make this, a reasonable game going into the half. They're going to run draw on 3rd and 4. You better go for this. 4th and 2. You need a score here. If you get stopped on 4th down, it might be game over. Motion a guy. They're going to hand it off. He gets downhill, breaks the tackle, gets inside the 5. That's a touchdown. Touchdown Longhorns. They needed that desperately bad. Okay, Wisconsin football. Now Texas needs a stop on D. Okay, so 4th and 4. Texas is going to get the ball back. That was a horrible punt. 28-yard punt with a 13-yard return. Texas has it on the 37-yard line, but it's already 3rd down. They are out of field goal range. They need a 1st down or at least like 6-7 yards to get in field goal range. 4-yard rush, hit a little curl, holds on for the 1st down. Texas trying to claw back into this one. 2nd and 7, 3rd and 1 here for the Longhorns. JT Barrett shotgun. This looks like man coverage pass. No, zone, a little strag over the middle. They pick up the 1st down. Texas has 3 timeouts. Minute left, 13-yard line, so you don't have to worry about the clock. Second and 10, third and 7 from the 11. Now, a field goal, you don't hate a field goal here. You cut it down to a 7-point game after beating down 17-0. You are happy, but if you can cut it down to a 3-point game, you're real happy. That almost was a pick. That was not a good throw by JT Barrett. They are going to go for 3. I'm assuming they hit it. Wisconsin does have a bit of time here. 30 seconds. No, they're going to punt. 14 seconds. Okay, so that's going to put us to the half. Okay, we're going to go to the fourth quarter now. 17-13 Wisconsin, 24-13. So 11-point lead for Wisconsin here. And Texas just had to punt. 3rd and 5. Wisconsin picks it up. 1st and 5, 2nd and 4, 3rd and 4 from the 33. Texas needs to make a play. Still a somewhat difficult field goal from here. Split back look for Wisconsin. They're going to hand this football off. Nice tackle for loss. That is actually huge. You make this actually a really difficult field goal. And they end up punting for 27 yards. Dude, down them somewhat in their own end though. Okay, big gain, big gain. 2nd and 9, 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, 3rd and 8 for the Longhorns. Down 11, you need a touchdown on this drive. 6:30 left, you are starting to run out of clock. Little check down, and he's going to be short. I'm probably going for this here. You just don't know when you're going to be in this area of the field again. Oh, they did go. I tried to watch that. They went for it. They're incomplete. Big 33-yard run. Then they get him to 3rd and 18 with a sack. So if you can, once again, hold them out of field goal range here, you have a shot. Maybe if you're Texas. 4 down, Wisconsin going up over the top. That's a touchdown. Wisconsin with the dagger right there. And they are going to knock off the Longhorns. He goes ice in his veins right there. And that is going to do it. Texas gets knocked off by the Badgers, unless obviously something crazy happens here. 30. Okay, so Texas did score a couple late touchdowns, but Wisconsin holds on 31-26. They are going to advance and play the Oregon Ducks and Josh Allen in the next round. Josh Allen, Joe Mixon. So we're going to watch that game. I really want to see Josh Allen for Oregon, so that's what we're going to go to. Okay, let's look at the bracket though for who else advanced. So we got Alabama, Purdue, Nevada, Vandy, Clemson lost to Penn State, and Oregon, Wisconsin. So we're going to watch Oregon, Wisconsin here. Okay, Ducks should be the favorite, but you never know in these big games. You never know. Wisconsin just played really well against Texas. Ooh, weather looks not great today. I don't know if it's rainy. We are at the Rose Bowl in Cali. Okay, so we are going to jump through the first quarter here. 7-0 Oregon. There we go. 7-0 Ducks. It is rainy, not really great outside. I don't know who that is necessarily going to help. Oregon hits a field goal there. They are up 10-0 now. 3rd and 5 here for Wisconsin. Trips to the bottom for Oregon, for Wisconsin. They're going to motion now across the field. Okay, drop back, 4-man rush, fires over the middle. Nice tackle over the middle. Really nice open field tackle. And it is going to be Oregon Ducks football. Let's see if they can get a drive. They're on their own 10 here to start. 3rd and 3 from the 14. So Josh Allen, our first time seeing him, he's got Joe Mixon beside him. They're going to hand off to Joe, and that's a great tackle on the interior. Joe Mixon goes down. Oregon's going to have to punt back to Wisconsin now. Oh, okay. I don't know if the punt got blocked or something, but Wisconsin's got 3rd and 5 from the 24-yard line. So really easy field goal range here. Or, get a first down, keep this drive moving. Pressure in his face. Breaks a tackle. That's going to be a touchdown, Wisconsin. The Oregon DB tried to jump that football, ends up missing. Wisconsin receiver breaks the tackle, and he gets into the end zone. So that is just a tough play by the Oregon DB. You have to make sure you are securing that tackle. That is tough. Okay, so Wisconsin needed that. Next play, 61-yard run by Joe Mixon, 2nd and 10, 3rd and 9 here for the Ducks. It is rainy. I think Oregon's really trying to run the ball here, but hopefully they let Josh Allen sling it right here, right now. So Josh drops back, pressure, hit as he throws. Luckily for the Oregon, doesn't get picked off. They do get their field goal. Wisconsin football, 2nd and 7, 3rd and 6 here for the Badgers. 4 down line for Oregon. Trips to the bottom for Wisconsin. Drops back. Lot of time, fires over the middle, knocked out at the catch point. Really nice job by the safety or linebacker there. Meet him at the catch point, knock that football out, and Oregon has it on their own 12 here, 2nd and 7. They pick up a first down. Then another big gain, 18-yard reception, 2nd and 5, 3rd and 8 from the 40. So huge down right here for the Ducks. They're up 6. They want to get more points here. 3rd and 8, Josh Allen, play action. Oh, Josh, that was ugly. Don't know what he was doing there. Ran into the sack. Oregon's going to have to punt. Wisconsin 3rd and 7. They're going to punt back to Oregon. 2nd and 16, 3rd and 13 for the Ducks. We have not really seen Josh Allen do anything so far. Let's see. 3rd and 13. Do you have some magic in your arm? No, they're going to just hand this ball off to Joe Mixon. Bit of a defensive battle. I think the rain might be kind of neutering these offenses a little bit. Hopefully in the second half it picks up. Big punt return there from Wisconsin. 2nd and 10. They got 3rd and 10 though. They're having trouble moving this football. Oregon, 4 down. Bring in 4. Plenty of time. Hits the corner out wide open, and that's a first down. Looks like he might have got out of bounds too. Huge pickup for Wisconsin. They can actually take the lead here. Then they hit a 17-yard gain. 1st and goal at the 2. So Wisconsin can take the lead right here, right now. They're going to motion across. 1st and goal from the 2. Oregon needs a TFL. They need something. No, that is going to be a Wisconsin touchdown. I believe they were down 13-0. They come back. They're going to be ahead by 1 point now. 14-13 Oregon. Yeah, Oregon's just going to let this go to the half. We are going to go to the 4th quarter here. Still 14-13, 21-13. 28-13. Oregon is on the freaking ropes, and they're punting right here to Wisconsin. 2nd and 7, 3rd and 6. They pick this one's gonna be over here. 3rd and 3. Gonna get at least a field goal here, and the Ducks look like they are done. Their offense just could not get anything going. Read option, gonna lose yards, but this is gonna make it 31-28 here. Or sorry, not 31-28, 31-13. 28-yard game for Oregon. 3rd and 2, pick it up. 2nd and 12, 1st and 10, 2nd and 9, 3rd and 7 from the 16. 6 minutes left. You need a touchdown here, makes it an 11-point game. Touchdown stop is what you need. Little screen pass, and he's well short. I don't know. Every time we watch this Oregon offense live, they've been ass. Oh, I meant to watch that play. They hit a 13-yard gain. Maybe we'll just sim. Okay, so they are able to get in the end zone. Now they need a stop, though. 2nd and 8, 3rd and 8. You get a stop here, you have a game. Then you need a quick touchdown and another stop, then at least a field goal. Okay. Oh, they're bringing a heavy blitz. Going up over the top. He's going. Oh, he had his man, but he didn't have the arm strength to get it there. What do you got for us, Josh Allen? 2nd and 10, 3rd and 16. Okay, so here's they're probably going to punt here. No, they're going for it. So here's the game. Already 4th and 16 for Oregon. You need an absolute miracle here. Josh hit as he throws, picked off. So the Oregon Ducks are going to go down to the Badgers. Wow. Going to go to the end of the game here. 34-20. Oregon gets a late score. 34-27. Oregon goes down. Josh Allen ended up having a decent day, 330 yards, but whenever we watched him, he was horrible. I don't know if he even got a first down when we were watching. So Wisconsin is going to advance. So I think we're out of our real life QBs. So we are going to sim now to the national championship game, and then we'll watch that. Okay, so let's look at the bracket here. Bama advances. They're going to play Vandy. Florida State is going to play Wisconsin. I'm kind of hoping we get a Florida State Bama final. Both teams do have quite a few of our guys, even if they aren't QBs, but we'll see. We get Vandy, Wisconsin. So I don't think either team has one of our guys on it. 83 versus 87. So Wisconsin should win this, but I mean, Purdue just beat Bama, who is the #1 team in the country. So you never know. Okay, we're going to sim through the first quarter here. 0-0, 7-0 Vandy. Okay, we'll jump ahead. 3rd and 10 already. They pick up the first down for Vandy. And then they score a touchdown. 47-yard touchdown pass. Okay, so Wisconsin's on the ropes now. 3rd and 1. They're punting. Okay. 3rd and 2 here. We'll watch Vandy. See what they can do. Gonna motion a guy across. Could be a jet touch pass, no fake. And then they're gonna hand it off the middle. Nice room there. They pick up the first down. So Vanderbilt is taking it to Wisconsin here. 3rd and 11. 4 down. Doesn't really look like a blitz look for Wisconsin. No, they are bringing a blitz, actually. Going to throw a screen pass in behind it, but a really nice tackle by the corner there. I just seen the Vandy QB has 143 yards and 2 touchdowns already, so he's playing really well. 2nd and 7, 3rd and 4 here for Wisconsin. 5:40 left, down 2 scores. They got to start doing something here. And drop back, 4-man, gonna fire that over the middle. That's a fumble. And our Vanderbilt recovers. I keep wanting to call them Purdue because they look so similar, but Vandy recovers. Huge play there. They have a chance to go up 21-0. Wow, that was a nice throw and first down. Then they go to a 14-yard reception, 2nd and 8, 3rd and 11. Even if you can get 3 here, you're really feeling good if you're Vanderbilt. Trips to the top, 4-man rush. Fires it underneath. Can you break a tackle? No. So that's just going to be a field goal. You can go up 17-0 Vanderbilt here. It's up and good. Wisconsin ball. They need to get something going. There's a big play. 18 yards. Lost to downs. 3rd and 13. Huge play here if you're Wisconsin. You need some points before the half. You do not want to just give Vandy the ball back with a chance to go put this lead in more, and they get a sack. Breaks through the line. They have their running back blocked, and he cannot handle that interior pressure. Their QB looks like he might be injured, and Wisconsin is on the ropes here. This is all Vandy right now. 2nd and 13, 3rd and 5 Vandy. Spread 2-by-2 look. They are 14 and 2. They're the number 4 seeds. This is not a team to take lightly. They pick up the first down. So Vanderbilt is in the driver's seat here. Look like an absolute unit. 17-0. Trying to go up 24 or 20-0 right here. Ups back. He's got time. Oh, there's a nice sack. Wisconsin needed that. Oh, and then fumble, and Wisconsin recovers. Okay, so they get their own little break there. Then they get a 23-yard run, and they get a touchdown the next play. So 17-7. Wisconsin gets a bit of a break there, able to claw their way back in. We're going to go to the 4th quarter, and it is still just 17-7. So 2nd and 9 on the Vandy. Okay, so it's a 3rd and 7 right here on Vanderbilt's 8-yard line. This is a giant play. You can cut this down to a 3-point game if you are the Badgers. Drop back. They're bringing a bit of a blitz into the end zone. That's a touchdown. Touchdown, Wisconsin. They cut it to 3. Now Vandy has to answer. You want to go get 7 here and put this back up to a 2-score game if you're Vanderbilt. 7-yard reception, 3rd and inches, and there's a big 26-yard gain. 2nd and 6, 3rd and 9. Are in probably field goal range here, depending how good their kicker is. They got a heavy 3 tight end to the bottom look. This might mean they're running the ball. No, they throw a little smoke screen, maybe lose half a yard. And yeah, they're going to have to kick a field goal. They make it. So they're back up 6. Wisconsin starts out with a 27-yard reception, loss of yards, 3rd and 12. 6:51 left here. 4 down, but looks like a blitz look possibly. Nope, just rushing 4. Oh, it's like a wheel route up the sideline. Huge gain. Wisconsin can take a lead here. They were down big in this one, but then they get a penalty. 2nd and 17. 1st and goal from the 9. 2nd and goal from the 4. We're going to watch right here. Wisconsin can take the lead. 4 down. Directing traffic. Going to hand this off. Wow, great tackle. We're going to have 3rd and goal. I'm probably going for this if I'm Wisconsin on 4th down. You like a field goal. Yeah, you do cut it down to a field goal game. Unless you take a sack or something here, I'm probably going for it on 4th down. We'll see what Wisconsin does though. Drops back. Quick little slant. That's a touchdown. Touchdown, Wisconsin. They have their first lead of the day, barring the extra point. Extra point is good. 21-20 lead, Wisconsin. 3rd and inches, Vandy. They get a penalty. Okay, we'll watch here. So 3rd and 5, Vandy. You don't want to punt the ball here. Trips to the top. Drops back. Oh, and he's going to go down. Sack, Wisconsin. That's their 4th sack of the day. And all of a sudden, it's all Badgers right now. Purdue, what happened? Big return there. 23-yard return. Oh, they have it on the Vandy. Okay, so this one might be over. They have it on the Vandy 22. So it was like the worst punt of all time. Then they had a 30-yard return. Wisconsin, if they get a touchdown, this might be over. They'd be up 8. Oh my gosh, almost stopped his feet. That is going to be a first down for Wisconsin, though. Wisconsin's actually won a natty as well. I was just looking at my list. They won in 2007, so this would be their second national championship of the sim. First and goal from the 2, second goal from the 4, third and goal from the 3. This is a massive down. If you don't convert, you have to kick a field goal, go up 4. But if you do convert, you're up 8. With 3 minutes left. Drops back, end zone, backward, picked off. Picked off Vanderbilt. Oh no. Wisconsin. That is the worst. Only thing you could not do there. That is tough. Then they start with a 16-yard catch, 13-yard reception, loss of 7 on a sack, 3rd and 7. Gonna be 4 down territory now. 3rd and 7 midfield. A field goal is going to win it for Vanderbilt. Wisconsin. Oh, that's going to be incomplete. So Vandy does have 2 timeouts or 3 timeouts. So it's not completely over if they don't convert here, but it's close. Wisconsin will get the ball at midfield. Purdue over the middle, holds on. Oh, wow. So they only need about 10 yards for a pretty makeable field goal. 1:35 left. Wisconsin does have 3 timeouts, so they can. Oh, they're setting up a screen. Got a blocker. Use your blocker. Okay, outrun your blocker. That's fine. He turns up the sideline. Wow. Okay. Now Wisconsin. I mean, this is a very makeable field goal for Purdue. Lose 10. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I don't know what happened there, but all of a sudden it's 3rd and 22. Field goal is much tougher now as well. Wisconsin still has 2 timeouts. You cannot take another sack. Just tuck it and run, dog. Keep the clock moving. That is horrible. Okay. They do kick a field goal. So 1:11 left, 1:08 left, and they start with a 10-yard penalty on the offense. Wow. 2nd and 18, 3rd and 10, 58 seconds left. You just need to get in field goal range if you're Wisconsin. That pick in the end zone was an absolute killer. Drops back, up over the top, down the seam, he breaks. Wow, huge gain. Oh my gosh, that was like a 35-yard gain, literally 35 yards, down to the 40. They have no timeouts. Probably need 7-8 yards for a makeable field goal. I don't know how good their kicker is, but drops back over the middle, wide open. This game has been so back and forth, and that's probably going to do it. Now Wisconsin can just kneel on this ball and kick a field goal. Wow, a couple of huge 34 and 35-yard games just like down the seam of the defense, 2nd and goal. Oh, they end up kicking the field goal right there. So I was going to watch the field goal. They end up kicking it on 3rd down. They are up 1. There's 1 second left. I mean, we'll watch it. Wow, what a good finish to that one. Purdue, got to go Hail Mary. You never know. Maybe something absolutely insane will happen here. Vandy needs a point, but you need to go end zone. You have 1 second left. Gonna go up over the top. 2 men. Oh my God, he caught it. He caught it, but he's out of bounds at the 16. That is gonna do it. If that was thrown with 10 seconds left, they could kick a game-winning field goal. Wow, what a finish to this one. Absolutely crazy game. Wisconsin wins the national championship for the 2nd time. They get it done. We actually watched all 3 of the games for Wisconsin, just kind of how it worked out. And they get it due. Purdue had a shot. And, Wisconsin just held on, 1-point win. Okay, looking at the final top 25 here. Wisconsin, Bama, Vandy, Oregon, Florida State, Clemson, Texas, Duke, Georgia, Nebraska, Appalachian State. Heisman winner, Lamar just fell to 5th. I don't even know what happened. I don't know what happened to Miami. I think they were undefeated when we looked in week 10 and they didn't make the playoff. Here's All-Americans. Chris Jones, D-line, 2nd team. Wow, not a lot of our guys All-Americans this year. Freshman, Mac Jones at Clemson. Jeez, okay. So we got kind of shut out here a lot. with All-Americans. That's fine. Team stats, number one offense, Miami, Clemson. Like Miami just, how they went 9-4. So they lost like their last 3 games. I don't know what happened to them. Defensively, UNC, Clemson, Toledo, Oregon were like the best ranked defenses. Okay, passing, Lamar ended up with 363, which is insane. Mac Jones is a true freshman, 49 touchdowns, 8 picks, 326 yards a game. JT Barrett, Texas, nice year. He's going to be gone. They're going to have Kyler next year. Jalen Hurts, freshman, nice year at Nebraska. Tua Tagovailoa at USC. I'd like to see USC go on a run with him over the next few years. Joe Burrow. I don't know what's up with Michigan, man. They have so much talent, can't get anything going. Josh Allen, Justin Herbert. 17 interceptions. Not great for Stanford. Joe Mixon, second in the country in rushing, 1,200 yards. Ronald Jones, 821. Receiving, no one really crazy. Calvin Ridley, who's next year going to have Justin Fields, so that'll be fun. Laquan Treadwell, 991. He was averaging 21 yards per catch. Holy crap. That had to be number 1. That was number 2 in the country. So he was a big play waiting to happen. They just didn't get him the ball enough. Defensively, that's tackles. There's TFLs. This guy had 20. I don't get this. 20 sacks and no one else is more than 7. How the hell does that work? Interceptions. There we go. Okay. We are going to sim to the off season here, sim to National Signing Day. We'll look at where all the guys end up, and we'll also quickly look at the transfer portal, and see if anybody, moved around. Okay, transfer portal. Let's take a look. Usually there's 1 to 3. Okay, there's first one. Jonah Williams going to leave TCU to go to Texas A&M. Is that it? Oh, we got CeeDee Lamb leaves Texas Tech to go to North Texas. That is going to be it. Okay, now let's go through our prospects here. So we knew most of the QBs. We know Justin Fields going to go to Florida State. We know Trevor Lawrence is going to go to Miami. Florida State is also getting Joe Milton. And then Will Levis ends up at Texas. Okay, I actually don't mind that because now they're going to have Kyler and then they have a year of Josh Rosen. Then they can go to Will Levis. Running backs. Clemson going to get James Cook. Ole Miss is going to get Damian Pierce. Receivers, UAB gets Jamar Chase. Terrence Marshall ends up at Florida State. Justin Ross ends up in Miami. Jalen Waddle, Texas Tech. Tight end, we get Kyle Pitts going to go play with Jalen Hurts at Nebraska. Number 1 offensive lineman goes to Texas with Penei Sewell. Oh, I forgot. I missed a guy this whole time. We also have Tyler Linderbaum. Really good center. I actually had to move him into guard for this sim, but he ends up at Michigan. So Michigan gets a really nice guard with Tyler Linderbaum. I just totally skipped over him. So he went to Iowa, was like a 3-time All-American center at Iowa. Here he's going to be playing guard for Michigan. Defensive end. Micah goes to Michigan. Nebraska gets Gregory Rousseau. Michigan. Aiden Hutchinson flips to Michigan. I've had a weird thing where guys will flip, but then they won't flip once I go to actually put them on the team. So I don't know. They might have got frickin' Aiden Hutchinson and Micah Parsons. And then lastly, we got Azeez Ojulari. He's going to go to Ole Miss. Christian Barrymore ends up at Florida State. Quay Walker ends up at Tulsa. Cornerbacks. We got Patrick Surtain ends up at Miami. Florida State gets Asante Samuel Jr. And they get Tyson Campbell. And then lastly, we have safety with Javon Holland, and he ends up at Nevada. So that is where we're going to end this season, guys. I'm going to put these guys on their team, and then we're going to get into the 3rd season of this episode. All right, boys, 2019 recruiting class on the way. We are coming off a Wisconsin National Championship. Let's get into this class. Now, overall, another really nice class. I would say maybe not as good as last year's, but definitely overall still really, really strong. So for QBs, we have 3 of them. The first one is going to be Spencer Rattler. Now, Spencer Rattler was one of the number 1 recruits in the country coming out of high school, went to Oklahoma, kind of got benched, transferred, ended up being like a 4th or 5th round pick by the Saints. So he's going to be a 5-star recruit. He was from Arizona in real life, so kind of the western side of the country, and he's going to be looking at Utah, BYU, Oregon, Nevada, and Colorado. Next up, we have Jaden Daniels. Now, Jaden Daniels was just the second overall pick in the NFL draft out of LSU. Started at Arizona State. He is a California kid. He's going to be a 5-star recruit, scrambler archetype, and he's going to be looking at Nebraska, Florida State, Alabama, LSU, and Penn State. Then our third QB is going to be Sam Howell. Now, Howell played at North Carolina. He's from the state as well. The year before his draft year, he was projected to be like a top 5 pick. Didn't have a great senior year. Ended up being kind of a mid-round pick. He's going to be a 5-star recruit, 26th player in the country. He's not 6'4". We're going to drop him down to like 6 feet tall, and he's going to be looking at UNC, Penn State, Ohio State, Tech, and Vandy. Okay, then we only have one running back. It is going to be Breece Hall. Now, Breece Hall played at Iowa State, was really good in college, was a second-round pick by the New York Jets, one of the better running backs in the NFL right now. He's going to be a 5-star recruit. He's going to be looking at Georgia, Georgia Tech, Vandy, Clemson, Duke. Okay, so our number 1 wide receiver prospect is going to be George Pickens. Now, George Pickens played at Georgia, was a second-round pick, absolute freak of nature, bit of a hothead. He's playing for the Steelers right now, but he's going to be a 5-star recruit, number 3 player in the country. He's going to be looking at Florida State, Miami, Alabama, Clemson, Georgia. Okay, next up we have Garrett Wilson. Now, Garrett Wilson played at Ohio State. He's going to be a 5-star recruit here, plays for the Jets right now, first-round pick in the NFL draft, route runner archetype. We're actually going to up his size a little bit, though. He's going to be looking at Penn State, Ohio State, Wisconsin, Maryland, Pitt. Next up, we have Jamison Williams. Now, Williams first at Ohio State, then transferred to Bama, won the Blitnikoff, first-round pick by the Lions. Crazy fast deep threat. He's going to be a deep threat archetype, 4-star recruit. He's looking at Penn State, UNC, Clemson, Ohio State, Maryland. And then our last receiver prospect is going to be Drake London. London played at USC, was like a basketball player, then switched over to football. Top 10 pick by the Falcons in the NFL draft. He's going to be a 4-star recruit, 92nd player in the country, looking at Baylor, Texas, North Texas, Texas A&M, UTSA. So that is his options right there. We only have one tight end. It is going to be Luke Musgraves. He played at Oregon State. Here he's going to be a 4-star recruit, possession tight end. He's looking at some of the biggest schools in the country with Texas, Alabama, Oklahoma, Purdue, and Ohio State. Okay, then we're on to offensive line. We have 3 offensive tackles in this class. The first one is going to be Darnell Wright. He played at Tennessee, top 10 pick by the Bears. Really good start to his career. He's going to be looking at Penn State, Clemson, Bama, Maryland, UNC. Next up, we have Evan Neal. Now, Neal's from Florida, but played at Bama. Top 10 pick by the Giants. Pass protector archetype, 5-star recruit. He's going to be looking at Miami, Florida State, Florida, Georgia, Illinois. Then our other one is going to be Charles Cross, another top 10, 15 pick by the Seahawks in the NFL draft. Played at Mississippi State. 5-star recruit. He's going to be looking at Miami, Florida, Florida State, Georgia, Bama. So all kind of in the South for those guys. Okay, we have 2 defensive ends in this class. So the first one is going to be Trayvon Walker. He played at Georgia. Number 1 overall pick by the Jaguars in the NFL draft here. He's going to be a power rusher, 5-star recruit, number 2 player in the country. Looking at Florida State, Georgia Tech, Auburn, Georgia, Miami. Then our other guy is going to be Kayvon Thibodeau. He is from Cali, played at Oregon. He was like one of the number 1 recruits in the country, his recruiting class. Top 10 pick by the Giants in the NFL draft, 4-star recruit, speed rusher. He's looking at Oregon, Florida State, Alabama, Texas, UCLA. Then we only have 1 D tackle. It is going to be Mozzie Smith. He's going to be a 5-star recruit. He played at Michigan in real life. 2nd-round pick, I think, by the Cowboys. Power rusher, really good run stuffer. We're actually going to make him heavier. He's like more like 330, probably at 330 pounds. He's going to be looking at Clemson, Georgia, Alabama, Oregon, USC. Okay, then we have 3 kind of off-ball linebackers. The first one is going to be Nolan Smith. He's going to be a 5-star recruit, 13th player in the country. He played at Georgia. He was one of the number 1 high school recruits in the country. 2nd-round pick or late 1st-round pick by the Eagles. He's looking at Georgia, Alabama, Miami, Florida State, Texas. Next up, we have Christian Harris. Now, Christian Harris played at Alabama. Here, he's going to be a 4-star recruit, middle linebacker, UTSA, like small schools for him. So 4-star recruit, that's where he's looking. Then our last off-ball linebacker is going to be Nakobe Dean. Also played at Georgia. Here, he's going to be a 5-star recruit. He was a 3rd-round pick, I think, by the Eagles in the NFL draft. He's looking at Tennessee, Georgia, Clemson, Oregon, Florida State. Now, we do have 3 cornerbacks in this class, and these are 3 of the best young young corners in the NFL. So the first one is going to be Trent McDuffie. He's from California, but played at Washington, was an all-pro corner for the Kansas City Chiefs last year. Going to be a slot archetype, number one player in this whole class. He's going to be looking at Texas, Oregon, LSU, USC, Clemson. Next up, we have Ahmad Sauce Gardner. So Sauce, one of the best young corners in the NFL right now, one of the best overall corners here. He's going to be a five-star recruit, fourth player in the country, 6'3", 200 pounds. So pretty similar to what Sauce is in real life, even though we can adjust that. He's going to be looking at Mississippi State, Ole Miss, Vandy, UAB, Notre Dame. Then we have Derek Stingley, who is absolutely incredible at LSU. Ended up being a top 5 pick by the Houston Texans in the NFL draft. Here he's going to be a 4-star recruit, 63rd player in the country. Looking at Bama, Florida State, Georgia, Miami, Texas. Then we have 2 safety recruits. So the first one is going to be Daxton Hill. Daxton played at Michigan, but he's actually from Oklahoma. Here he's going to be a 5-star recruit, 5th player in the country. He's going to be looking at Texas, Alabama, Baylor, Oklahoma, Ohio State. Then our last player in this class is going to be Kyle Hamilton. He is from Georgia, but played at Notre Dame. One of the best safeties in the NFL already. Hybrid kind of safety. He's going to be, we're going to up his size. So he's like 6'3", 6'4". He's going to be looking at Alabama, Auburn, Georgia, Florida State, Vandy. So that is the recruiting class. Okay, now we're going to kind of look at our preseason stuff here. So look at our top 25. So Wisconsin, defending national champs. Top 5, Penn State, Clemson, led by Mac Jones. Oregon with Josh Allen should still be there. Bama, Florida State. Right now, Justin Fields is not starting. He's their backup, but should be starting by next year. Purdue, Vandy, Texas, who is starting Kyler Murray this year. UNC, Nebraska with Jalen Hurts. Michigan with Joe Burrow. Can Michigan please go on a run at some point this year? Georgia, Ohio State, Cincinnati, Arizona State, Maryland. Let's look at the preseason All-Americans. Josh Allen, first team All-American at Oregon. Oh, Jabril Peppers at Clemson as well. Second team Herbert at Stanford. Ronald Jones at Texas. That's kind of it. Okay, well, let's look at some of these rosters. So Bama, they don't really have much of our guys. Elijah Vera Tucker, Orlando Brown. So a couple guys on the O-line. Another one, Andrew Thomas on the O-line. Miles Sanders at running back. So they have some Travis Etienne at running back. So O-line's running back. If they go on a run, maybe they can run the ball and we can watch them in the playoff. They were like the number 1 seed actually last year as well. So definitely in the cards. Clemson, definitely a team we want to keep our eye on. Jabril Peppers, one of the better safeties in the country. AJ Terrell. Jedrick Wills on the O-line, Trevon Diggs, and then they're starting Mac Jones still. So Mac Jones starting quarterback. They got James Cook, young running back. Wide receivers, T. Higgins looks like he might be their 3rd receiver this year, so might get some playing time. Quite a few guys on this team. Florida State is a very interesting team. They're very good this year, and they have maybe the best quarterback in the country. This Kalen Fair, 94 overall, 98 speed for this Florida State QB. And then below him, he has another guy who's a junior with 97 speed. Then they got Justin Fields, who's a freshman, 82 overall, and they have Joe Milton. So definitely going to be keeping our eye on Florida State. That's Joe Milton, has normal development trait. Justin Fields has impact. So a little better. That's the second best, that's just ahead normal. So it's like the second worst development trait, but still decent. But yeah, he's got some good abilities, 5-star recruit. Hopefully he is starting by next year for Florida State. They also have Cam Ridley at wide receiver, one of the better receivers in the country. So Florida State definitely could go on a run this year. Oh, and they have Nick Bosa on the D-line, only a sophomore, up to an 89 overall. Georgia, Christian Wilkins on the D-line, Derek Brown D-line, Devin White linebacker. Guys on defense really for Georgia right now for us. LSU, Roquan. Wow. Roquan's up to a 98 overall for LSU at linebacker. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, one of the better safeties in the country. That might be kind of it though for LSU right now. Miami, just consistently in the mix, but they kind of fell off last year and didn't make the playoffs. So looking to bounce back, they have Lamar Jackson in at quarterback. And then they have another senior here, and then a couple of freshmen with this Owen guy, and then Trevor Lawrence. So hopefully Lawrence by next year is starting for them. He's got elite development trait, so develops at the fastest rate possible. 5-star recruit, really good abilities. So Trevor Lawrence could end this sim. We have 3 years left in this sim. He could be the best quarterback for the last 2 of them. Michigan, they got Joe Burrow starting this year, but Sam Darnold's really just nipping at his heels. Dwayne Haskins right there as well. I don't know. They lost a lot of those other guys. They lost Debo. They do have Tremaine Edmonds. They got Saquon Barkley, Mekhi Becton, Aiden Hutchinson. Oh yeah, their DNs are insane. So they have Aiden Hutchinson and Micah Parsons over the next few years at defensive ends. So yeah, they have some wicked DNs. Really, really nice. Okay, Nebraska, another team to keep our eye on. They have Jalen Hurts, who's up to a 90 overall as a sophomore. So he could lead Nebraska on a run for sure. They have Ed Oliver on the line. That's really kind of it. Oh, and they did get young Kyle Pitts. So by next year, he should be maybe Jalen Hurts' best weapon at tight end as well. Ohio State, they have kind of been slow getting our guys. Clelin Ferrell, Minka Fitzpatrick at safety, but nothing lately, really. Oklahoma, yeah, nothing really. Oregon, definitely one of the teams to watch. Josh Allen at quarterback. Dylan Moses, redshirt freshman linebacker, looks like an absolute freak show. Najee Harris, is he going to be their starting back this year? He is not. He's going to be a backup, but looks like he might get some run. But really, this is going to be the Josh Allen show. Just straight up one of the best players in the country. So definitely going to be watching them. Penn State, they got Josh Sweat on D-line. Justin Jefferson is one of their receivers, but he's kind of buried on the depth chart still. So they have a lot of receiver talent. JJ's having trouble working his way up, and they don't have a great QB anyway. Stanford still have Justin Herbert. They lost Nick Chubb, so don't have him, but hey, they have Justin Herbert, only a junior, still could be back next year. Haven't went on a run in the last few years. They are a 90 overall, so we'll see. TCU, DK Metcalf, one of the best receivers in the country for them. They also got Byron Murphy, Jeffrey Simmons on the D line as well, so they have a few of our guys. Texas always has lots of our dudes. Ronald Jones, senior running back, one of the best in the country. Cam Robinson, De'Aaron Payne, Connor Williams, Myles Garrett going into his senior year. Then they have Adoree Jackson at corner. They're starting Kyler Murray. They have Patrick Queens. This team probably has the most of our guys overall. Kyler going into his senior year, first year starter. Then they're going to have Josh Rosen and they have Will Levis. So could have one of our real life QBs to end out the whole rest of the sim. USC starting Tua Tagovailoa. So let's see if they can do something with Tua. Wisconsin defending national champs, but I don't know if they have really any of our dudes right now. They have Chase Claypool, sophomore wide receiver. They have got guys over the years, but nothing really right now. Yeah, so just for best running line QBs in the country, we got the guy at Florida State. LSU is a really good QB. Then Herbert, Allen, Lamar, Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, then Dwayne. They're all back. Those guys are backups. So those are the guys. Tua Tagovailoa, Kyler at Texas, Mac Jones at Clemson. So those are some of the teams definitely would like to see make the playoff. Ronald Jones, one of the better backs in the country, having been getting as many running backs over the last few years. Saquon in his senior year at Michigan. DeAndre Swift's actually his backup as well. Wideouts. DK, one of the best wideouts. Calvin Ridley, AJ Brown at North Carolina. Three of the better receivers. DNs. Roquan is just straight up a 98 overall, so he's just really, really good at middle linebacker. Corners. Denzel Ward at Florida, one of the better corners. Adoree Jackson at Texas. Jabril Peppers, best free safety in the country at Clemson. So that is kind of where we're sitting. Now we are going to sim to the midway point of the season, and we'll take a look at where we're at. So there's the Heisman watch. Don't even pay attention to it right now. Probably will look way different at the midseason point. All right, midseason point. Let's take a look at our recruiting here. So first up, Spencer Rattler commits to BYU. So Rattler's going there. Then we got Jaden Daniels going to Nebraska. So really interesting. They do already have Jalen Hurts, but he'll be a junior by next year. They'll have Jaden Daniels waiting in the wings. And then Maryland gets Sam Howell. So Maryland gets a nice quarterback there. So there we go. That is our QBs. Breece Hall, he's going to go to Georgia Tech. So Georgia Tech gets a big time back. He picks them over Ohio State and Duke. Moving on to receivers, and Florida State gets the #1 receiver in the class, George Pickens. He picks them over Miami. So he was picking between going to play with Justin Fields or Trevor Lawrence. He picks Justin Fields. Absolutely huge pickup. Then for Garrett Wilson, he's going to defending national champs Wisconsin. Picks them over Maryland and West Virginia. Then we got Jamison Logan Williams going to Va Tech. I think that's the first guy of our real guys I've seen sign at Virginia Tech. There we go. They get a 4-star. And then still up for grabs, we have Drake London, but it looks like he's going to be a Baylor Bear. Okay, Luke Musgraves, he's still up for grabs. He's looking at Purdue, Oklahoma, and Alabama. Looking at our offensive line, first one, we have Darnell Wright. He is going to go to Oregon. So kind of going across the country, going to play for the Ducks. Then we have Evan Neal, and he's going to Florida State. So over the last few years, Florida State is getting a ton of our guys to play around Justin Fields. There we go. And then our last one still up for grabs here is going to be Charles Cross. He's looking at Clemson, Miami, and Florida. Okay, we have our defensive ends, and the number one defensive end in the country, Travon Walker, is going to go to Miami. So huge pickup for them, 5-star recruit. And then just like in real life, Kayvon Thibodeau is going to go to the Oregon Ducks, picks Oregon Ducks over Florida State. So nice pickup there. Then we have Mozzie Smith, and he commits to Clemson. So they get a big 5-star defensive tackle. Plus, they also get Nolan Smith. So a few nice defenders there for Clemson. He picks Clemson over Florida State and Bama. And they get his teammate, Nakobe Dean. So 3 nice defenders for the Tigers. He picks them over Georgia and Oregon. Christian Harris looks like he has a lot of schools he's still kind of looking at there. So all up for grabs. Cornerbacks, number one corner in the country, Trent McDuffie picks Oregon over USC and Texas. So they lock down a nice 5-star corner. Then Ole Miss, wow, gets Ahmad Sauce Gardner. So Sauce is going to play for Ole Miss. Derek Stingley still up for grabs. Nebraska, Georgia, and Bama, his top 3. Then our 2 safeties. And the first one, Daxton Hill, is going to go play for Alabama. So he picks Alabama over Oklahoma. And then Kyle Hamilton goes to the other side of the state and is going to play for Auburn, picks Auburn over Alabama. So there we go. That is where we're sitting with recruiting. Okay, let's look at the top 25 here. So Wisconsin, 7-1. Ohio State, Nebraska with Jalen Hurts. Oregon with Josh Allen. Texas with Kyler. Clemson right there with Mac Jones. Florida State with that really good QB. Purdue, Vandy, Ole Miss, Kansas, LSU. Stanford, 6-1. Maryland, UCF, Alabama. Michigan, where is Michigan? Why is this team sucking? They have so much talent every year. I wanted to see Joe Burrow. Yeah, there's definitely a few other teams. Stanford, no Stanford. Oh, no, Stanford is a little lower, but okay, we'll see on that. Heisman watch, Niles Davis, QB at Tennessee. But we do have 5 QBs, none of our guys, though. This Caleb Fair, really good for Florida State. Let's look at some stats here. So Joe Burrow, 321 yards a game. Lamar, 314. Oh, was that Miami? I don't know if Miami was in that top. I don't know. It's hard for me to remember. I don't think Miami was up there. Jalen Hurts. There's 2 at USC. Mac Jones at Clemson, 287. Kenny Pickett at Texas Tech. Josh Allen playing at Oregon, 20 touchdowns, 4 picks. Justin Herbert, 251 a game, 17 touchdowns, 5 picks for Stanford. Rushing, Ronald Jones, one of the better backs in the country, 500 yards right now. Miles Sanders at Alabama, 466. Receiving, do we have anyone really high? Chase Claypool, Wisconsin, 20 yards per reception, 90 a game, 6 touchdowns too. Calvin Ridley, 94 game, 8 touchdowns. That is where we're kind of sitting with that. Okay, now we are going to sim to conference championship weekend, see where we are at, see if there's any good conference championship games. Baylor, Houston, Bama, Texas, Florida State, UNC, Wisconsin, Purdue. Yeah, nothing I want to watch, honestly. Okay, we'll keep rocking here. We're just going to sim to look at what the bracket's looking like for the playoff. So for that, Kalen Fair, the guy at Florida State, ends up winning the Heisman. There we go. So he looked like a stud before the year, and he turns out he was. Okay, let's look at the bracket here. So Virginia Tech, Purdue, Michigan does end up making it. Okay, Oregon, Florida State, Oklahoma, Liberty, Baylor, UNC, Wisconsin, Texas gets the buys. Think I want to watch Michigan because I've just wanted to watch Michigan with Joe Burrow this whole time. They do have Saquon Barkley as well. Guys on defense, lots of dudes. Then I'm hoping Oregon advances. Texas we'll get to see next round anyway, even if Michigan loses. So we'll be in a good spot. Okay, so Michigan versus Charlotte. They're the 12 seed. You'd think Michigan's an 89 overall. You'd think. And Michigan's at home in the big. You'd think this should be a pretty easy Michigan W. But this sim can get wild. Some weird shit can happen. So we will see. A night game in Michigan. Michigan's the 3 seed in the country, led by Joe Burrow and Saquon Barkley. If they lose this one, that's going to be tough. Okay, we are going to sim through the first quarter here. Michigan 7-0, 14-3 Michigan. Okay, so they have a bit of a lead. 3rd and 5 Charlotte. We can watch here. Let's see what Charlotte's defense. Okay, so they have it on the 20-yard line. Michigan trying to just hold them to 3 here. Number 1 ranked toughest place to play. Going up over the top. Missed his guy. He had a shot at the end zone there. Overthrew him by maybe a step and a half. That is going to be a field goal. Charlotte, Michigan football, 2nd and 12. They pick up a first down there. Joe Burrow pass. 3rd and 9. So this is our first time watching Joe Cool for the Wolverines. Number 14 here. Should be Saquon or DeAndre Swift in beside him at running back. I think that's Swift. And wow, they just break through and bring Burrow down. No time in the pocket for Joe Cool. And Charlotte can get right back into this one. 25-yard punt with a big return. 2nd and 8, 3rd and 6, 4th and 6. That's going to be a Charlotte punt. Michigan has it on their 6th, 3rd and 8 from their 6-yard line. So you don't want to do anything too crazy here if you're the Wolverines. This might even just be a run. I think that's Saquon in beside Burrow now. Up over the top. Oh, he's got him on a corner route and he holds on. That is a big pickup. Desperately needed that for Michigan to get just kind of out of their corner, back of their own end zone. 2nd and 9, 3rd and 5. They don't pick it up though. Punt, 2nd and 12, 3rd and 10 from the 41. So Michigan's punter has really been struggling here. But yeah, you see on the stadium pulse, Michigan's stadium is ranked the number 1 hardest place to play. So should be tough for Charlotte. Up over the top, and that's a completion. Holds on, picks up the first down. 2nd and 10, 3rd and 4, 1st and 10, 2nd and 6, 3rd and 3 from the 5. Wow, with a 2-point conversion, they could actually tie this up right here before the half. Wolverines. What do you got for us here? Gonna bring a guy in motion, bring him across. End zone touchdown, Charlotte. Wow, are they gonna, I don't know if they're gonna go for 2. They just kicked the extra point, so they're down 1. Okay, Burrow, -2, 3rd and 10. They're gonna punt. Jeez. Charlotte, first down. Then they had like a 50-yard run. They got a 1st and goal from the 6 and they score a touchdown. 20-14 Wolverines. They do get a 15-yard penalty. 2nd and 7, 3rd and 7, 43 yards. What is going on, Michigan? You're at home. Burrow, time, holds on. That'll be a first down. 2nd and 10, and they score. 35-yard touchdown right there. Extra point is good. They're just going to let that go to half. Okay, so Michigan storms back there. We're going to go to the 4th quarter, and we get no scoring in the 4th quarter there. Michigan football, 2nd and 8, and boom, 78-yard touchdown. Joe Burrow on 2nd down. Okay, now Michigan's up 8, 2nd and 7, 3rd and 4 here for Charlotte. The pulse, the stadium is rocking right now. Spread set here for Charlotte. They're going to motion the guy across, motion the running back out. They're going to bring a blitz, throw in behind the blitz. If he broke that tackle a little earlier, he might have been gone there. That's a nice play for Charlotte, though. Okay, 4 yards, 3rd and 4. They pick it up, and then they get a 31-yard rush down to the 11, 2nd and 10, and they score. 11-yard touchdown, round 28 all. 6 minutes left, 2nd and 8, 3rd and 6 here for Burrow. Beside Burrow, 4-man. Middle, wow, completion. Burrow needed that. He's got 268, 3 touchdowns today, but this is a tie ball game at home with Charlotte. 4-yard rush by DeAndre, 4-yard rush by Saquon, and they get sacked on 3rd and 2. They have to punt Charlotte football. They start out with a 13-yard catch, 2nd and 9, 2nd and 19, 3rd and 22. 3 minutes left. If you give up a 3rd and 22, 4-man rush, it's got time. Oh, wow, that's a... Oh my God, what a play. He ran to the line, stayed behind it, and delivered a strike like 40 yards down the field. 43 yards. Holy crap, on 3rd and 22. 2nd and 7, 3rd and 4. Now, Michigan, you just got to hold him to a field goal here. You cannot let them pick up a first down. Charlotte, handoff, no play action. Hit as he throws, but he completes it. He's going to be in. Oh my God. I don't even know what to say. First and goal from the 4. How did he complete that? What a drive here. Michigan, the 3 seed. That's just an easy walk-in touchdown. Wow. Michigan is on the ropes here. They are down 7 with 1:59 left. They do get a nice return there. Started out with a nice pass, 16 yards, 2nd and 4. Boom. They get a big pass, 33 yards. We're going to watch now. So Burrow leading a drive here. You have 2 timeouts, minute left. So you really don't have to worry about the clock here. You just got to get in the end zone. Burrow checks out. That was almost a pick 6. 2nd and 10. Obviously 4 down territory here. Burrow in shotgun. He's got Barkley beside him. Drops back. Quick pressure right in his face. That's picked. Charlotte upsets Michigan. Wow. Burrow almost threw a pick on the last play and then throws one there. That is it. The 3 seed Wolverines go down to Charlotte at home. Wow, that 3rd and 22 was insane. Ran towards the line and then just stopped. Boom, delivered it 40 yards down the field. That QB played great. Had some just wicked throws, 3 touchdowns. I don't even know what to say. They had 475 yards of offense. Burrow didn't play bad other than that pick at the end was not good. Rushing, Barkley couldn't really get much going, honestly. Receiving, this Bequette guy played really well. Bequette and Vaughn. This QB, yeah, he is a freshman, only a 79 overall, and he played absolutely amazingly well for Charlotte. Wow. Okay, so looking at the bracket, Oregon goes down to Florida State. Wisconsin advances, UNC Liberty. So we are going to be watching Charlotte, Texas here for sure. So this is going to be Kyler Murray. So let's see if Charlotte can knock off another just unit of a team, 89 overall. You'd think this is Texas's game to lose, but we will see. Okay, let's sim through the first quarter. 2-0 Texas, 9-0 Texas, 16-0 Texas, 16-7. So 16-0 at one point. Charlotte does get some points there. Punt by Texas, Charlotte football at midfield. They get a huge completion and then they score a touchdown, 30 yards. It's a 2-point game. What is going on with Charlotte? 3rd and 3 here for Texas. So they got Kyler Murray in it, quarterback. They got Ronald Jones. They have a bunch of guys on defense as well for Texas. Little Kyler in at QB. Drops back over the middle. Nice throw, completion. Nice play by Texas. Kyler's got 117 and 2 touchdowns already. 2nd and 5, 3rd and 3, 4th and 1 from the 36. Kyler and Ronald in shotgun beside each other here. Kyler drops back. Up over the top, nice little completion. So Kyler's looking nice so far. 2nd and 8, 3rd and 6, 4th and 4, probably a kick a field goal. Yeah, they're going to kick a field goal. Charlotte football, 3rd and 6, they're going to punt. Texas, 2nd and 8, 3rd and 8 here for Texas. See if Kyler's got a little magic in his arm on 3rd down. Okay, Kyler. Up over the top, nice completion. He's just delivering a bunch of balls right over the middle of the field. Just nice and easy pitch and catch. 23 yards there. 2nd and 5, 3rd and 2. They don't convert, and now they're on the 32-yard line. So trying to go up 23-14. So a 9-point lead here for Texas. If they make it, they do. Okay, 2nd and 8, 3rd and 6 for Charlotte, and they don't convert. So Texas's defense is doing a pretty good job. They already have it on the 27-yard line. They lose yards there, 3rd and 12. In field goal range, so you can kick a field goal. Really don't want to take a sack here if you're Kyler. Just up over the top. Oh, makes it a very makeable field goal. You could go for this if you want to get aggressive, but I have a feeling they're just going to take their 3. They actually went for it and lost 2 yards. So Charlotte, that could be the spark they need. 3rd and 6 here. Drops back. Cobb over the middle. Nice hit, but he holds on. This Charlotte offense, they're just clutch, man. They just make the plays that they need to make. 2nd and 10, 3rd and 10 here. Trips to the bottom, bunch look, solo receiver at the top. Direct in traffic, drops back. He's got pressure, hit as he throws, completes it, but it's going to be short of the sticks. This kid will stay in the pocket and deliver the football, though, man. So they are going to have to punt, though. Probably not enough time for Texas to really do anything. Shut the hell up. They score a 58-yard touchdown with 0 seconds on the clock. That is a heartbreaker for Charlotte. We're going to go to the fourth quarter here. 29-14, 36-14. So it looks like Texas is going to advance here. We're down to the fourth quarter. We'll watch a little bit of this. This one should be over. 3rd and 4 for Charlotte. They pick up the first down. 2nd and 10, 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, 1st and 10 from the 11, 2nd and 8, 3rd and 4 from the 5. Probably 4 down territory. A field goal doesn't really do much for you. Down 16. So you almost need a touchdown, 2-point conversion, touchdown, 2-point conversion. Motion the running back out. He's got time. That's going to be a touchdown. Charlotte staying alive. I'm guessing they're going to go for 2 here. Yep. Okay, let's see if they convert. If they convert, they got it down to a 1-score game. Drops back. End zone. Oh, he's going to be half a yard. 2-point good. Oh, they said he got in. So it's an 8-point ball game. So I was ready to write off Charlotte. And here we go. 8 points. Okay, Texas ball, 3rd and 5 from their 26. You do not just want to give Charlotte the ball back right here. You need to go get a few first downs at least, Kyler. Kyler. Up over the top. That is not a good ball by Kyler. That could have been picked. That was into traffic. Charlotte. Bad punt. They already have it on the 45-yard line. 2nd and 5, 3rd and inches. Charlotte, are they going to knock off Texas and Michigan? Okay, handoff. They convert. 2nd and 8, 3rd and 10. This play is huge. You can hold them to 3. You're still up 5. If they convert here, they just keep the ball rolling though. Pressure, and he's going, oh my God, that's the worst thing that could happen for Charlotte. Knocks him out of field goal range. You might even have to go for that. Probably just have to punt though. Gets down Texas there on their own 14, but then Ronald Jones hits a 49-yard run, 2nd and 7, 2nd and 2. And then Ronald, oh no, their backup running back gets a touchdown. That should do it. Charlotte, 2nd and 2, 1st and 10. Okay, they got a 40-yard touchdowns. Okay, they're back down 8. Texas ball, 3rd and 2 here. Once again, honestly, the same spot. You do not want to just give them the ball back here, Kyler. You need a first down. Kyler, oh, a little slant. Well, that actually looked like kind of one of those mid screens, like that play call on 3rd down. 1-yard rush, 9-yard run by Ronald, 2nd and 8, 3rd and 11, 1:25 left. Charlotte's down to no timeouts. So, first down here for Texas will end it. They're going to run this ball. Not going to get a first down, but you can eat up a lot of clock there. You can give them the ball back with like 20 or 40 seconds left. Yeah, 48 seconds, 42, 33, 18. Oh, okay, this will be the last play. Down to 2 seconds. Oh, yeah, they're not even going to get it off. So there it is. Charlotte, that is a hell of a team, man. They put up a fight. Knock off Michigan. Had Texas right there. Not able to get it done, and the Longhorns advance. Okay, let's look at the bracket here. So Texas is going to play Purdue. Florida State gets knocked off. It's going to be UNC, Baylor, Texas, Purdue. So we are just going to sim to the natty and see what our matchup is. Okay, we got Texas versus Baylor. So Texas wins by 2 over Purdue. UNC loses by 6 to Baylor. I don't think Baylor has any of our guys. We will go look at their team really quickly. They have some 90s, but yeah, definitely none of our guys on the Bears. 86 quarterback. 90 running back, pretty good. Haynesworth looks like a really good receiver. So they have some talent on offense. Texas should be the big favorite here, but we'll see. Okay, so here we go. Couple of Texas teams, 86 versus 89. Okay, we're going to sim through the first quarter. It is going to be 7-0 Texas. That's where we sit. 7-0 Longhorns. 2nd and 8, 3rd and 6 on the 45 for the Bears. Gonna fake a handoff, play action, little pop pass over the middle of the field, complete. That's that Josh Haynesworth. He's their good receiver. 2nd and 8, 3rd and 4. They don't convert. They kick a field goal. So now Texas ball, and they start out with a 32-yard pass, then a 17-yard Ronald Jones run, and then the next play, a 20-yard pass. So Texas offense just went through them like a knife through butter. 3rd and 5 here for the Bears. Let's see if they can convert. What do you got here for us? Baylor going to hand this ball off right downhill, and that's going to be a first down Bears. There's an 18-yard catch, 2nd and 9, 3rd and 6. They don't convert. Going to have to punt to Texas, 2nd and 7. Here's a 3rd and 5 Texas on the 25-yard line. Ronald Jones and Kyler backfield. Okay, drops back. Kyler, he's going to take off. He's got some legs. He's going to be about a yard, 2 yards short. So Kyler not able to pick up the first down. Okay, Bears, they get a nice return there. 2nd and 8, 3rd and 5 at midfield. 2-by-2 look for the Bears. Only a 4-man rush. Gotten some pressure in his face. Oh, you got to bring him down behind the sticks there if you're that Texas corner. 2nd and 7, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 16. They don't convert. Okay, Texas is going to get the ball back here on their own 20. Big run by Ronald Jones. Then an 8-yard catch. 3rd and 9, though. Want to get some points here if you're Texas. Kyler drops back, 4-man rush. He's got plenty of time up over the middle. That could have been picked. That was into traffic. Kyler is able to fit that in, but that was a tight window throw. There's a 17-yard catch. And just one sec, because Texas has won 2 national championships so far. So they won in 2010, and then they won 3 years ago in 2017. So they're trying to be the only team in the sim so far to win 3 national championships. Just thought I'd throw that in there. There's a 17-yard catch. There's a sack, 3rd and 14 here. So we'll watch here. They are in field goal range. Even if you're sacked, you're probably still in field goal range. So as long as you don't throw a pick here, Texas should be getting some points, but we'll see. Bringing a blitz. Oh, popped up. That's going to be picked. Oh my gosh. It got popped right up in the air. Wow, that is tough. Kyler tried to fit that into a tight window, and Baylor is going to get escape with no points allowed there. Popped up, and that DB was just sitting there. They might get some points here. 1st and 10 on the 34. 1st and goal from the 5 with 10 seconds left. Baylor can cut this down to a 14-10 lead. What a turn of events this would be. Okay, drops back. Right end. Oh, just threw it away. 2nd and goal. Okay, I'm going to sim 1, and then we'll watch 3rd down if they don't convert. 5-yard touchdown. So they cut it down to a 4-point lead at the half. Okay, we are going to go to the 4th quarter. 14-10, 17-10, 17-13. So 4-point game. 3-yard rush, 1st and 10, 3rd and 4 here for the Longhorns. Kind of backed up in their own territory. Can Kyler pick up a 1st down? Definitely a defensive battle here. They're going to run draw with Ronald Jones, and he is going to be stuffed. Nothing doing there. Okay, Baylor's got it at midfield already. 4th and 1 on the 46. They go for it and convert. So it's 3rd and 14 on the 47. Okay, here we go. Pressure, and he's going down. That is a huge sack. Kofi Brandy coming off the edge. 1-yard rush. But here we go. Backed up on your own end. You're up 5 here if you're Kyler. Don't throw a pick, but you'd like to convert. Deep drop up over the top. Oh my God, he got a man. That's going to be a 90-yard touchdown. This safety is late coming over. Hole shot probably against cover 2. The safety was half a second late, and he is wide open sprinting down the sideline. Kyler Murray to Victor Gomez, 90 yards. Look how close this safety was. Right there. Oh, and he missed him by half a step. And that is the difference. And Gomez just has a lot more speed. You can see that safety trailing him by a lot by the time that play ends. So that safety just couldn't get over, and that's a 90-yard touchdown pass for Texas on 3rd down. 2nd and 12, 3rd and 8. They don't convert. Oh, they go for it on 4th down and do convert. 1st and 10, 2nd and 4, 1st and 10, 1st and 10. 1st and goal from the 4. We can watch here. I mean, you score here, you're only down 5 with 4 minutes. So you're still in it, Baylor. You are still in it. Gonna hand it off. Ooh, nice stuff there. So that gets him to 2nd and goal from the 7. Okay, hand off. Another stuff. So they cannot run the ball here. You can kick a field goal, though, and be down 7. So I'm guessing that's what they'll do if they don't convert here. 3rd and goal from the 8. Try to pass. The run game does not look like it's going to work on this Texas D-line right here. Drops back, pressure. Oh gosh, that's a sack, and makes it still a pretty makeable field goal, but definitely tougher. Oh, it's a 15-yard penalty against the defense. They got 1st and goal from the 6, and they score a touchdown. Wow, what a turn of events. Somehow they got a 15-yard penalty. Wow, okay, Texas, you're up 3. 2nd and 10. Oh, and that's a huge pass. 25-yard reception, 2nd and 13. And then they hit a 22-yarder. Then they have a 6-yard run. 1 yard. 3rd and 10. Oh, yeah, no, Kyler kneels there. And that's going to be it. Texas wins it. They win their 3rd national championship of the Sim, the only team to win 3. So the Longhorns got to be the team of the Sim so far. There is still 2 seasons left to see what will happen. So Kyler Murray, 1 year as a starter and takes home a national championship. He had 336 yards. He did throw 2 picks, but 336, 2 touchdowns, had a nice day. That's going to be it for Ronald Jones as well. 70 yards on the day. Okay, let's look at the final, just year-end stuff. So we'll look at the final top 25. Baylor, Texas, Liberty, with 1 loss. Wow. North Carolina, Purdue, Oregon, Wisconsin, Michigan, Florida State, Nebraska almost made the playoff. Clemson was right there as well. Stanford, 9-4. There we go. Let's look at All-Americans. Fair, Ronald Jones. That's kind of it. Second team, Roquan Smith at LSU. Freshman. Jedrick Wills for Clemson. AJ Terrell for Clemson as well. Okay, let's look at some season stats here. So Lamar, 317, but he won the national championship and then they didn't make the playoffs his last 2 years at Miami. Joe Burrow could be back next year for Michigan. Tua Tagovailoa, 300 almost a game. Josh Allen could be back next year for Oregon. So hopefully a lot of these guys are back. Jalen Hurts at Nebraska. Mac Jones, Clemson. There's his stats. Kenny Pickett, Texas Tech. Justin Herbert could be back at Stanford. Kyler will be gone at Texas. Okay, rushing. Ronald Jones, 2nd in the country at rushing. They win the Natty as well, obviously. Miles Sanders, 740 at Alabama. Receiving. Calvin Ridley gets 2nd in the country in receiving. 94 receptions, almost 1,500 yards and 19 touchdowns. Has a massive year. Chase Claypool, just under 1,000 for Wisconsin. Defensively, 18.5 sacks. So yeah, someone told me actually in the comment section that if you, I was just looking at national for sacks and it wouldn't show everything. But if you go defense by conference, you can see some other guys have like a bunch of sacks and interceptions. So I don't know why they do that. So you have to kind of look through each conference to see the defensive numbers. Seems really weird. Why would they do that? Big Ten, did any of our guys? So I've been kind of just missing out on a lot of the defensive stats here. I just thought if you went national, it would show everyone, but kind of annoying to have to look through each conference. De'Aaron Payne had 18 sacks. Okay, so this is kind of annoying because yeah, if you go by national, it doesn't show all this. That's so stupid. De'Aaron Payne had 18 sacks as a D tackle for Texas this year. Yeah, that type of stuff would have been nice to know. Myles Garrett had 7.5 sacks his last year. Christian Wilkins. Well, that's just silly. Jeff Okuda had 5. Okay, so this is something I'm going to start doing at the end of each year. I know this is almost over, but now at least I do know it. But yeah, I basically look through the big conferences and just see. We'll be able to see a lot more defensive stats. But I don't think it works like that for offense because you can see all the big guys on offense. It's not like we don't see some of the quarterbacks. It must be because there's so many defensive players that it can't even look at them all. Okay, so there we go. That is whoever left the comment. Thank you. I know you've left a few comments on my videos, so thank you. So that is kind of the end of the year stuff. We are going to advance to National Signing Day. We're going to look at the transfer portal, see where this recruiting class ends up. So this is actually going to be the second last recruiting class. We only have 2 seasons left in this whole sim. So, okay, National Signing Day. We'll look at the transfers first. DK Metcalf is going to go to Texas, leaves TCU for Texas. That's actually huge. He is nasty. So Texas, he's going to be playing with Josh Rosen or Will Levis next year. That is huge. AJ Terrell leaves Georgia for Jackson State. That is bizarre. I don't know why he'd do that, but okay, fair enough. Aiden Hutchinson leaves Michigan for Ohio State. Patrick Queen leaves Texas for Stanford. So we have some huge transfers here. Still no quarterbacks though. I really think they got to up the quarterbacks. But Kyler Murray, Sapp, and like those Michigan guys. We have 3 guys on Michigan and only 2 of them are ever going to play. Okay, wrap it up. We're going to quickly go through recruiting here. So BYU locks up Spencer Rattler. Nebraska, we already knew, gets Jaden Daniels, and Maryland gets Sam Howell. Georgia Tech gets Breece Hall. Florida State gets our guy George Pickens. Wisconsin gets Garrett Wilson. Va Tech gets Jamison Williams. Baylor ends up with Drake London. Purdue gets Luke Musgrave. Oregon gets Darnell Wright. Evan Neal's going to Florida State, and then Charles Cross is going to Clemson. The ends, Miami is going to get Travon Walker. Oregon gets Kayvon Thibodeau. Mozzie Smith ends up at Clemson, and then we know they get the 2 linebackers as well with Nolan Smith, and they get Nakobe Dean. Christian Harris ends up at LSU. Then for our corners, Trent McDuffie goes to Oregon. Ole Miss gets Ahmad Sauce Gardner. Nebraska ends up with Derek Stingley. And then I think our 2 safeties are already locked in. Alabama gets Daxton Hill. Kyle Hamilton gets Auburn. So going to put these recruits on their team. And then we have one more real life recruiting class. We have 2 seasons left in this sim. All right, guys. So here we go. Second last season. This is going to be our last real life recruiting class. So this is going to be the 2020 class. This is going to be the last class. We're only going to get to see these guys for 1 year too. So a lot of them won't make a huge impact, but some of them might be, freshman starters, things like that. So first up with the QBs, we have 5 quarterbacks, and the number 1 quarterback in this class is going to be 5-star recruit Anthony Richardson. Now Richardson, he's going to be the number 2 player in the class here. He went to Florida in real life, drafted number 4 or 3 overall by the Colts in the NFL draft. Here he's going to be looking at LSU, Houston, Texas, North Texas, Mississippi State. Next up, we have CJ Stroud, who just had one of the best NFL rookie seasons ever, playing with the Houston Texans. Went to Ohio State. He's going to be field general archetype, 5-star recruit, looking at USC, Texas, Cal, Oregon, Wyoming. And he's actually from California, even though he played at Ohio State. Next up, we have Bryce Young, who's going to be a 5-star, number 6 player in the class. He's from Cali, but played at Alabama. He's going to be looking at Kansas State, Florida State, Wyoming, Texas, UAB. Then we have Quinn Ewers. Now, started at Ohio State before transferring to Texas. 5-star recruit, going to be a 5-star here. He's going to be looking at Ohio State, Purdue, Cincinnati, Vanderbilt, Michigan. And then the last one is going to be DJ Ugalele. He was a big 5-star recruit. Him and Bryce Young were actually the 2 top recruits in the class. He was in Cali, ended up going to Clemson though. Then he played at Oregon State. Now he's at Florida State. So he's been kind of all over. He's going to be looking at Texas, Oklahoma, TCU, Texas Tech, and Baylor. Okay, getting into running backs. We have 2 in this class. The first one is going to be Jahmyr Gibbs. Gibbs is from Georgia, started at Georgia Tech, transferred to Alabama, got drafted in the first round by the Detroit Lions. Going to be a 5-star recruit here. Then our other back is going to be Bijan Robinson. He played at Texas, top 10 pick by the Atlanta Falcons in the NFL draft. Here he's going to be a 5-star power back. He's going to be looking at Wisconsin, Ohio State, Michigan, the Chippewas, and West Virginia. Okay, we have 3 receivers in this class. The first one is going to be Jackson Smith and Jigba. And Jigba played at Ohio State, but he's actually from Texas. First round pick by the Seahawks in the NFL draft. Going to be a 5-star. Looking at Baylor, Texas, Texas Tech, Oklahoma, TCU. Next up, Josh Downs. Josh Downs is from Georgia, but played at North Carolina. Going to be a route runner here. 4-star recruit. He's going to be looking at Texas, Texas A&M, Baylor, Oklahoma. He was a 2nd round pick by the Colts in the NFL draft. And then our last one is going to be Jordan Addison. Addison started out at Pitt and then transferred to USC. 1st round pick by the Minnesota Vikings in the NFL draft. 4-star recruit here, looking at UNC, Clemson as his top 2. Okay, we actually have 2 tight ends in this class. The first one is going to be Michael Mayer. Now, Michael Mayer played at Notre Dame. 2nd round pick. He was really good in college here. He's going to be a 5-star recruit, number 4 player in the country. He's looking at Cal, USC, BYU, North Texas, Wyoming. And then we have Darnell Washington. Washington played at Georgia. He's going to be a 4-star recruit here. He was a 2nd or 3rd round pick by the Steelers in the NFL draft. He's going to be looking at Clemson, Ohio State, Liberty, Michigan, Tennessee. Then we have 3 offensive linemen in this class. The first one is going to be Paris Johnson Jr. He played at Ohio State in real life. He's going to be a 5-star recruit, huge man. Like in real life, he's like that size, like 6'7". He might be even a little heavier. And he's going to be looking at Oregon, BYU, Utah, Colorado, USC. Then we have Peter Skoronsky. Skoronsky played at Northwestern, first round pick in the NFL draft, 4-star recruit here. He's going to be looking at Purdue, Notre Dame, Ohio State, Michigan as his top schools. And I think that's Toledo's logo. Some of those little logos can be hard to tell what they are. Then lastly, we have Broderick Jones. Broderick played at Georgia. He's going to be a 4-star recruit here. He's going to be looking at Clemson, UNC, Vautech, Florida State, and Tennessee. We just have one DN, so it's going to be Miles Murphy. Here he's going to be the #1 player in the country, 5-star recruit. In real life, Murphy went to Clemson. Here he's going to be a power rusher, going to be an absolute freak show, and he's looking at Colorado, ASU, Kansas State, Nebraska, and Oklahoma. We have one defensive tackle, and it is going to be Brian Bresee. Brian Bresee was maybe the #1 overall recruit out of this class. He was a defensive tackle who went to Clemson. Here he's going to be a 5-star recruit, speed rusher archetype. He's going to be looking at Michigan, Purdue, Wisconsin, UNC, and Boston College. Then we have 2 outside linebackers here. The first one is going to be Will Anderson. Will Anderson was from Georgia, but played at Alabama. 3rd or 2nd overall pick by the Houston Texans, won defensive rookie of the year, was an absolute freak in college. Here he's going to be a power rusher archetype, so kind of a pass rushing outside linebacker, looking at Clemson, Ohio State, UNC, Tennessee, Michigan. Then the other one is going to be BJ Ojulari. Ojulari's from Georgia, played at Georgia, kind of a pass rusher, outside speed rusher type. He's going to be a power rusher archetype, 5-star recruit, looking at Georgia Tech, Auburn, Georgia, Florida State, Clemson. And then lastly, we have more of an off-ball linebacker, and it's going to be Trenton Simpson, who went to Clemson. Going to be a 5-star recruit here. He's looking at Clemson, Stanford, Florida, Chippewas, and Ohio State. Then we have 2 corners in the class. The first one is going to be Christian Gonzalez. Gonzalez started at Colorado, then transferred to Oregon. First-round pick by the Patriots in the NFL draft, looking at Florida, Georgia, Miami, Florida State, and Alabama. Then our other one is going to be Keely Ringo. Ringo is actually from Arizona, but played at Georgia. He was a huge recruit coming out of high school. Here he's going to be a 4-star recruit, looking at Cal, UCLA, Nevada, Stanford, Oregon. And then lastly, we have one safety, and it is going to be Brian Branch. He's from Georgia, but played at Alabama. 2nd-round pick by the Detroit Lions in the NFL draft. Just had a really good rookie year. He's going to be looking at Florida, Georgia, Miami, Florida State, and Alabama. Okay, so that's going to wrap up recruiting. We'll look at kind of some of the preseason stuff here. So top 25, Texas, defending national champs, are coming in as a 90 overall. Wisconsin, Michigan, 89, Oregon, Nebraska, Ohio State's a 90, Florida State, Clemson, Stanford. Those are kind of the top schools. Preseason All-Americans, Justin Herbert at Stanford, Mekhi Becton at Michigan. Second team, we got Josh Allen at Oregon, DK Metcalf, who just transferred to Texas for his senior year. Could have an absolutely massive year, playing with Josh Rosen, I believe. Okay, so then we'll look at some of the rosters here. So Bama, they got Andrew Thomas, Elijah Vera Tucker, Miles Sanders, really some O-line running backs are kind of, Travis Etienne, Daxton Hill as a safety as well. Clemson, definitely a team to keep our eye on. Look at their one outside linebacker, 99 overall junior. They got Jedrick Wills on the O-line. They got Mac Jones at quarterback, still starting. Do they have a receiver? They have T. Higgins, who's their 2nd receiver. So we're going to see Mac throw to T. Could be a pretty good combo. Florida State, definitely a team I want to see go on a run this year. Really good tight end, really good running back. They got Nick Bosa, Dexter Lawrence, Christian Barrymore, Calvin Ridley, Justin Fields is their starting QB with Joe Milton as their backup. Cam Ridley, they have Terrence Marshall, and they have George Pickens. They have 3 of our receivers with Justin Fields throwing them the ball. They're going to have Fields as their starter for the next 2 years. Really want to see Florida State do something here. Georgia, Christian Wilkins, on the D-line, along with Devin White, Derek Brown, mostly defenders for them, for real life guys right now. Have a just okay quarterback. Really good running back, 99 overall. LSU, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson might be their only one. Christian Harris as well at linebacker. Miami, definitely a team. Ton of our guys. Dexter Lawrence going to be their starting quarterback. They got Justin Ross, who's went up to a 90 overall as a redshirt freshman. So he's an absolute freak show at wide receiver for them. I think they do have some guys on defense too. Trevor Lawrence. They got Patrick Surtain, redshirt freshman. Don't they? Oh, maybe that's kind of it. But just those two alone, Justin Ross playing with Trevor Lawrence, that's a big duo. Michigan always have our guys and just can't go on a run. They got Joe Burrow in his senior season. And then as long as Dwayne Haskins doesn't leave, they'll start Dwayne Haskins next year. DeAndre Swift looks like he's going to be splitting time at running back. Don't have any of our wide receivers now. But D-line, they have no way. They cut Aiden Hutchinson. That is insane. So they do have Micah Parsons, but they freaking cut Aiden Hutchinson. I do not understand that. He was a top 10 recruit. They really need to patch that. Yeah, they have Micah, but they did Tyler Linderbaum. Man, that is insane. Unless Hutchinson transferred and I missed it, but I don't think so. Okay. Nebraska, they have Ed Oliver, but the big thing, they have Jalen Hurts in his junior year. They have Jaden Daniels as his backup QB. Jaden Daniels has 97 speed. If Jalen leaves next year after this season, Jaden will step in. If not, they have Jalen Hurts for the next 2 years at quarterback. Ohio State, 90 overall. Not really our guys. Clellan Farrell on the D-line. That literally might be it. Aiden. Okay, so right, we did. Aiden Hutchinson did transfer. Now that I see that, I do remember that. So they didn't cut him. That would have been insane. But Aiden transferred to Ohio State. Oregon. Ole Miss actually has two of our guys, I think. They got Azeez Ojolari. They got Sauce Gardner, 81. Oh, and they have Damian Pierce at running back as well. Oregon, Dylan Moses, one of the best players in the country, is a sophomore. And they got Josh Allen. And they got Najee. Is Najee actually starting? Najee's not starting though. But they have Josh Allen one more year coming in, have a chance to win a national championship led by Josh. Penn State, Josh Sweat on the D-line. Kind of it. Stanford, one more year with Justin Herbert. So we have some really good senior quarterbacks this year that we'll see if they can go on some runs. Texas, they lose. So they got Connor Williams. They got DK Metcalf, who's transferred in, star 6'3", some purple freaking abilities too. What has he put up stats at all? Not really at TCU, so hopefully he can just step in at Texas, be a freak show. Playing with Josh Rosen, they'll have Will Levis next year. Connor Williams on the O-line. Definitely going to be watching them. USC only has one of our guys, but it is Tua Tagovailoa, starting quarterback as a junior. See if he can do something. Wisconsin, I think they got Chase Claypool at wide receiver. That's kind of it. So if we just look at best players in the country, this is maybe the most stacked we've ever seen the quarterback position for a single year. Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, Dwayne Haskins is a backup, but he's one of the best in the country. Sam Darnold's also a backup. Tua Tagovailoa, like all those guys are starters. Mac Jones is a starter. Josh Rosen's a starter at Texas. Trevor Lawrence is starting at Miami. Florida State has Justin Fields. Kenny Pickett's the starter at Texas Tech. There's Justin Fields at Florida State. Sam Howell, he's at Maryland. So we have like 10, 11, 12 starting quarterbacks right now. I don't think we've ever had it as deep as it is right now. So hopefully that really showcases it this year. And hopefully we get a good group of teams make the college football playoff. Here's just the best players in the country list. Dylan Moses, absolute just freak at Oregon. This guy's got 99 speed as an outside linebacker. Okay. That's a little cracked. Mekhi Becton. But yeah, so that is where we are sitting. There's the Heisman, bunch of just randoms. We'll see at the midseason point though. Okay, so we're going to go to midseason. We'll look at the recruiting and see how the top 25s look and all that good stuff. Okay, here we are midseason point. Let's go through our recruits here really quick. Last recruiting class of this whole series. So really hoping these guys just go to schools where they have a wide open spot and they can just start as freshmen because that's really their only chance of playing. So Anthony Richardson looks like he could go to LSU. We'll have a shot of playing, I think, right away. CJ Stroud looks like he might go to Oregon, could just step in for Josh Allen next year. I like that. Well, we could work with that. Bryce Young going to Wyoming. I have a good chance feeling you could be the starter there. Nebraska, he definitely would have not have been. So there we go. Quinn Ewers going to go to Michigan, was not going to start at Michigan. So there we go. Unless they lose, unless Haskins goes to the NFL for some reason. And then lastly, we got DJ, and he's looking like he's going to go to Texas Tech or Houston. For running backs, Jahmyr Gibbs is going to go to Auburn. Michigan just keeps getting guys. They get Bijan Robinson. They already have DeAndre Swift though. Texas locks down Jackson Smith-Njigba. I don't know if any of these receivers are going to play much as a first-year player. Teams always have a bunch of receivers. Then Josh Downs is going to go to Oklahoma. Jordan Addison is going to go to Va-Tech. For tight ends, we got BYU locks down Michael Mayer. And then Michigan gets another guy with Darnell Washington going to Michigan. Paris Johnson Jr. goes to Oregon. They get another big-time recruit. Peter Skoronski still up in the air. Marshall, Purdue, Notre Dame, his top three. And then Clemson locks down Broderick Jones, picks them over Tennessee. Miles Murphy locks in at Colorado, is down to Colorado or Nebraska. Brian Brissy goes to Michigan. Michigan probably got the most big-time recruits over this whole sim. Like, they've just got so many. Moving on to linebacker, Michigan gets Will Anderson. They have Will Anderson, Micah Parsons, Brian Brissy. Absolutely crazy. I don't get it. Like, he's from Georgia and goes to Michigan. I don't know. That's all good, though. BJ Ojulari goes to Georgia Tech instead of Georgia, like real life. And then Trenton Simpson is going to go to Florida. Florida also locks up Christian Gonzalez. And then Keely Ringo goes to UW. Lastly, we got Brian Branch, and he is going to go play at the U. So that is the recruiting class still. Few guys unsigned. We will check on that again at the end of the year at National Signing Day. Okay. Top 25, Clemson, led by Mac Jones. We've got Ohio State, Wisconsin, Michigan. Would love to see them go on a run with all their talent. North Carolina, Oregon in the mix, Nebraska in the mix, USC in the mix, Miami in the mix, no Florida State. I'm sure there's other teams on the top of my head with the good QBs we'd like to see that aren't in it, but there we go. That is what our top 25 is looking like. Obviously, that can change a lot by the time we get to the playoff. Justin Herbert, second in Heisman watch right now. Having a really good year, looks like. Tim Dixon at Ohio State leading the way, though. Look at some stats here quick. So, pass yards per game, Trevor Lawrence is killing it at Miami. So, they just throw so much there. Look at this guy. He's got 23 touchdowns, 0 picks, 340 yards a game. That is insane. Josh Allen having a huge year as well. Jalen Hurts at Nebraska. Justin Herbert, Tua Tagovailoa. All these guys are above 315 pass yards a game. Justin Fields right there as well. Joe Burrow at Michigan. So all these QBs are performing really well. Spencer Rattler starting at BYU as a freshman. Kenny Pickett, Mac Jones for Clemson. So that's a bunch of our starters there. Josh Rosen not putting up crazy stats. Looks like they're running the ball quite a bit at Texas. So here's rushing stats. Miles Sanders, 7. He's at 82 a game for Alabama. So that's not bad at all. Receiving, man, none of our dudes. Terrence Marshall at Florida State having a big year, over 100 a game. T. Higgins over 100 a game at Clemson. So those are pretty big numbers. Justin Ross as a freshman right here, now redshirt freshman, almost 70 a game. This guy's at 124 a game, but he got injured. Okay, we are going to get to conference championship weekend, big conference championship game. We'll check it out. If not, we'll just go to the playoff. Okay, here we are, conference championship weekend. So what do we got? UCF, Cincinnati, Rice, Charlotte, Georgia, Bama, Boston College. We got Michigan, Purdue. Nothing like, obviously some of these are decent games, but usually I'm looking like if we have two matchups of guys or a quarterback in one of those games who has never made the playoff that we haven't seen before. So we're just going to advance the playoff and we'll see where we're at. So that's who won the Heisman, the Northern Illinois QB, 4,200 yards, 33 touchdowns. Let's look at the bracket. Oh, yes, they updated the college football bracket. I just got the new update for the game. I honestly kind of liked the other one, I feel like. So we got Purdue, Clemson. Michigan gets a bye. Ohio State, Georgia, Wisconsin, Charlotte, Bama, Toledo, Boston College, Cincinnati. So we got Clemson, Purdue with a real life quarterback this week. We'll watch that game. Georgia, Wisconsin, Bama. Okay, so that's where we are at. So let's look at who just kind of missed it, because we have a lot of good. So like Oregon didn't make it, Miami didn't make it, USC, like Oregon wasn't even in the mix with Josh Allen, Stanford wasn't in the mix with Justin Herbert. A lot of good QBs, not just on the outside looking in. Okay, we're gonna watch Clemson Purdue here. Really weird. So Clemson's the #1 seed, but they don't get a bye. Interesting, but here we go. So they're 90 overall, Purdue's an 86. Think Clemson should win this one, and if they do, I think they play Michigan in the next round. So definitely watch that one. That would be Burrow versus Mac Jones. The kind of LSU Alabama real life. Clemson has a cool ass intro for this as well. It's a home game for them. Okay, let's get it. Let's go down through the first quarter here. Clemson 7-0. Clemson 10-7. Purdue ball 3rd and 5 on their own 6. This is always dangerous. Any mistake right here can be absolutely scary. You can see the stadium pulse is rocking. Clemson home game. Front 4 trying to get after it. Up over the top. Oh my gosh, should have been picked. Instead, it's like a 45-yard gain. Wow. Probably should have been picked off. Missed it. They go for 48. Then the next play, they go for 25. 2nd and 10, 3rd and 6 on the 17 here for Purdue. He drops back over the top. Oh, really nice hit on the ball there. Knocks it free. Great job by the linebacker. And they're going to be held to 3 there. Clemson football now. 2nd and 8. Clemson 3rd and 11. So let's see what Mac Jones can do right here. Mac Jones. I think that's Justin Ross at the bottom. Or no, T. Higgins, sorry, at the bottom of your screen. Mac. Oh, pressure. Oh, that was a bit of a scary throw. That could have been bad. Purdue going to get the ball back here. Have a chance to actually go tie this up. 3rd and 7, they convert. 2nd and 8, 3rd and 6, they convert. 1st, 2nd and 10, 1st and 10, 2nd and 2, 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, 3rd and 20. So 3rd and 20 now on the 37. So probably good with a field goal here if you're Purdue, but you need another probably 7-8 yards just to make it a nice manageable kick. Oh, blitz coming right in his face. Oh, and he goes down. That's back-to-back sacks for the Clemson Tigers, and they make it 4th and 29. The crowd is juiced up, and yeah, that's a huge play there. You know, they brought a blitz and Purdue couldn't find anything down the field. That's Reinhardt's 2nd blitz or sack of the day. Okay, Clemson ball 2nd and 13, and they get a huge 50-yard run. Now it's 3rd and 6 on the 21. So they really ran the ball here on Purdue, trying to go up 17-3 here before the half. Mac in pistol, going to hand it off, little counter, 2 blockers out in front, breaks a tackle, but he's going down here, and Clemson is going to get held to 3. So 13-3 Purdue football, 3rd and 12 already, another sack. So Clemson is really starting to heat up the pressure on Purdue, get a ton of guys just in the backfield here. Here they're rushing forward, trying to set up a screen. Linebacker sniffs that out and totally eats that alive. Okay, Clemson's going to get the ball back here. Chance to get some more points before the half. They get a nice return, so they're already past midfield here. 2nd and 2, 1st and 10, 2nd and 8. They get sacked 3rd and 13. They are in field goal range, so they could go up 16-3. Mac Jones, shotgun empty here. Mac drops back. Plenty of time. He's going to take off. Going to go down. Technically a sack. Really only lost about a yard, so not in a horrible spot there. So 16-6, a lot of field goals here, and that is going to take us to half. We are going to sim to the 4th quarter here. 19-3, 2nd and 12. Here's 3rd and 12 for Clemson. I think that's T. Higgins up at the top, soloed. Go there. Up over the top. That is T. Higgins. Back shoulder throw, and he converts it. T. Higgins for 24 yards. This is a tough matchup for Purdue. Clemson's the #1 team in the country, even though they didn't get a bye. 15-yard reception for T. 14-yard reception, 2nd and goal, and they punch it in. So that's pretty much going to do it. We're at 26-3 here. Unless Purdue, we'll watch this play for Purdue, unless they can really make some magic happen in this last few minutes. They're down 23 right now with 7 minutes left. Clemson seems like it just a little too much. Super quick pressure, but they're up over the top. Wow, and that guy's got some wheels, and that is a Purdue touchdown. The D tackle for Clemson broke in about half a second right in the QB's face, but he was able to stay in the pocket, deliver it for a 65-yard touchdown. Looks like they went for 2 and didn't get it. Clemson ball, 3rd and 5. They don't convert. Purdue football, 1st and then 2nd and 18. Here's 3rd and 18. On the 40-yard line, 5 minutes left. 3rd and super long. Let's see. Oh, they're running draw. Oh, no. Okay. Fake draw. And there is the interior pressure. This is that guy's 4th sack today. They have just been all over the Purdue quarterback. They actually had to go for that. They don't convert. We are just going to sim to the end of this one now. Purdue scores a late touchdown, but that is going to do it. Clemson wins it. Win by 10, and now they are going to face Michigan in the next round. Mac, 15 of 19. Didn't really have to throw the ball a ton. 2 receptions for 39 yards. I want to see how many sacks they had. 4.5 for this guy, plus another half sack, plus 1.5, plus 1.5, 1.5, 1 sack. They had like close to 10 sacks in that game. It can be tough because who had the half sack with which other half sack or whatever, but they were all over Purdue's quarterback. Okay, let's look at the bracket here. So we got Clemson, Michigan, Ohio State, Cincinnati, Wisconsin, BC, Alabama, Toledo. So Wisconsin beat Georgia. Yeah, okay. So we're definitely going to watch Michigan, Clemson in this next round. In the Rose Bowl, 13-1 versus 10-3. 87 overall versus 90. So Clemson, very talented on paper. Michigan has some studs, but we'll have to see. So we got Burrow versus Mac Jones in this one. Yeah, night game at the Rose Bowl. Gonna sim through the first quarter. We got 0-0. So defensive battle so far. 2nd and 13. 4th and down. Clemson punt, Michigan ball. They start out with an 11-yard reception. Now 3rd and 10. So Burrow shotgun here. Clemson 4 down line. Burrow drops back, fires it. Oh, nice throw there on 3rd down to convert. 89 pass yards for Burrow so far. Then they lose yards on a sack, and we're already to 3rd and long here. So about midfield, they need Burrow to make something happen with his big right arm here. Burrow drops back, plenty of time. Draw, just checks it down to the running back. I think that was DeAndre Swift underneath. It was, only went for 5 though. Gonna have to punt to Clemson. Clemson starts, interception. Oh, Michigan picks off Mac Jones, and it is gonna be 2nd and goal from the 2 here for the Wolverines with a chance to go punch this bad boy in. Motion a tight end across. Burrow hands this ball off, meets him in at the 1-yard line, but the running back powers his way in. Michigan starts off here with the first touchdown of the day after a Mac Jones interception. Okay, nice return. 2nd and 13, 3rd and 2, 1st and 10, 2nd and 5, 3rd and 3. We'll watch this one. Just about midfield here. Definitely want to keep, getting some first downs here. Try to get some points on the board before the half here. Mac, they're going to run, little fake draw. Pressure up over the top. I don't know what just happened there. Mac threw it away, I guess, out of the back of the end zone, and there was no receiver within like 40 yards. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Okay, Michigan football. It's on their own 5-yard line, 3rd and 5 from their own 8. So this can be dangerous. This is basically where Mac Jones threw his interception. So Burrow, no big mistakes here. They're bringing blitz. Beats the blitz with the hook, sitting down. That is a great job by Burrow on 3rd down. We've seen him make a couple really nice plays on 3rd down so far. 2nd and 8, 3rd and 5. They don't convert that one. They have to punt. Clemson's got it at midfield here. Here's a 3rd and 5. Mac, can you go get your boys some points here before the half? You're the number 1 team in the country. 13-1. They're going to do fake hand of pressure. And he goes down. Michigan just right off the edge. That is a sack. Mac is not liking that one. Burrow has a chance here before the half. Go get some more points. 2nd and 8. 3rd and 5. They don't convert. They punt it. 1st and 10 here from the 32 for Clemson. 1st and goal from the 2. 26-yard reception by T. Higgins. Clemson's got 40 seconds here, so you don't have to worry about the clock. You have 3 downs, probably 4. I'm going for it on 4 downs here. I'm punching this in no matter what, but they get it on 1st down, and there it is. Looks like we're going to have a tie game going into the half. Burrow, I would say, is playing great right now, but yeah, we will see. So that's halftime, 7-7. We're going to go to the 4th. 14-7 Clemson. 14-10. Okay, so 14-10 Clemson going into the fourth quarter. 2nd and 9. 3rd and 5 from the 30 here for Clemson. So should be able to get a field goal no matter what. Go up 7, but they want to go get 7 for sure. Let's see. Mac drops back. They're bringing a bit of a blitz. Throw to the outside. He holds on to beat the blitz. Huge pickup there. Now Clemson is cooking. Definitely have a chance to go get a touchdown here. 2nd and 12. Okay, 3rd and 12 from the 20. So if Mac wants it, gonna have to get aggressive. I have a feeling they'll play a little close to the vest, be okay with a field goal, but we will see. Mac drops back, up over the top. That's a touchdown. Touchdown, Clemson Tigers. Little wheel route. He throws up the Heisman pose. Keyshawn Gammon with the 20-yard reception from Mac Jones, and Michigan stuck 11 here. 2nd and 5, 3rd and 12. Burrow gets sacked. Now, ton of pressure here on Michigan. You're down 11 with 7 minutes left. You need to go get some points here. Burrow set up a screen pass to DeAndre Swift. He's got blockers. You need to break a tackle. 4th and 1. They do go for it and they pick it up. Okay, 2nd and 8. Then a 14-yard reception. 2nd and 9. 3rd and 5 from the 31. So they do pick up that 4th down. Here's a tight look here. Field goal. At least you cut it down to a 1-score game. Drops it in. Nice play there. 2nd and 6. 3rd and 4. 4th and 2. Up and good. Okay, 2nd and 10 Clemson, 3rd and 2 from the 26 is a huge down. You do not want to just punt it back right away if you're Clemson. If you're Michigan, you can just get off the field here. They're going to fake hand it off. Mac up over the top, deep down the field. Shoulda, could have been picked, but it also, if Mac had a little more juice on that one, put some air under, it might have been a touchdown. Michigan going to get the ball back. They're starting at about the 40-yard line. They start out with a 9-yard catch for DeAndre Swift. 3rd and 1, and they get a huge 26-yard run, 11-yard reception, loss of 8, 3rd and 18 from the 22. A field goal doesn't. You have 3 timeouts. You could kick a field goal if you're Michigan, but then you need another stop on defense. Burrow. Oh God, you can't take that sack, Burrow. Oh, they go for it. I thought you take your field goal, cut it down so then you can get a stop and a touchdown wins it, but they went for it on 4th and a ton. 1st and 10 Clemson, 2nd and 7, 3rd and 5. So this is the game right here. Clemson 1st down will basically end it because Michigan will be out of timeouts. They have 2 right now, but they'll have to stop the clock. So, Mac's going to pass it. And he goes down on a sack. That is oh my goodness. Michigan does have to burn a timeout to stop the clock, but they are going to get the ball back with a chance to go tie this thing. They get a pretty nice return there. 2nd and 12, 3rd and 10. And they pick it up on a run. 2nd and 6, 3rd and 3, 30 seconds left. We're going to watch from here. So Michigan, you have no timeouts. You need some magic now from Joe Burrow. This could be his last college snaps right here. Up, down the seam. Here it is, 4th and 3. Joe Cool trying to lead Michigan to a natty. They're stuck 8. They need something here. Clemson is crowding the line. This looks like it could be 0 blitz on the back end. They're bringing pressure. Burrow goes down. 7 sacks for Clemson, and they are gonna advance. They beat Michigan just too much. I think their front 7, their front 4, both games we've watched, they have just had a ton of sacks, gotten a ton of pressure, and Michigan goes down in the Rose Bowl to the Clemson Tigers. Mac Jones is a game away from leading his team to a national championship. Okay, let's see the matchups here. So we got Clemson, Ohio State, Wisconsin, Alabama. So we could get a Clemson-Bama final, which we've obviously seen quite a few times in real life. Okay, but we're going to advance and we'll see what the final matchup is going to be. So the final is going to be Wisconsin versus Clemson. I think both these teams would have won a natty so far. Wisconsin has for sure. They won 2 years ago. Clemson won our very first one in 03. So Clemson going for their second, Wisconsin going for their second. Texas has 3 right now. Let's look at both these rosters just really quickly again. Clemson, usually they have more of our guys on defense. They have Jedrick Wills, Mack, Trevon Diggs at corner, T. Higgins, Nakobe Dean. So they got some younger guys on defense, but yeah, it's going to be T. Higgins, Mac Jones, really their offensive weapons. And I think Wisconsin might only have Chase Claypool, who's their best wide receiver. Oh, and they have Garrett Wilson, who's a freshman, only a 73 overall, so doesn't really count. So it's Claypool versus definitely more guys on Clemson. Okay, 15-1 for the Tigers. They are 90 overall. Wisconsin's an 87. Okay, we are going to get into this one. We are going to sim through the first quarter. 7-0 Wisconsin here, 10-0 Wisconsin. So Wisconsin jumping on the Tigers a little bit here, and they have the ball. 3rd and 6. Wow, Clemson's own 28-yard line. So, I mean, Wisconsin has a chance to go up 17-0 here. Pressure, throwing in behind the blitz, breaks a tackle down to about the 15-yard line. Okay, that was Chase Claypool for 12 there. So Wisconsin putting in work, and then they get a 15-yard rush touchdown. The next play, they are up 17-0. 2nd and 8, 3rd and 4. Mac Jones, you need to get it going here for the offense. T. Higgins at the bottom of your screen. Mac in shotgun. Quick throws over to T. Higgins over the middle of the field. They do convert there. Then a 12-yard throw, 14 yards. 2nd and 8, 3rd and 6. Mac, here we go. 3rd and 6. You need a touchdown here. 17-0. Mac pressured and he goes down. That might kick him out of field goal range too. 34-yard line. That's going to be a long field goal for a college kicker. That is going to be a punt. They punt. They do get a sack there. 3rd and 14 here for Wisconsin. 3rd and 14. They're bringing pressure. Throws over the middle. That's a nice job by the Clemson D. Bring pressure. Sticky coverage on the back end. You get a completion, but it's for 6 yards. 37-yard punt. Clemson has it past midfield here. 14 yards. There we go. 11 yards. 2nd and 7. 1st and goal from the 9. 2nd and goal from the 4. Here we go. Oh, wow. Great job by the linebacker. Diving stop there. As the guy just sitting down in the zone coverage. Linebacker dives in, gets a knockout. Okay. Humongous down for Clemson. You need a touchdown. They're going to motion their running back out. Quick slant. Wow. Great diving catch by the wide receiver for Clemson. That is going to be a touchdown. They are back in this one. That's Heinrich with the touchdown from Mac. Okay. Wisconsin ball. And they start out with a 25-yard run, 2nd and 9, 1st and 10 at the 34, 2nd and 6, 3rd and 2 on the 26 for Wisconsin. Okay, they're really crowding the line here. It looks like Clemson might be bringing a blitz. Wisconsin, I'm assuming, going to run it. They're going to fake jet touch pass, set up a deep shot. Touchdown. Is that Chase Claypool? Touchdown, Wisconsin, up over the top on your dome. Wow, huge play action shot. They go end zone. That's Ahmad Hester with the touchdown. I really like that play design, and Wisconsin got so aggressive there. That's they were not cool with just like, hey, we'll just take our 3. They said, we're going for the jugular. Huge throw there. 24-7. This would be a massive upset. 2nd and 12, 3rd and 9, 4th and 1. Okay, they punt. 2nd and 10, 3rd and 8 here for Wisconsin. If they convert this just feels like it might be over. Like, this team feels like the team of destiny right now. They're just making every play they have to. Drops back. Oh, that's a dangerous throw. You got to be careful with that, brother. Going across the field late on an out route. That could have been a pick 6. Okay, Clemson ball. They have a chance here. 3rd and 3. Penalty against the defense. 2nd and 7. 1st and 10. And there's a touchdown. 18-yard reception. Okay, so 24-14 going into the half. So that's a huge late touchdown for the Tigers. We're going to sim to the 4th quarter. 24-21. 28-24. So Clemson storms back and they have a 4-point lead. It was 24-3. It's going to be 4th and 2 though. Clemson has to punt. 2nd and 13, 3rd and 10 here for Wisconsin. But they have it, wow, in way deep inside Clemson territory. So 3rd and 10, have a chance to at least get a field goal, cut it down to a 1-point game. But you want, that's a huge blitz. Wow, he stuck in there and delivered the throw. Pressure right in his face. I might go for this. Yeah, they're gonna. 4th and 2 from the 9. Play of the day right here so far. They're going to hand it off, and Clemson gets right in the backfield. Huge stop there. Oh, that is a heartbreaker for the Badgers. And then next play, 91-yard touchdown. Mac Jones to Spencer Heinrich. That might do it for Wisconsin. 3rd and 9. They had a 24-3 lead. It is now 35-24, a 32-0 run for Wisconsin, or for Clemson. 4-man rush here. Drops it in there. That's a nice completion. I mean, you just got to keep the chains moving here. That's Chase Claypool for 11 for Wisconsin. 2nd and 6, 3rd and 9. Bang! 65-yard touchdown. We have ourselves a game once again. Couple of huge plays, 2nd and 8, 3rd and 6 here. Mac, can you get your team a first down? T at the bottom of your screen here. Mac drops back. He's trying to set up a screen, and they got, oh man, Wisconsin just got a ton of pressure right up the gut. Couldn't even get the screen off. Gonna be Wisconsin ball. And they started off with a 26-yard throw. 2nd and 8, 3rd and 11 from the 33. A field goal will tie this one. Kind of a pressure double mug look for Clemson here. Wisconsin only rushing for Wisconsin, plenty of time. Oh, that's a pick. Threw it right to the linebacker. Oh, another heartbreaker. That's the last 2 drives that Wisconsin got it down inside like the 30-yard line. They've got 0 points. That is an absolute heartbreaker. 2nd and 8. Interception, Wisconsin. 1st and 10, 3rd and 4. Oh, I meant to watch that. This has got to be a field goal. I think they're kicking a field goal. Okay, so it is a tie ball game with 3:41 left. Mac, start with a 3-yard rush. 3rd and 4 from the 31. Oh my. The pressure here on Mac. Mac Jones. Up over the... Mac, that is the worst throw I've ever seen. Wisconsin has it down at the 32, 3 minutes left. That's back-to-back picks by Mac Jones on the last 2 drives. Oh my goodness, right to the linebacker in the hook. 3rd and 5, humongous down. They're going to hand it off. Linebacker, yeah, that's going to be down. 4th and 2. They're going to kick their 3, go up 3 with 2 minutes left. 38-35. 2-minute drill for Mac Jones. He starts out big with a 24-yard catch. 2nd and 7, 3rd and 6, 121 left. Okay, what do you got, Mac? 4-man rush. Drops back, checks it down, and here it is. This is basically the game. Mac picked again. Mac Jones, his 3rd, 4th quarter pick, returns it back to the 45-yard line. Wow, Wisconsin, 3 fourth quarter interceptions, and they win their 2nd national championship in the last 3 seasons. Crazy. And Clemson, absolute freaking heartbreaker. Mac Jones fell apart. 3 interceptions in the 4th quarter. Before the 4th quarter, he had 370 whatever yards and 4 touchdowns. And then threw 3 picks. That is crazy. Higgins had an all right day. Claypool didn't do much, but wow, what a choke job by Clemson. Okay, let's look at the final top 25 here. Wisconsin, Clemson, Cincinnati, Bama, Ohio State, Georgia, Miami, LSU, West Virginia, USC, Oregon was 9 and 4. Okay, let's look at some season stats here. So pass yards per game. Trevor Lawrence, Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, top 3, but none of them made the playoff. Tua Tagovailoa, Justin Herbert, he's going to be done. Justin Fields didn't make the playoff, but had a nice year. Joe Burrow. Okay, rushing. Miles Sanders, just under 1,000 yards. Receiving, T. Higgins, 1,300 yards at Clemson. Terrence Marshall had a nice year for Florida State. That was it for 1,000-yard receivers. Defensively, Christian Barmore, Florida State, had a nice year. Asante Samuel Jr. had 6 picks as a true freshman at Florida State. Man, I wish I knew this earlier about the stats. Big 12, here's our tackles for loss. Sacks, this guy had 22.5 sacks. Quinnen Williams at Texas Tech, 14 sacks. So yeah, guys got a ton of sacks actually. Byron Murphy had 4 picks for TCU. Tackles, there we go. Dylan Moses, nice year tackle wise. Clellan Farrell, 14.5 sacks. Josh Sweat, interceptions. SEC, 15 sacks. Christian Wilkins at Georgia. Okay, we'll look at team stats really quick as well. Points per game, LSU, Oregon, Clemson, Cincinnati, USC, Marshall. Defensively, yeah, look at the sacks for Clemson. 66 sacks. Their front just got so much pressure. There's the points per game. Okay, here we go. National Signing Day. We'll look at transfer portal. Jedrick Wills, he leaves Clemson and goes to Alabama, okay? AJ Terrell, didn't he already transfer? That is so weird. He started at Clemson, went to Jacksonville State, and is going back to Clemson. Crazy, okay? Aiden Hutchinson leaves Ohio State and is now going to Miami of Ohio. So he's transferred back-to-back years. Nolan Smith leaving Clemson and going to UCF. Damian Pierce going to go to Memphis. So we have a lot of guys here. Will Levis, we never see the quarterbacks. Dude, you were going to start next year. Josh Rosen's gone. Okay, you're going to Miami of Ohio. So I did ask for more QBs to transfer, but let's be smart with our transfers, dude. You are going to be the starting quarterback for the Texas Longhorns. Okay, so we get Arkansas for Anthony Richardson. That's where he's going to end up. Oregon gets CJ Stroud. Bryce Young going to go to Wyoming. Quinn is going to go to Michigan. And then Texas Tech for DJ Ugalele. Auburn for Jahmyr Gibbs. Bijan is going to go to Michigan. Texas for Jackson Smith. Oklahoma for Josh Downs. And then Vautech for Addison. BYU for Michael Mayer. Darnell Washington going to go to Michigan. Harris Johnson Jr. going to Oregon. Peter Skronsky going to go to Marshall. And Clemson gets Broderick Jones. DM Miles Murphy going to Colorado. Brian Bursey going to Michigan. Will Anderson, he is going to go to the Wolverines. Georgia Tech for BJ Ojolari. Trenton Simpson going to Florida. Christian Gonzalez going to Florida. Washington gets Keely Ringo. And Miami is going to get Brian Branch. So that is where we're going to wrap up this season, guys. That is going to be our last real life recruiting class. We got one more season to go, and that is going to wrap up our 20-year resim. So here we go. I'm going to put these players on our team and we'll get into it. All right. So last season of our college football sim is like the 2022-2023 season right here. So we are going to have no recruiting in this season just because, this is the last season. So by the time these guys were in college football, our season would be done. So we were just going to get kind of into our preseason top 25, all that stuff. So we got Ohio State, Clemson, Wisconsin. Wisconsin is coming off the national championship. We got Bama, Michigan, Boston College, Georgia, Miami. So guys, teams with our quarterbacks, we got Clemson with Mac Jones still. Michigan is starting Dwayne Haskins this year. Miami, Trevor Lawrence. Oregon might be starting CJ Stroud, I think, who's a true freshman. Got USC with Tua Tagovailoa. We got West Virginia. Arkansas might be starting. They just got Anthony Richardson. He might be starting there. Stanford doesn't. Texas has Will Levis. He actually didn't end up transferring. I don't know. There might have been a glitch there. I don't really know what happened there, but I think he's starting there as well. So do have quite a few quarterbacks still leading some of these teams. We'll look at preseason. Dwayne Haskins coming in a first-team All-American. He's never started a game. That's kind of wild. Clemson has both first-team All-American receivers, with T. Higgins being one of them. Second team, we got Jalen Hurts. So he's still at Nebraska. Andrew Thomas at Alabama. Christian Barrymore at Florida State. That's another team we didn't see in the top 25 that I think hopefully is good this year is Florida State. They have Justin Fields, so it'd be nice to see them do well. Just looking through these teams for the last time. So Alabama has Andrew Thomas. They got AJ Terrell. Travis Etienne at running back. Then we got Arkansas. Like I said, they have some decent players, but I think Anthony Richardson's going to start for them as a true freshman. So keep our eye on them. Clemson, they have T. Higgins, one of the best receivers in the country, up to a 95 overall. They just have a pair of just wicked receivers for Mac Jones to throw the ball to. So Mac throwing to his two weapons. They also got Nolan Smith. That is kind of it. But yeah, they got, those guys alone. That's a lot of talent. Florida State, Christian Barrymore, one of the best D tackles. Nick Bosa at DN. They got Dexter Lawrence at another D tackle. Then they got Evan Neal. They got Terrence Marshall. They got Justin Fields. They got George Pickens. So I really want to see Florida State make the playoff. George Pickens, Terrence Marshall, Justin Fields, bunch of guys on defense. Florida State, let's do something this year. Georgia, Devin White at linebacker, Derek Brown at D tackle. It's kind of it for Georgia right now. LSU doesn't really have anybody, I don't think. Christian Harris at linebacker. Miami, this is probably the least amount of our guys they've had, but they do have Justin Ross at wide receiver, Travon Walker, and they got Trevor Lawrence, Patrick Surtain as well. So they do have quite a few of our dudes. Usually they have even more, I would say, but just Trevor Lawrence playing QB. They got Justin Ross as one of their top 2 weapons. They got some players on defense. Definitely want to see them. Michigan, some really good talent. They're starting Dwayne Haskins for the first time. He's a redshirt senior. He's going to start. They got DeAndre Swift, Tyler Linderbaum, Micah Parsons. Those are kind of the big guys that we'll actually see this year. Brian Brissy, one of the freshmen. Will Anderson, another freshman as well. Nebraska, they got Jalen Hurts. They're an 88 overall. They're a top 10 team preseason. So I'd like to see them do something here. It's got some good weapons to throw to as well. So let's see Jalen go on a run. Ohio State, they were getting some of our recruits at the start of the sim, and now they get like none. I don't know. Kind of weird. Oregon, Najee Harris, one of the best running backs in the country. I think it's either this mix guy or CJ Stroud is going to start. So we'll see. Najee. Do they have some guys on defense right now? They got Trent McDuffie at corner. Kayvon Thibodeau is a backup end for them. So yeah, they got some players. Definitely keep our eye on them. Stanford, they finally don't have one of our QBs. They had one of our QBs for like 12 years straight with Andrew Luck, Jared Goff, and then Justin Herbert. It was probably like 10 years of them just having one of our guys starting each year. Texas, they do have Will Levis starting. So there we go. Nothing really else on their team though from our guys. Texas Tech got Kenny Pickett. We'll see if he can make some noise there. USC starting Tua Tagovailoa. They don't really have any of other of our guys, but they got Tua. Wisconsin coming off a national championship. I don't think they still have Chase Claypool, but other than that, they don't really have anyone else. Claypool is now their number 2 receiver. Another team, Wyoming. So this is a team we'll have to keep our eye on a little bit. They're starting true freshman Bryce Young. So we have 3 true freshman QBs starting. Bryce, the only ones who aren't are DJ Ugalele and then Quinn Ewers. They're both not starting, but the other 3 are all starting as true freshmen, I think. Okay, just looking. So Dwayne Haskins actually the best QB in the country right now. Jalen Hurts, Tua Tagovailoa. Ole Miss has a good QB. Keep going down. We got Trevor Lawrence. We got Mac Jones. We got Justin Fields all starting. Kenny Pickett at Tech. Spencer Rattler, I actually don't think is starting. Sam Howell at Maryland, I think is starting. Will Levis at Texas. Anthony Richardson at Arkansas. So that's kind of our QBs. Wow. 99 running back at Rice. Najee Harris is kind of our best back with DeAndre Swift. Wideouts, we got T. Higgins right up there, one of the best 4 receivers in the country overall wise. Jamar Chase at UAB, not going to see him much, but he's only a sophomore, up to a 90 overall. Justin Ross, Terrace Marshall, Drake London at Baylor, Chase Claypool. Those are kind of our big time receivers. I don't know if we have a really good tight end right now. Probably, I was going to say, yeah, Kyle Pitts at Nebraska playing with Jalen Hurts. Keep our eye there. Rashawn Gary at UNC, pretty good defensive end. Travon Walker, only a redshirt freshman. He's up to an 89 overall. D-tackle, Barrymore, Dexter Lawrence, Derek Brown, all look really good. Devin White, outside linebacker for Georgia. Quay Walker at Tulsa, one of the better inside backers. Right outside. Trent McDuffie, already one of the better corners in the country as a sophomore. Jeff Okudah at Oklahoma. AJ Terrell, some of our corners. Free safety, strong safety. Okay, so that's some of the best players in the country. Those are our best teams. Now, like I said, we are not doing recruiting this year, so we're just going to sim to the first poll, and then we'll look at the top 25, see how these teams are looking. Okay, mid-season point, week 10 here. Let's look at the top 25. Boston College and Wisconsin. Then we got Michigan, Oregon, Clemson, Texas, Ohio State. Bunch of kind of middle teams there. Auburn, Arkansas, Alabama, Penn State. Okay. No Florida. I really wanted to see Florida State. No Miami. Oh, there's Miami. So they're 6-3. I'd like them to pick it up. See Trevor Lawrence. I really want to see Florida State with Fields and Terrace Marshall and George Pickens and all those boys. So maybe they got something in this late end of the year, end of the season run here in them. Tua Tagovailoa leading the Heisman race. Mac Jones in 5th. So Tua clearly putting up some big stats at USC right now. We can look at some of these stats here. So pass yards per game. Dwayne Haskins 2nd in the country at Michigan. 24 touchdowns, 5 picks. This guy's... Oh, he's only played one game. I was going to say, how's he throwing 339 yards a game, but he only has 3 touchdowns? Okay. Then a lot of our guys a little further down. Jalen Hurts a bit further down. Mac Jones. Sam Howell is starting at Maryland. Anthony Richardson is a true freshman. Put up some good stats at Arkansas. Will Levis playing decent at Texas. There's Justin Fields, 16 touchdowns, 6 picks, 250 a game. Kenny Pickett. There's CJ Stroud at Oregon. 24 touchdowns, 4 picks is pretty good. Bryce Young playing at Wyoming. There's Tua. How is Tua leading the Heisman race with those stats? Those stats aren't even that good. Trevor Lawrence, only 230 a game. So they are really not airing it out. I remember a few years ago with Lamar, they were just throwing the ball everywhere. Najee 2nd in the country in rushing. So he's averaging 97 yards a game. That is huge for this. Usually guys are not up that high. Here's receiving yards. None of our dudes very high at all. Only the mid-season points. We'll see though. There's Jamison Williams at Va Tech, 77 a game. So we'll check obviously more in depth at the end of the year on those. Okay, we're gonna sim 2 conference championship weekend. We'll see if we got any big games to check out. This is where even if Florida State maybe don't make the playoff, but they're in one of these conference championship games, I'd maybe watch them or something too, because I'd like to see Fields thrown to those two. Okay, conference championships. We got Texas, Auburn, Marshall, Colorado, Cincinnati, Ohio State, Wisconsin, UNC, Boston College. So none of those really jumped out. We're just going to sim. Hopefully we have some good teams in the college football playoff. So we got Colorado, Oregon. So we got CJ Stroud. We did get Miami make it. Clemson made it. Texas made it. So all those guys have our QBs. So we got Colorado, Oregon, Miami, Wisconsin, Charlotte, Clemson, Oklahoma, Purdue, Ohio State, Texas, BC, Boston College, undefeated. And same with Southern Miss, undefeated buys. So we rather watch Colorado, Oregon, Wisconsin, Miami. Let's watch Miami with Trevor Lawrence. Let's watch that. So there's the Heisman winner, Marshall QB, Duke Combs, 3,800 yards, 39 touchdowns, 6 picks. Okay, we are going to watch defending national champs. So Wisconsin won it all last year, and they're going to be playing Miami right now. So really good matchup. Wisconsin's actually a little bit better on paper. We got Trevor Lawrence at quarterback, Justin Ross is receiver. They got Surtain on defense, Travon Walker on defense. So definitely some players out here for Miami. Wisconsin has Chase Claypool at wideout. This is a home game for the Badgers as well. So Trevor and the boys got to come up north. Might be a little cold here in Madison. We will see. Okay, we're going to sim through the first quarter, and we got no score after 1, all knotted at 0 here. 4th and 1, my Wisconsin punt. Miami's got the ball. There's 3rd and 3 here. Let's see if they can get something going here. So Trevor Lawrence in at quarterback. This is the number 3 toughest place to play in the country right now. Ooh, gets the first down, does a little bit more dancing than I would have preferred on that play if you're a Miami fan, but they do pick it up. Okay, let's see if we can get some points on this drive. 2nd and 7, 3rd and 6. They're going to punt. So definitely a defense. Oh, and then Wisconsin, I clicked one too many times. They have Garrett Wilson too. So they got Chase Claypool and Garrett Wilson. And Garrett Wilson goes for an 85-yard touchdown pass. Okay. Now 3rd and 5 here. So Miami really struggling getting their offense going. And all of a sudden, Wisconsin has a big lead, and they could be getting the ball back right here. And okay, that's a deep play action. Roll out. Oh, wow. He held on to that. That was Justin Ross as well. Right into traffic, gets smoked. Buddy holds on for the first down. 2nd and 6. Then they pick up a 19-yard reception there. down to the 23, and then they get a 23-yard rushing touchdown, so they tie it up. Okay, Wisconsin ball, 2nd and 6, 3rd and 2, 4th and 2. They're going to punt. 2nd and 9, 3rd and 12 here for Trev. So, Trevor, do you have a big conversion in you? Yeah, the stadium is rocking here. Number 3 toughest place to play. Play action pass up over the top. Oh, that could have been picked. Tried to go up over the top to Richard Rios. Almost picked off. Wisconsin football. 2nd and 5, 3rd and 3. We'll watch this. So they got Garrett Wilson and Chase Claypool at wide out here. Drops back, running draw, picks up the first down. Nice carry there. Wisconsin trying to take the lead back here. 3rd and 8 though, got sacked. Okay, Claypool and Garrett. Drops it down in the flat. Yeah, absolutely nothing doing there. You're not even close. And 49-yard punt. 1st and 10 from the 1. Oh no. 2nd and 9. And okay, that's just going to take us to the half. Okay, so we are going to jump to the next quarter here. 10-7 Wisconsin. 10-7. So it's just very tough for either offense to get much going. But Miami has it on the 7-yard line here. They have it on the 4-yard line. Second and goal from the 4. We'll watch here. So 7 seconds left here. What do you got, Trev? They're going to hand it straight off ahead. He's in down at the 1. This guy's got 130 yards rushing. So they're really trying to run the ball here for Miami. They got it about the half-yard line. I'd imagine this is just going to be a straight ahead, like inside zone type run. Trev going to bring guy in motion. Fake handoff, Lawrence, and he's in. Trevor Lawrence dives into the end zone, and they take the lead. Huge play for Trevor. Miami takes the lead, and they're trying to go on a run here. 14-10 Wisconsin ball. 2nd and 9, 3rd and 6 already. Drops back. Drops it in there to the tight end, just kind of sitting down. That's a completion in the first down for Earl McSurdy. Then they hit for 13. 2-yard run, 3rd and 7 from the 41. So need a first down here to start getting into, scoring range. Even if you're short of the first down, it's probably too long to kick a field goal. Okay. Oh, sits down in the zone. They're going to hold on to that for the completion. That's going to be Matthew Banks. I want to see what number Claypool and Garrett are. Oh, Garrett Wilson's their 5th receiver, so he's not even really playing. Claypool's number 12. Garrett's number 3. So he must have just been in for a snap and got that huge play. 6-yard reception. Oh, there's Garrett Wilson gets a catch there. 1st and goal from the 4. And they punch it in. So Wisconsin takes the lead back. 6:41 left. 3rd and 5 here for Lawrence. They've liked to run the ball a lot in these kind of down and distances. We'll see if they do it again. Nope. Drop back. They're bringing a bit of a blitz. Lawrence has time. Over the middle. Fires it in. That's a completion. Really nice job of the blocking up front. Gave Lawrence just a super clean pocket. Steps into that throw. Then we're already down to 3rd and 4 again, though. Wisconsin definitely kind of crowding the line, looking like they might be bringing pressure. No, rush 4. Lawrence has to get that ball out. That's a first down. Nice throw. Stood in there again. Lawrence is looking good here. 2nd and 7, 3rd and 5. So they're just getting to these 3rd and manageables, and they've let Trevor just throw on these downs. Let's see if they do it again. Kind of maybe field goal range here. Trevor up over the top, picked. Trevor Lawrence gets a little too aggressive there, and Wisconsin picks him off. They're going the other way with the football. Wisconsin won 2 of the last 3 national championships. They're 3rd and 8 here. This is a huge down. If you can get a first down here, you can really start to eat the clock. If not, Miami's just right back with the football. Drops it. Oh, great job by the linebacker. Got over there. Met him at the catch point. Knock it out. And Trevor's going to have another shot here after that bad pick. They actually get a really nice return. 22-yard return as well. 2nd and 7. 3rd and 7 already. Humongous down here for Lawrence. Oh, they're in field goal range. Okay, so I thought they were on their own 30. Yeah, they're going to run draw. He's going to be short. So it looks like they're just going to take their 3 here. I would have probably got a little more aggressive there, but probably going to just take their 3. Field goal missed. They missed a 41-yarder. But they get a sack, and it's 3rd and 13, 2:50 left. So kind of the same position we were just in. If Wisconsin can pick up a first down here, they will be on the precipice of a win. Miami needs a stop. Okay, 4-man. Checks it down. Oh, he's about 1.5 yards, 2 yards short. So Miami is going to get the ball back here. And they get a huge return again. 22-yard return for Scotty Virgin. Scotty Virgin with back-to-back huge returns. Sets him up on the 37-yard line. 2nd and 10. 1st and 10 after a penalty. So here it is. We're going to watch the drive from here. So they have it on the 15-yard line. 1st and 10, 1:17 left, 2 timeouts. You do not have to worry about the clock if you're Miami. You have all the time in the world. Fires. Oh my God, double coverage. That could have been a pick again. Here, the only things you really can't do if you're Miami is take a sack, and you can't throw a pick. You can't throw a pick, number one. A sack, you just don't want to make the field goal tougher, but you cannot throw an interception again here. They're going to run the ball, pick up 2 yards. So I'm guessing they're going to throw the ball one more time here, give Trevor a shot, and then if not, you kick a field goal, and you're going to give Wisconsin quite a bit of time with 3 timeouts. All they need is a field goal as well to go take the lead back. So here's Lawrence. No, they're going to run the ball. Oh, he's 1 yard. Oh my God, it looks like he had way more room there. Okay, we're going to watch. I'm assuming they're I would be so tempted to go for it if I was Miami, but they are going to kick their field goal. It is up and good. So Wisconsin going to have about a minute here to go try to drive down and win this thing. They get a decent return. 2nd and 9, 3rd and 7 already. 30 seconds left. They do have 3 timeouts. So if they can get a first down here, they could still really easily get a field goal. They got to kind of get moving though. Up over the top, holds on. They need about 20, 25 yards for a field goal attempt. 25 seconds. They have 2 timeouts. They have lots of time here. Miami rushing 4. Up over the top, down the seam. Holds on. That's going to be that sets them up for a game-winning field goal. Wisconsin looks like they're going to knock off the Hurricanes. Probably just run the ball here. It's still, it's down to the 25. So very makeable field goal. They get another 0.5 yard. I'm guessing they're just going to kick it here. You have no timeouts. You don't want to do anything crazy. Yep. 16 seconds left. Kick is up. Flag. Roughing the kicker, I'm assuming. Okay, they accepted it. So Miami's got 11 seconds here. This is basically, Hail Mary time. You do have a timeout, so you could get like one big 20-yard, 25-yard gain, call a timeout with like 2 seconds left. Yeah, you're going to have to just call a timeout. So I would have liked something a little deeper if you're Miami. So now it's got to be end zone. 6 seconds, no timeouts. You need a miracle. Doesn't look like they're playing Hail Mary defense for Wisconsin. Trev. He's got a man. Oh, it's picked off. I thought he was going to number 83. So there it is. Wisconsin holds on with this one. They just get it done, man. This Wisconsin team. Garrett Wilson at an 85-yard touchdown. We didn't see much out of Claypool. We didn't see much out of Justin Ross, but Miami goes down. Okay, let's see the rest of our bracket. So Oregon loses. We got Clemson, Texas, though. So we'll watch that game. Oklahoma, Purdue, Clemson, Texas, BC, Wisconsin, Southern Miss. So Oregon. I would have liked to see CJ Stroud for a game. But yeah, so Clemson, Texas is definitely the game we're going to be watching here. Definitely 2 of the more consistent teams throughout the whole sim, both 89 overalls. Texas has won 3 natties. Clemson has won 2, just 1 actually, but they've made the playoff a ton, been right in the mix, but yeah, they won the very first year. They've definitely made the final 1 or 2 more times though. Okay, we're going to jump through the first quarter. 7-0 Clemson, 9-0 Clemson. -4. Okay, 3rd and 11 here for Clemson. So they're trying to take it to Texas a little bit here. Could technically go up, 16-0 if they can get a touchdown. Trying to set up a screen. They do get it out there. Oh, and he's got lots of room. This might be end zone. This might be end zone. Touchdown. Mac Jones drops it off to his screen, and Clemson has a huge lead here. So Texas is on the brink already, down 16-0 in the basically the end of the first quarter. 2nd and 7. We already got 3rd and 5 here for the Longhorns. Will Levis in at quarterback for them. Let's see if he can do something. Levis trying to beat the blitz. Quick little out route, holds on. Nice throw. Then they get another 14-yard catch, and then boom, 50-yard touchdown run. 16-7. Clemson or Texas right back in it. 2nd and 9. Here's a 3rd and 4 for the Tigers. Mac Jones, T. Higgins are their two big guys here of our dudes. They also have their other receivers really good too. Over the middle, drops it down. Nice completion. So Mac, 128 yards, 2 touchdowns so far. He's playing well. Then they get an 11-yard catch for T. Higgins, 2nd and 6, and boom, 26-yard touchdown run. So we got some fireworks here in the second quarter. 2nd and 9, 1st and 10, 2nd and 8, 3rd and 6, and that's going to be a punt. And Clemson football again, 3rd and 2 at the 46 for Clemson. Trying to book a ticket to the semifinal for these two teams. That's going to be T. Higgins at the bottom of your screen here. Split back look for the Tigers. Mac finds a guy wide open over the middle. Mac Jones trying to go on a run here. 3-yard rush, 3rd and 11. So out of scoring range here. You need a first down if you're Clemson to kind of put some more points on the board. They're going bunch to the top. T. Higgins is soloed up at the bottom of the screen. Drops back, play action, he's getting blitzed, and he's going down. Texas breaks through, takes down Mac Jones. That is going to be a huge sack. Texas is going to get the ball back. 2nd and 6 here, 3rd and 6 for Texas. Let's see if our boy Will Levis can get a completion here. Trips to the top. Levis fires it up over the top. Nice throw by Levis. Drops that up over the top of that cornerback. He gets injured on the play as well. It's a 19-yard game for the Longhorns. 2nd and 7, 1st and 10, 2nd and 9, 3rd and 14. So going to need something big from Levis here if they want to get some points on this drive. 58 seconds left in the half. Levis, plenty of time. Now he's going to tuck and run. He does have some athleticism. He's going to get the first down. Oh, but he fumbles. And Clemson recovers. Oh, Will Levis. And they got an O-lineman injured on the play. So that was just all around tough for Texas. He takes off, gets the first down and more, but instead of sliding, tries to keep going. And then 20-yard T. Higgins reception, 26-yard reception there for Carlos York. They got 37 seconds on the 22-yard line. They could go up 30-7 here for Clemson. Here's Mac firing it to the outside. Boom, down inside the 3-yard line. Mac Jones is playing great right now. 2nd and goal from the 1, 25 seconds. You do have a timeout, so you could still run the ball if you want here. They're going to hand it off, and that's a touchdown. 30-7. Texas is getting blown out here. Okay, we're going to go to the third. We're going to sim to the fourth quarter here. We'll see if Texas makes it a game at all. 30-15. 36-15. So unless Texas does something big here, this one's basically over. 4th and 22. Yeah, okay, so it's 42-15. We are going to sim through the end of this one. Clemson just comes in and steals Texas's lunch money. Okay, Texas gets a couple touchdowns in the fourth quarter, but 42-29 final. Will Levis, hands on his heads. Just didn't quite play good enough. They kind of picked it up in the fourth, but by then it was all over. Mac played really well. Texas actually out-yardaged them. 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. That fumble could have been the difference. That fumble before the half for Will. Levis ran for 31 yards. It was his receivers. T had 3 for 35. Mac, 4 incompletions, played well. Kind of slowed down in the second half. They were up big, so they weren't throwing the ball much. Okay, let's look at the bracket now after that week. So we got Boston College versus Colorado, Clemson versus Ohio State. So just interesting matchups. Two blue bloods with Clemson and Ohio State, and two just kind of out of nowhere teams with number 12 Colorado and undefeated Boston College. Crazy. Okay, we are going to sim through this week, and then we'll see what our final matchup is. Okay, let's see our matchup. So we are going to have Clemson versus Colorado in the final. Okay, this is going to be our final game of this 20-year sim. Let's go look. Colorado doesn't have any of our guys. We can just quickly look at their roster, though. They have a couple of 90s on the team. QB 87 overall senior, not bad. No running back. They have one decent receiver. They're a 12 seed. You would think Clemson should be the big favorite here, but we'll see. Okay, here we go. So Clemson trying to win our last national championship. This would be their second of the sim. They actually won the very first year, and then they would win the last year. If they win, obviously this would be Colorado's first national championship of the sim. So this is a big one. Clemson trying to tie Wisconsin. Stanford won 2. I think those were the only teams to win 2, and then Texas won 3. Sorry, Wisconsin's won 3. I missed that. They won in 2007. They won in 2019 and 2021. So Wisconsin and Texas are going to finish tied with the most national championships. I would have never guessed Wisconsin would have won 3 of these. But okay, here we go. Let's see. Going to go through the first quarter here. 7-0 Buffaloes. 14-0. Okay, 14-7. So Clemson gets a late touchdown there at the end of the quarter, but big lead or nice lead here for Clemson. They have a 3rd and 8. Trying to get some more points going here. Shotgun look, drops back, has time, checks it down. That's going to be a first down for Colorado. 2nd and 8, and then boom, 63-yard rushing touchdown, 21-7. Clemson, what do you got for a 2nd and 8? They pick up a first down here, 15-yard reception, 2nd and 18, 3rd and 17. So they take a big sack. We'll see. Are they just going to try to just run draw or something here, or is Matt going to get aggressive? Drops back, looking like he might take a shot over the middle, and that's dropped. Would have been short of the first down. That was 2 T. Higgins. Overshot him just by half a step. They're going to have to punt. Colorado football, 3rd and 3. They don't convert. Punt. Now Clemson football, 1st and 10, 2nd and 7, 1st and 10 on the 16, 2nd and 9, 3rd and 11 on the 17. So 21-7. Definitely want a touchdown here if you're Clemson. Cut this down to a 7-point game. Field goal, I mean, it's fine, but you want to get 7 here. Mac drops back. They're bringing a bit of a blitz. Mac flush. Got to get rid of that. Mac is not the most athletic. Not able to get anything going there. Going to have to take their 3. They're going to be down 11 here. Okay, Colorado ball. 3rd and 6 from their own 33. Holding on to an 11-point lead here with 4.5 left. Okay, drops back. Fires. Oh, that's picked. Goes up the seam. The safety steps in front, and Clemson has some life here. Can go cut this down to a 4-point lead if they can score a touchdown. 2nd and 7, 3rd and 4. They convert. 1st and 10, 2nd and 7. They throw a pick now. Mac Jones throws a pick, and then boom, another 70-yard rushing touchdown for Colorado. 28-10. Oh my goodness. 2nd and 10. There's a 12-yard for T. 2nd and 8. 1st and 10 from the 23. We'll watch here. Clemson really needs a touchdown here. Colorado's just got some huge plays. 2 70-plus yard rushing touchdowns. Mac Jones. That is rough. Just misses that. Now we're in 3rd and 10. That guy was wide open. Would have been an easy first down. Now they're in 3rd and 10. Mac trying to set up a screen, dumps it off. Oh, he runs into his blocker. He's going to be short now. Wow, he ran into his blocker. That probably cost him the first down there. Probably just going to take their 3, I'm assuming. No, they go for it, but they pick it up. What the hell? And then it's halftime? They ran out of clock? I don't know. What happened there? It was a minute left. The last play was written in a minute left, and somehow it went to halftime. So I guess that was maybe a glitch or something. All right, so Clemson gets no points there. Oh, but they do score 28-17, 31-24. Okay, so we got a good Fourth quarter on the way. Colorado still holding on to this lead. Mac Jones hits Spencer Heinrich for 30. Then they get a run. 2nd and 7, 3rd and 3 from the 20. Mac, can you get a conversion? We're going double stack on the outside. Super spread look. Single high. Going end zone touchdown. Touchdown, Clemson. Wow, Mac to Carlos York for 20. That is going to be a tie ball game. Colorado football, 2nd and 10. Then they hit another 33-yard run and then a huge penalty, and they got it inside the 5. So just huge plays by the Buffaloes to stay in this, keep up with this high-powered Clemson team. Drops back, end zone, check it down. Nope, going to be about 2 yards short there. 2nd and goal from the 2, 6:38 left. Obviously, you want to punch this if you're Colorado. Drops back, hands it off. Oh, down to about the half-yard line. This guy's got 165 yards rushing for Colorado, but can he punch it in here? I'm just handing this ball off one more time, and I'm trying to fall in that end zone. They are. Oh, huge job by the linebacker. Breaks into the backfield. Gets him for a loss. Huge play. That's going to have to be a field goal. They have a 3-point lead, 5 minutes left. They start out with a 17-yard game for Clemson, then a penalty, 2nd and 12, 3rd and 10. Play of the day so far right here. 3rd and 10, 5 minutes left. You need a first down if you're Clemson. They're rushing 3. He's going up over the top, wide open. He caught him. Wow. End zone touchdown. Mac put so much air under that. It looked like he might overthrow him. Just a broken coverage on 3rd down by Colorado. And if you're a Buffalo fan, that is a heartbreaker. Wide open. Mac just put a ton of air under that, got behind the whole defense. It looked like he might overshoot him. He stumbles into it, keeps his feet, and is able to hold off the corner and get in for the end zone. A 60-yard touchdown pass. Mac Jones to Gammon. They have a 4-point lead. Pressure on Colorado now. We got 3rd and 3. This is, I don't think, what they're built for. They've been good running the ball in this game, but now down 4 minutes left. This is not probably ideal for Colorado. Let's see though. Yeah, hit as he throws, and he's going down for a sack. Colorado, you had a 3-point lead. You had him in 3rd and 10 on the ropes, and you give up a 60-yard touchdown. 4th and 20. They punt. 2nd and 6, 1st and 10, 2nd and 7, 3rd and 4. Okay, this is almost the ball game. If Clemson gets a first down, they can really start to eat up clock. Colorado will start having to use timeouts. Play action. Mac drops it in. I think that's T. Higgins for the first down. Mac Jones has 399 yards passing. Mac has been incredible other than that one pick. 2nd and 6, 3rd and 2. Okay, this is legitimately the ball game right here. A first down that'll basically end it for Clemson. Up 4. Jet motion, jet handoff. He's gone. That's a first down, and that might do it. Colorado's down to 1 timeout. I think that will do it. I think they can just take knees now. 2nd and 6. They do run it. 3rd and 3. Okay, so they're at the 24, so they'll be able to kick a field goal. Yeah, Colorado's going to get this ball back with no time, even if they don't convert here. But they pick up the first down and more, and a touchdown. That is going to do it. That is going to be the exclamation point. Clemson is going to win the national championship. Big comeback. They were down big to Colorado at one point. They are able to complete the comeback. Mac, I don't know if he passed for another down, but he had close to 400 yards passing in this one. Clemson wins our final national championships. They bookend our sim. They won in 2003. They won in 2022. Book ending. They were, they almost won last year too, right? Like they played Wisconsin in the Natty, I believe, and Mac threw those 4th quarter picks. I think he threw 3 in the 4th quarter, but he was a different story today. Had that 1 pick, but other than that, played great. They had 635 yards of offense. Waller played not bad for them at quarterback. Anders played really good, their running back. Kind of a spread the wealth receiving wise. T. Higgins had 160 yards, 7 receptions and a touchdown. Ruggs had 165, Mac had 36, and Mac threw for 410 yards and 4 touchdowns in his last college game. Wow, what a send-off for Mac Jones and the Clemson Tigers. Okay, let's look at the final top 25 here. Clemson, Colorado, Ohio State, Wisconsin, Oregon, Texas, Miami. Michigan was close to making the playoff. Nebraska was somewhat close. Florida State, 9-4. I really wanted to watch a Florida State game. We can look at the All-Americans here. We get like none. Christian Barrymore. Sit on T tackle. Mac Jones, Najee Harris. It's like kind of it. Okay, let's look at the stats here. So look at team stats first. Points per game. Clemson had 38. That is third in the country. Ohio State up there, UNC, Michigan, Nebraska, Oregon, Texas, Colorado. So a lot of the best teams had the best offenses. Defenses, North Texas, Miami, Oregon, Toledo, kind of for ranked teams. Okay, looking at stats here. Dwayne Haskins has the third most pass yards a game, 39 touchdowns, 11 picks. Jalen Hurts, 43 touchdowns, 4 picks, 287 yards. Mac Jones, 280 yards a game, 49 touchdowns, 11 picks. Sam Howell, Anthony Richardson as a first-year starter. Justin Fields, 32-9. Will Levis, 39-9, had a nice year. Tua, 25-5, only 240 a game. Rushing, Najee has second in the country, 1,230 yards. So nice year for Najee. Mac Jones ran for 684. So I guess he was a bit of a runner. Receiving yards, none of our guys. T. Higgins, 1,100. Jameson, 991. Okay, we'll get into defense here, and that's where we got to go by conference. Sacks in the ACC, that was our number. TFLs, Dexter Lawrence had 10 at D tackle. Total tackles and interceptions. Big 12, there's a Big 12 interceptions. Sacks, TFLs, tackles. Big 10, TFLs, sacks, interceptions, tackles. Christian Harris at LSU, TFLs, sacks, and INTs. Okay. So that is going to wrap up our 20-year sim, guys. If you guys watched all 4 episodes, if anyone did, I thank you a ton. We have some we're going to be switching it up now. I have some actual me rebuilding a team. Some really cool scenarios like that. I have some other really cool video ideas I want to do on the channel as well. So we got some big things coming. If you watched all the way through this episode, definitely leave a like on the video. Definitely sub if you made it here. I appreciate it a ton. And then if you guys actually play college football, 25 and you play online and you want to get better at the game, I also have a game plan and scheme tip channel where I break down a bunch of actually me playing the game and I show you how to play real life teams. Right now I'm breaking down the Chip Kelly Oregon spread. I'm breaking down Nick Saban's match coverage defense and showing you how to run it online. So if you guys want to check out any of those videos, I will link one right here.